Man.
Nova men. Say Nova men.
No. No.
I'm wearing Nova Men.
Yeah. Cause you a dog like a Doberman.
Are we good?
Ooh.
I'm a superstar. That's a Nova, man.
Oh, okay. Took me a second. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's on you.
I'm wearing Fashion Nova. Check out my King Cobra, man.
Yo.
Put it on the table. I'm
It's
wearing
so-
Fashion Nova, and I'm doing anal.
Yo.
Let me give you something that they can actually work with. Shout out to everybody watching this. This is no jump right. Man, I'm feeling good rocking my Nova Men hoodie right now. I'm feeling really sleek.
Like a dog like a Doberman.
Ooh.
Okay.
I'm in the Diddy party. Hey, bend over, man.
I know that was coming.
Hey, do you put that on Rolling Gang?
I heard you was telling like Soldier them.
Ooh.
Nah. That was just what this chick said on OnlyFans.
She's epileptic. I'm a dirty dog. I don't need a contraceptive.
I thought you were gonna say she's epileptic. She can't control these hands.
Yeah, and I was about to say he don't like Pookies, only soda cans.
I used to smoke weed out the Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, everybody did it.
Now my bitch a leper.
Oh wow.
I'm a spotter like a leopard.
I was thinking that too.
Yeah,
Fuck.
yeah.
Hey man, I get on the good foot because I'm a stepper.
I go to Yum Yum Donuts and then I hit Checkers. That's a 2-for-1.
I get so much brain you can call me Hannibal Lecter.
Ooh.
You're probably YAG. We about to have to hit you with a lie detector.
I got a funny T-shirt I ain't get it at Spencer's.
I got a chick from New York and her accent sounds like Fran Drescher.
Ooh.
And Brick's transgender.
And I heard that you compass off a bender.
I'm in charge of this team, but I'm not the center.
And Josh is Jewish, but he's not a lender.
If I catch Germ after your relationship, I'll probably send her.
That's a relationship ender.
And the coldest part about that is that did not offend her.
Yeah.
Well, the real coldest part is you've been on a 6-month bender.
He's not a beginner.
So you know it's never gonna be an ender.
Hey, next time get off your grinder. They got an app called Tinder.
I heard that your heart, your dick, and your soul is way too tender.
I was gonna say tender, damn it. I'm cooking dope. I'm the chicken tender.
Ooh.
That's actually there's something there.
Yeah.
Something there.
Cook 36 O's, call that a chicken dinner.
Okay.
We gotta switch it up. One more like thing to rhyme.
One more. How about Don Laundress? Could we rhyme Don Laundress?
Sure.
Yeah. Don Laundress. I got a bad bitch in a long dress, and I heard that she's on X.
Me and my dudes get on drills. It's like we in San Andres.
Ooh.
About to hop in the lake, have some pond sex.
Ooh, I heard she was bad. I want next.
Ooh.
I probably could bag your last wife with one text.
Oh, you're talking about my blonde ex?
Tell her that I'm off the perk right now. I don't want meth.
He gone left.
No gunplay.
All right.
We're back.
I think every podcast should start that way.
I like that.
Honestly, that's like a nice way for us to figure out if the mics are working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
How that audio sounding this week?
Yeah, how's it sounding? It was all right last week, right? Yeah, we both came. Oh, okay. The whack pod kind of sounded like I was screaming into a phone the whole time this week.
Yeah.
I don't know how that happened.
It's called the vibrations.
Something was in the air.
It was tunneling through those hefty Christmas hams he has back there.
Oh yeah. He is a thick motherfucker. That's a fact.
When I
Thicker
feel
than
like
a king size snicker.
I feel like there's like if Whack punched somebody, it would really hurt. Like I really feel like there's just like a lot of beyond just the mass. I don't know if it's the old man strength mixed with the mass. Like I feel like it would be a painful experience.
Would you rather get punched by him or 4 extras? I'm going Whack.
I'm going
I'll let
Whack.
Whack punch me. Yeah.
Yeah. Although
Because Wack got the short arms, the velocity's not coming
Mm.
as you know what I mean, by default. Even if he's hitting hard, he's not hit harder than somebody with longer arms than him.
I think I've come closer to being punched by 4 extras in real life thus far, and it was probably like a terrifying experience.
Earlier, 4 extras called me fresh out of jail, and
Again,
I put Parker on FaceTime with him, and for once, she didn't, she like usually doesn't want to look at random people on FaceTime. She's just like,
she tapped in because she doesn't.
she's too shy normally to just want to
Yeah.
talk to somebody that she doesn't know on FaceTime. But for some reason, she just went for it, and she was just like fully engaged
It's the
in the
Crip Mac
conversation. I know. I was like kind of trying to think of like how do I explain that to her? He's kind of like Crip Mac.
Yeah.
I don't think I could tell her that.
Did she say
yeah.
off the back with it to him? Did she let him know?
No, she doesn't know about that. She's not that deep into it. She's kind of a poser, really. We're out here on a Monday because tomorrow's Christmas Eve, and Christmas Eve is not a time in which anybody should be doing a 3-4 hour podcast. So instead, we're here on a Monday.
I would have much rather blamed me not being at these festivities tomorrow on work.
So you want to miss Christmas Eve? Why is that?
Bah humbug. That's all I have to say.
You're the Grinch or the James Caan in Elf, which I just saw for the first time.
Yeah, it's just you get overwhelmed in these holidays, and it's like, at what point do you stop needing me for the holiday? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I'm here. It's
You
not
need
really,
Dad.
it's not Jesus Christ's birthday, so what the are we celebrating?
It's a very important holiday.
For kids to juice, like I'm about to start celebrate Christmas in the summertime. At least we could go somewhere to the tropics and cool and have fun. Get palm trees for Christmas.
We live in Southern California. The coldest it gets is like 65 degrees.
Well, and it's like very warm in tropical places right now. Like if you go to
Can
Hawaii,
you take a
it's
bitch
like,
to go skinny dip right now in California?
If you had a heated pool, sure.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's too many ifs. We're
We're not going to go hop in Malibu right now.
Nah.
No, it's a bad idea.
Is this coming from the perspective of someone that because you have so many kids, like you feel the burden of that responsibility? You got like so many presents to give. It's not.
Yeah, like I'm waiting for it to be over. Like everybody's waiting for it to come, and I'm waiting for Christmas to be over. Like, all right, I did my job. I'm set. Let me drop off these gifts, and then I'm running away from them. Like the 26th, I told Zoe and them, the 27th through the 31st. Don't call my phone.
I like it because the 24th through New Year's, and then realistically for a couple of days after New Year's, that's time in which there's not much work to do. Nobody really wants to do anything. And then I don't really feel any kind of pressure to like make more content. The fans seem like they understand this is a time of year in which there's less content going on.
My C-Day's on January 6th every year. It doesn't change. So I'm pre-gaming.
Doesn't change.
Wait.
Like anyone's birthday changes.
Yeah, it doesn't change.
Wait, hold on. Isn't January 6th like that date?
Yeah, man, they had that Bricc energy.
It's a
That
1
was
in
that-
365 chance, yeah.
Of
Yeah,
course,
man.
that happens on your C-Day.
Yeah, my C-Day.
Yeah,
I'll run up in your residence. Put
clearly.
the White House. He said, "What he say? I played the White House black if it was my residence."
Man, you want to know what I'm not even gonna be able to find it. I am gonna be able to find it, but I'm not gonna make you guys watch it right now. But I just really wanna stress. Is this it? Luke Beasley? Yes, it is. Oh my god, bro! You have to watch these two argue. This young ass kid whoops Tim Pool's ass so bad in this debate. It is one of the most fascinating things I've ever seen because Tim Pool is screaming at this kid about not knowing anything about January 6th. And then it quickly becomes apparent that Tim Pool has absolutely no idea what he's talking about and doesn't know anything. You know, the leader of the Proud Boys, Enrique something,
the Cuban
His
guy.
name's Enrique.
he
He's
well,
a
no,
Proud
it is,
Boy.
but he is like a bunch of Cubans in the Proud Boys or whatever.
Yeah.
But like he was planning to overtake the government.
Yeah.
And like this kid knows about that. And Tim Pool doesn't know about it, and basically is like the angriest you've ever seen anybody get on a podcast, just ranting and raving at this kid as if he's an idiot. And then Tim Pool looks it up and pretty much like immediately like figures out in real time that he was just screaming for nothing. Some of the best online content I've ever seen.
Is Tim Pool like ideologically in the same vein as like a Charlie Kirk or
Yes,
Ben Shapiro? He's
basically,
one of
yeah.
those kind of guys.
More
right?
conspiratorial, yeah.
but
More beanies.
more beanies, but still like far right.
Oh yeah, super.
Yeah.
And then this kid is like a little like Destiny with non-blue hair.
So do Crips get along with the right side?
No, they get along with the left side.
They don't even know you exist, to be honest.
I said, do the Crips?
Y'all don't even vote,
Oh, Crips vote.
do they?
Yeah.
If we got some stats up here, I'm pretty sure that
No, we
it would
vote
hurt
all
your
the
feelings.
time. Listen, hear me out. Hear me out,
Okay.
though. Dig, what do you say? Dig this, though. You know what I'm
Catch
saying?
it, dough.
Catch it, dough.
I just seen a Nina Boy clip talking shit about you. You know about this?
Nina Boy, he has to pay his rent.
I didn't watch it. I just saw the
I
title.
added extra views to his shit.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing.
But
for
if
my
we're going to
ops.
use his
Catch it,
code,
though, Nina Boy.
catch it, dough.
Catch it,
if,
dough.
if my ops been seeing a raise in their views, it's me trolling you guys. That's me putting fake views on your page, bro. That's me.
every successful clip you've ever had was us buying fake views on it.
No. I'm talking about those guys. When they make shit that I see has 100, 200 views on it, I go buy them 3,000 views for the low.
Yeah.
And then it makes it seem like they just have this little success because 3,000 views is a lot to those bums. So
Oh, shit. You all
They
eat
like-
it up, huh?
one of them sent it to me like, "Look, I've been making stuff about you. My content's the best." I'm like, "You fucking idiot! I'm trolling you, you fucking idiot."
Wait, so you're a view copper? You're really turning people's shit up?
I won't do it to mine.
Wow.
I won't do it to mine. But somebody came across me like, you can get views. I'm like, let me try to get somebody's page snatched for fake views.
I don't think that happens.
It doesn't.
Well, because it's like too easy to buy fake views for other people.
Oh, fuck.
Like there's no way to like prove that's you.
If they trace it to your email, which they can do because there are certain services, it could get your channel chalked.
But
I've seen it
imagine your
happen.
view plug turning over records to YouTube. Like how are they going to make me hand that over?
People have view plugs.
Well, they buy fake views.
Oh,
I
Fiverr.
don't even know how they do it, but there's like all these
I just seen that
websites and
shit on
shit.
Fiverr, and I did it. I just did it to a couple people's videos just to do it. I spent like $50 making people look good.
I tried to buy fake views before. It didn't work out too well, actually.
What happened?
So I bought fake views on a music video. That
What
I
year
had.
are we talking?
This was 2000. I want to say 17,
Okay.
18, and the video like probably naturally was like sitting at around 10K, and I bought like 30,000 views for it, and it went up. And then, like,
They took all the fake views.
yeah,
back.
like
It
a
went
day
up
and
to
a half
30.
later.
It dropped back to 25.
So I'm emailing them, tripping, like, "Hey, y'all making me look crazy." They're like, "Oh, we'll fix it. And then, like, it just kept going up and down, and everyone was like, "Oh, this fool clearly buy views and is a lame."
Cocaine bot.
Yeah, cocaine bots flooding, and then at the end, it's like it seemed like it got deprioritized in the algorithm to the point where it's like it would have had like significant. I don't even want to say significantly, but probably like a good 5,000 more views than it has. But now it's just out of the
Nobody
algorithm.
watches it
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah.
I can show you how to put it back in algorithm.
Oddly enough, it was the video for the song with the cocaine bot line. That's the funny thing.
No,
It's like,
really?
yeah.
Wow.
That's really funny that you said that.
It's crazy, but no.
I bought 10,000 views when I first started YouTube on a random video just to see what would happen. And it was just nothing. Like it was just nothing.
I know
The
some
views went
shit.
up though.
I'm not
It got
gonna
10,000 extra
I'm not
views,
gonna
too.
talk about it here, but I know some shit. I could get people paid off fake views too, but I'm not gonna do it though.
Okay.
Like I don't have the time to do it.
But from my experience, that's the problem is that like recently, somebody bought like 200,000 fake views on their interview.
You never get paid off.
But there's
that.
no money. Yeah, it's
you'll
not like we
never
get
paid
anything.
off that.
We
You
get
just-
no benefit out of it, and then I see it and like briefly it looks good to my eyes, and then I remember that he bought it. and
I'll
I'm
put
like,
out a video
okay.
or something, but you gotta learn. You gotta know how to. I got some shit going on. I have like, I can't tell them myself.
I used to like me judging like a rapper's success used to feel so much simpler. And now that I understand how many people are buying fake views, it
There's no
feels
point in-
Yeah.
That's why I
Yeah.
won't do it for my page because I just want to see where I stand with the world.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Am I really a factor or am I not? Like,
Mm.
you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't mind getting 37,000 views on a video. I don't mind getting 50. All my videos are creepers. Like, they'll do 100,000 or 200. Well, they'll do 100 and something thousand regardless. It'll be a year and a half or whatever, but people just pick up. Like, I got a little fan base and I'll get 10,000 views a month. It just happens like that on most of the videos until they die out.
Mm.
And I don't know if it was like delusion on my behalf, but my whole thought process was I actually have a lot more emotion than people that are getting more views. I don't understand. I feel like I deserve these views. That was like my thought process when I tried to do it. And then I bought the views and I was like, damn, fools are getting away with millions of fake views. How come I can't get away with
Because they
20,
have
30,000?
motion.
Yeah, but I had
So you didn't have 30,000 view motion. You had like 2,000 view motion in drip feed form. So if you would have 2,000 yourself every 2 weeks for the rest of the year, then it would have looked. Then you probably would have got paid.
I just figured that you're right, but I just probably I figured that's like a small enough number. Like I didn't think that
30,000 is a lot, bro. That's a lot.
the channel was
it's
on had
small
100K
because
subs. Like you know,
it's
like,
still a lot. 30K is a lot for content that nobody knows. You know, it's no ads, no campaigns ran on this. It's no nothing. It's not going viral nowhere. It's not recommended after other people's. You get what I'm saying? It's not connected to nothing. So that it's a lot. I read about. I mean, study.
What's the most
algorithms.
viral podcast clip that you think you've had since being on No Jumper?
most viral clip.
Or just any piece of content
For
that you've been on?
Well, for sure, the most viral clip is me getting fired on the air by a significant margin.
Kind of wish I didn't ask now.
No. Like, let's keep it a sec. The second one is me choking in a freestyle. You feel me?
Oh, where Suspect freaks out?
Yeah.
Or
like,
just laughs
That
for like
just came
5 minutes
across my
straight.
page when
Yeah.
Suspect was calling you ass.
No, because
Yeah,
somebody just posted like a screenshot of it on the Reddit, I think.
That's
Well,
what it was.
yeah.
and
I
that
saw
was
it
a whole
there.
other clip. That was when I spit my second
That
verse.
was Fat Cuz.
Yeah.
That's Fat Lush right there.
Yeah, that was Fat Lush and
Sober Lush.
yeah.
If you're interested in human theater, just seeing you rap and then seeing Suspect just laugh while you squirm, yeah, that was pretty good. That was pretty out of hand. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a devastating
You were
moment.
squirming?
Devastating. No, I was just like really frustrated because I'd been popping big shit. Like I'm like when it come to a cipher, like I rap better than all of y'all fools in a cipher, and that's what I was saying. You feel me? And I'm pushing this line. It really all started from Sharp being like, "Yo, I saw this clip of Lush rapping. I didn't know he was that good."
Ah.
Da 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 da. And then this is in our group chat, and then Suspects like, actually Lush sucks. Da 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 da. Like, and then it started this whole thing, and then I said, I'm better than all of y'all. So then we go there, and Josh just literally pulls up a AD type beat from YouTube, and AD like spits a
AD
verse,
type beat.
literally AD type beat.
I got the juice type beat.
You know, it sounded like a 2018 AD.
Aye.
But
Yeah, like
you know what?
YG.
That era, that was the same thing where you were supposed to rap and you go,
yeah,
and then you just
no,
freak-
the
You remember that?
it was
Yep.
no. That's the clip right there. That's the clip.
We got to bring it. Wait, should we play it?
Let's pull it
Yeah.
up. Let's pull it up. Let's pull it up.
What? Lush freestyle no jumper?
For episode 300. We pulling it up.
Oh, it's
no.
episode 300. 300 boys. You already know, man. I'm 600 though.
Bro,
This is the second-
They could do all that.
This is the
They
second
could
clip.
just
This
send
ain't
it.
even the real one.
Nigga, they can send a beat. They can say, I want it to
But another one.
look, please.
You did go live. Damn, I look
Your
crazy.
You're fat as shit with the most fucked up teeth. It's like a totally different guy.
Give me.
What do I look
Man.
like? You could never fuck with me. That was comical.
I honestly deserve to get laughed at that moment. No
That was
cap.
off the dome.
Out of the way. Oh my God.
Yeah, this is bad. That beat's kind of weird. No, there's another one though. Where
They got a short where he laughing.
Oh wait, really?
go back to the Almighty Suspect type beat.
This is crazy.
Bro, I was literally
Marathon across
reaching.
country, punk me. Do I look like Travis Barker? But I get them drums clapping.
Okay, ready? I got it. We had a request for this beat.
Look how hard he's laughing. Like nobody's
Marathon
ever.
across country, punk me. Do I look like Travis Barker? But I Bro, they could
Yo,
they could do
I'm
all
not
that.
gonna
I'm gonna sit
lie.
there.
They can
What
just
the
send
fuck
the
was you
beat.
talking about?
Wait,
Like?
how am I?
No, hey, here's the cold part is like if you like the shit was actually hard. Like if you
It
actually
was. It couldn't have been.
no the bar. I didn't rap it good or
Can
nothing,
we
but
get? Because he's gonna keep up, but because we have to listen to it.
Wait, which one?
no. Like we could.
So don't
That-
listen to it.
we
but it was
we
hard.
could, but I'm just saying like
that one's only 57
I
seconds.
didn't-
Maybe that
I
that'll-
didn't do it justice. Oh damn, we 605K for Lush getting.
This is
fired.
the best podcast we did this year.
This was an amazing podcast.
Oh
for
my
sure.
god, this was a mind-blowing podcast.
What about this? This guy was the most interesting part for sure.
Who?
Bees.
Bees.
I literally have zero recollection of.
Shout out Bees, but I might have like been more bothered by being on the podcast with him than anybody else in my history of podcasting. Like he's just really, it's kind of like an Apollo thing because I watched like a clip of Keem talking to Stet the other day. Oh my god! Like nobody has ever been worse at getting to the point than those dudes. They are just like talking about like their feelings about how, but they never actually talk about the thing and just use words to describe the thing. And yo, I wish that I could just like spend all my time on this podcast just like going through this clip that I watched of that Keem dude is like all right on camera. It's kind of like likable, but he just beats around the bush, dude. He just does not get to the point. It's crazy. It's like pathological. You look at Lush. Why? I feel like Lush is not like that. Okay, Lush might take a while to get to the point, but it's not like he's like.
He never gets to the point. Yeah,
Keem seems like there's somebody watching the podcast that he really doesn't want them to know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
So he can never really specify exactly what he's talking about. So he's like, so you was doing the little thing and you thought it was gonna be like that. But really, it was going to be about this other thing. It's like you're talking like a crowded space, and you want like the old lady next to you to not know that you're talking about selling drugs.
Sure.
I'm just into foreplay. I like to get it wet before I answer. That's it. Like like that's. It might take a little while, but she gonna bust.
Tom Cruise, he wants to go ahead.
What?
I thought you were
Oh,
going
sorry,
to
I
the
scrolled
fan
past
funded.
it. Oh, I was
Tom
just. I was,
Shoes.
why'd Chromass call you Adam 22 Pump? And also, Bricc Baby, can you send a link for the fake Negitech that you're always wearing? Wait, you really got a fake Negitech plug?
I wish the fuck I did. I've really spent. This is what I do have.
What?
I'm from the trenches.
Uh-huh.
They go get these every day, brother.
That
I'm
jacket?
paying half off.
You seem like you should be too hot right
No,
now.
I pay half off the Nike Tech stuff. My people going to go run in Nike. I'm from the trenches. I ain't yeah.
Oh, so that is a colorful Nike Tech. See, I'm
No,
like thinking
all
of
the-
them as only being like basic
This
colors.
a new
No, they got
colorway.
all camo. You could go to Nike Town. They got all the camo. They got the green, the black one that I had, and then they got this one.
Wow.
It's like a black and gray camo, a blue one. Told you I was
But-
going tech for the rest of the winter.
But
man.
but this dude also said, why Chromass call you Adam 22 Pump? She can call me whatever she wants. She,
Adam 22 pump.
but
jump.
she ain't lying. Yeah, when I got a tit job from her on camera, I had to like stop her during it to be like, nah, like I'm gonna nut. Like,
Yeah,
it's like,
how's someone gonna last more than a couple minutes with her?
yeah,
Like,
Chromass, I'm sorry, you're like ridiculously hot.
Ah.
You're obviously like mentally unwell because you didn't want to actually do porn for us and everything like that. But you look great.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was gonna nut everywhere.
for sure.
It's gonna be flying around the room. It's gonna be
Ah.
dripping down the walls.
I blow that coochie and asshole out.
Yeah.
I give her more than 22 pumps. Who want to bet? Let's put some money on it that I'll go more than 22 pumps. No perk.
New perk.
No perk.
Well, okay. Speaking of, everybody out there, I just downloaded the Everything 420 app because I'm out of flour and edibles. It's super easy to browse bongs, vapes, edibles, and their $4.20 section if you're shopping on a budget. Check it out and download the app using the link below. They've got deals for the holidays. Share your favorite product to order and add a fun twist. Maybe a funny story about an everything. Oh, wait. Fuck. My favorite products from everything420.com are the edibles are all incredible. The dope that we load up in the bong and smoke is great. And much more. They've got cookies, stizzy, runts. They got all that shit. Download the app with the link in the description, and you're gonna love it.
It's the best flower that you can get ordered to the front door, man. 420 guaranteed touchdowns, man.
I wish I knew about that last night because like obviously, like we don't really got to pay for weed. People give us weed, but I needed it, and it was late at night. If I had that app, I would have ordered that.
I pay for weed.
Oh, okay.
From everything420.com.
Yeah.
I used to be a drug trafficker, and then I found out about everything420.com.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Lush just thinks that every drug party is $0 down. That's his problem.
Yeah, I gotta contribute more to the drugs. That's true.
Well, the weed specifically. I don't want to see it contributing to like the crack fund.
I mean,
is there a crack fund here?
I'm for sure not passing my crack pipe to nobody.
Let me ask you a question. Lush, were you smoking crack on Friday?
No, I was.
There was
Were you worried about me?
I'm not gonna say I was worried, but there was definitely like little conversations happening when you were kind of like out of earshot. To be like, people were saying to me, and I was kind of didn't really know what to say. Of like, yeah, I don't know what the fuck he's on, and you also seemed like you had like a black eye.
Well, yeah, I got in a fight with somebody. But
who's somebody? Who's somebody?
You know who banged that motherfucker.
I got in a fight with somebody.
Hit him with a left hook. Bang this shit again. He needs to call the police.
Nah, there's a little thing that happened. Someone in the neighborhood, But
we don't actually know, so it's fair for us to ask. I think.
No, we could talk about it. But like, let me ask y'all this: was I annoying at the party?
Yeah, you were in that region for at least some of it.
You
Yeah.
want to see yourself dancing in my video?
I thought, was I terrible?
No, I mean you can't dance. But
I can't dance.
I was rapping and you were pulling me to the ground. Like,
Wait, I got a clip. I have a clip.
We're doing the boogie dance.
yeah, we're going crazy.
There was a boogie dance.
You like that dance?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
We
gonna
gotta make it go viral on TikTok. Everybody, when we drop tonight, or tomorrow, Christmas Eve, I need everybody to upload a TikTok doing the boogie dance. Go get your fake Nerf gun, your water gun, whatever gun, hold it in the air and hit your dance.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I like that song a lot.
Boogie dance.
It kind of didn't sound like your voice. It kind of felt like it was like sped up or like pitched up.
Yeah, no, it was just one of those nights.
It sounded good though. I like
Thank
that
you, bro.
song. Yeah, it's catchy.
Bricc got a high pitched bag. If like some of his like he'll
Yeah, it just was one of. So the song's like 1.5 years old.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Donnie, is your email?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sending it right now because this clip to me, I just want people at home to like judge Lush's
It shows
sobriety.
like how much self awareness I lack because I thought I was like the life of the party
Were
and
you
like
busting
everyone
off a
thought I was.
jigget?
No, honestly, I was just drinking. You feel me? Like
Liquor turns you up though.
I was just drinking and like kind of like already had a case of the fuckets like earlier in the day, and then when I was like, oh, this is the thing. Like shit, it's probably better that I be around the homies like in a chilling environment because I was just gonna go to the casino and while out and do some other shit.
I mean, you were kind of doing the like, you're fucked up, so you're like telling everybody how much you love them thing, but then they're like not really sure how to take it because it's kind of like
you're faded.
I don't know like how to process this, especially somebody like me who already has a hard time dealing with like compliments in the first place, and it's kind of just like, wow, this is a lot, and I don't know what I think of where you're at this moment.
Yeah,
but then you don't want to like shit on it because it's like
Love to see your homie happy.
Yeah, you like to see your homie happy, but it's like you kind of don't trust where the happiness is necessarily coming from.
And really, like, I like, really, all I said was like, yo, like, I hella appreciate you, bro. You're the homie no matter what. Da, 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 da. You know, I fuck with you for real. That's like what I said to you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't anything like much crazier than that, but I was feeling myself, and I was like around the homies, and I know that, like, looking back, because when I got home, my girl was like, damn, like, you was tripping. Like, I watched you on
Oh, she saw you on the story.
Yeah,
Oh,
she's like, I seen you on Gunner's stream, you wilding, talking about fucking Sexy Red from behind and all this crazy shit.
See, I didn't even see that, but that doesn't surprise me either.
Yeah, like, so I guess I was fucking up. I don't know.
You were talking about giving Stet the buka buka. What'd that mean?
Yeah, what are you?
Did I say that?
Trying to give Stet a buka buka for?
Did I say that?
No, I was just kidding. I saw that in the chat. I had to say.
I feel like Dejan and Stet are closer to buka buka and each other.
Well, you know they're okay. I paid attention enough. Shout out to We Starvin', because I pretty much like wouldn't know about this if it wasn't for his story. But or his feed, actually, he posts about it like everything I needed to know. I feel like I got from his shit.
Yeah.
Dejan and Stet, basically, like, Dejan came onto that podcast and took it over, and then Stet left now, and Dejan said that he won't do the podcast with him again unless they fight.
Oh wow.
But one of them said, was it T-Rail said that Dejan marked Stet out? It was one of them. I don't know if it was someone on that pod said that.
Yeah, because I think like there was a day where
you just got a poppy in his mouth. Go ahead.
There was a day where Dejan got there early, and then Stet basically like wanted his chair because like the front chair is his, and Dejan was basically like, "Nah, I ain't giving you the chair." So then Stet ended up like leaving. It didn't? Oh shit. It's this one because I chose to use mail drop. I could airdrop it, but no. Oh, you want me to, okay, I'm just gonna airdrop it to your phone then. I do think it's a worthwhile. It says waiting clip. But yeah, I don't know. That's
of his True Religion sweats.
Those are hard.
Yeah, I'm super jealous.
But I mean, imagine that. Imagine like you're doing a podcast probably for like pretty much free, and then they just take this fucking fat cum guzzling skittle boy and just let him come onto the podcast, and all of a sudden you're like not even comfortable going on your own podcast, and now he's demanding a fade. That's crazy. That's very unexpected.
I would beat the shit out of a motherfucker who can't do 2 push-ups. That if you don't go over there and beat the shit out, sock him, move, hit him 2 times, move. Every time you hit him, move.
No, you're just gonna say he got stabbed or shot, like, you know what I mean?
And then choke his fat ass out. If you jump on his back, he's not getting you off.
But to be real, I seen a little clip of Pun saying that he's like Stet's not welcome back. So I feel like Stet probably like feels so disrespected from all those, like, not everyone, but like from a bunch of people over there. They're like, in his mind, it's like, why the fuck would I put effort into bringing this back or like becoming part of this again?
I don't know. To me, like, and
for the record, Pud, we could dance whenever you ready, nigga. You out of shape ass nigga. I will really beat the shit out you, boy. I hope you don't think a nigga scared of you. No grappling, no grabbing, nigga. Head up fade on the dead homies. I beat your ass. There ain't no way you can see me, and I'm standing on that. Whatever you want to do. Whoa. But I'm gonna leave it there. Since you just want to talk, now I'm gonna make your fat ass work out. Let's do it.
Gangbanger friend request, fade request.
Let's do it since y'all want to do that. And then after that, since I'm giving you the uneven fade first, on the dead homies, you can run it with Rad or Gordy. You pick your poison, nigga. But we beat your ass, nigga. And I was in Compton all weekend. Well, not all weekend. I was in Compton, and the last thing I was worried about was running into a pun.
Gordy not mad at you?
What?
Oh yeah, we forgot to talk about that.
We never talked about that.
What? Gordy being mad?
Well, yeah.
You did have a clip kind of calling you out, right?
Who?
Gordy?
Fuck Gordy. Gordy was just with me all weekend. Gordy was trying to get some traction or something. I didn't even see it. Gordy can't go against me. Whatever it probably was him trolling me, trying to do some shit.
It was a play.
It was a play.
That's a catchphrase now.
Yeah.
It was a play.
Yeah, but no, I really didn't see it, and I just was with him. I don't know about the mad at me type shit.
Well, I think it had something to do with like you volunteering him for fades and like things like that, and he was like, "What the fuck is Bricc talking about?"
Yeah, nigga, get your fat ass up and fight, nigga. The fuck is you talking about, nigga?
We were just with Skrilla.
Our Skrilla from Philly.
Yeah, and he really liked. He got us to
Respected
spin back that clip of the shooting that happened while he was attempted to do an interview.
Yeah, with me.
He loves that clip.
He loves it.
He really wants us to put it out, but I told
we
him
can't.
probably not a good idea.
Yeah.
All right, you want to watch this?
He was with me. I made sure. Did he tell you? I made sure he got up out of there. He followed me out the building.
Yeah.
Need my feature, nigga. No, I'm just playing. Nah, but we'll be dope friends, Skrill. Tap in.
All right,
We get
let's
Friday.
watch. This was from the No Jumper pop up thing, weed collaboration drop that we did on Friday.
Hey, what you gonna do for the phone? What you gonna do for it?
What you gonna do for it?
What you gonna do for it? What you gonna do? You feel me? That ain't come with a price, Bricc. It come with.
What the fuck are you on, dude?
I'm sober as a bitch.
Oh, okay.
This is the actual me, Adam.
You go to a Tony Robbins seminar or something? You're in a different state of mind. I don't know.
I'm with my peoples, my good people.
Player partners?
My partner players. This is why you hired me, bro. You don't even know. This is the actual me.
Like a mascot. Just bring the energy. Yeah.
This is the actual me. Like fools ain't never seen me in my element. Hey, what Bricc gonna do for this though?
Buka. Stick it in his ass.
What Bricc gonna do?
Put it in his ass. Look how quick I was able to convince you to put something in Brick's ass. See, you're too shook to even like put something in a homie's ass. If you were really about that life, you would have oiled it up. Hold on.
I see nothing.
That part.
I see nothing
you
wrong.
You were on some shit. You put a phone in my ass the other day.
I see nothing wrong with anything.
Yeah, bro. Talk about you sober as hell, bro. I started to turn around and trip.
It was
I know
adjacent.
My white boy.
It was adjacent to your ass. It was like close. to
No,
your
I
ass.
felt it touch my pants.
Wow, I just remembered I never wrote a title for this.
For what, the show?
Yeah. I should probably
Rihanna.
send one.
Yeah, 300. Bang.
Wait, the NJ show. Let's show them how this is made. The NJ show number 300. Is this serious? How is it 300 already?
Yeah.
Adam
Have I been here for a second?
ruined.
Well, there wasn't 2 No Jumper shows a week until this year, right?
Oh, that's a good point. That's definitely helping it speed
Yeah.
by. Yeah. Okay, wait. I'm just trying to think like what else would be good to put in there. Okay, Lush intervention.
Oh, there's like after this episode of Goblins podcast drops on Christmas Day, everyone's gonna want like a Lush intervention 100%.
Why you were faded on the podcast?
No, I was just like very candid about my like drug use and what that entails and things like that. So yeah.
I want to get high with that guy. We should do some heroin.
He's like
He doesn't do all that, right?
yeah, nah.
We can't do black tar with each other? Fuck him.
I mean,
Can't book me for an interview.
Oh,
we
wait.
could, Bricc.
Okay, there, boom. I just wrote the title really fast. Pressure was on. I wrote some stuff. Who knows if we'll actually talk about anything I just wrote down. But
I could see that guy being annoying at a party. I'm not gonna lie.
Bricc or you?
Me, like I could see that. Like if I wasn't me, I could see that guy being annoying. Like
It was a lot of energy. It was a lot of like us looking at each other when you would turn around, just kind of like, whoa, like what's going on? Which it's not like shit talking behind your back, but it is kind of like, wow, like okay, this is a lot.
yeah, and like sometimes like I said in that clip, people that have known me for years, or if I'm in like, you know, in my element with my homies, I have like boisterous energy and I'm like that, but it's not necessarily that unhinged per se. Like I don't like to be talked about in a negative way when I leave, as to where like not that people are doing something wrong by doing it. I don't like to give people a reason. You know what I mean? I like to be like a fun guy that's, you know, adding to the
A chill guy.
Yeah, chill guy. You feel me? Like, but I don't want to be like a burden at a party. That's annoying.
Yeah, it was just definitely kind of like, whoa, like that. like you were like a more extreme version of like the wildest version of you I've ever seen on this podcast. I felt like,
Yeah, that's fair.
and I don't know exactly like what your scheme is to get into that frame of mind, so I don't want to like pass judgment too hard. But in that clip, you say like, "No, I'm sober. Like I'm fully sober."
Well, obviously, that's like.
But I like assume people are not lying.
Yeah.
Which, like, because I watched, like, me and Josh were talking about it, and I mentioned that you said that, and Josh said, like, well, you know, the number one rule of an addict is that they're always lying about everything. And I was like, oh, right.
This is true.
I forget about that. Yeah.
This is true. And there's definitely, look, like, you know, player relapse towards the end of 2022, whatever.
Right before you got back on No Jumper or right after?
No, like before. If you look, the first episode of I'm getting faded with y'all like my first time back here.
Oh, okay, because it was the No Jumper show, and then we did the one with bees and shit.
Yeah,
right?
so the first one we did was with Bricc and DW.
Yeah,
and that's the when Suspect called in and Sadie Perry, like player got put through the ringer. You feel me? That was actually dope.
You run that fade.
Dope.
That was when I liked Lush.
Yeah, that was a good one. Look,
outside,
Lush's return 9 months ago. That was a good one. 5 hours? How the hell did we do a 5-hour podcast?
Yeah, we were here.
Such a wild crew. Look at Bricc looking like the old Bricc in the back there. Look at me with the fresh hair transplant hair.
Yeah, that was interesting.
DW Flame coming back.
So okay,
hired DW Flame.
Should we break that down? Should we give you the floor to speak on running into your op?
Yeah, man. Well,
where'd you run into him?
So I had a toy drive in Compton that my PR had already had me. Well, that I donated to, and my PR had me come out and do some charity work, even community work. I wouldn't call it charity work, but as I'm there for like an hour. Then I see DW girlfriend hit the corner. Look, I'm like, oh, this was going on. These feet don't run. So, you know what I mean? That wasn't nothing going to happen as far as running at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, we hear Moneybag Rose happened to be there also.
Okay.
So,
who I just interviewed. Go check that out.
Yeah. So Moneybag Rose, I saw him when I walked up. We dapped hands, whatever. Now it's DW walking in. So now he come to get me like, DW here. I'm like, man, you don't get in the middle of what me and DW got going on, because we not teaming up on him, because it's 2 neighborhoods here that he don't get along with. And you know what I mean? He's by himself. We all really by ourselves, just happen to see each other. So, and I'm like, this for the kids. So when I see him, I'm going to keep it G. I go out to shake his hand. He like, what's up with you, 3? Like, come on, bro. Like, da. He don't shake my hand. So when he don't shake my hand, I tell my wife, I'm like, hold on. I'm like, hey, man, you need to go holler away from the kids. Because at this point, whatever we finna do, we just ain't gonna let the kids see it. So we was at a pyro function. It was called L7. That was the name of the group that through the toy drive. It was a lot of dudes from Ludus Park Pyro there. They like, you know what I'm saying? This our hood. I'm like, look, we ain't trying to bring no drama to your hood, but we got to figure something out. They like, look, y'all go to the back. Y'all figure it out. You know what I mean? Don't do nothing too crazy in our hood.
Fighting at the toy drive is nasty work already.
But I mean, if it has to happen that way, so DW, in my eyes, he's allotted not to want to fuck with me, and I'm allotted not to want to fuck with him. We tried so many times to get along, and the internet tore down our relationship. And I think that we both are understanding of that. And we both fell victim to listening to outsiders multiple times, to where it'll alter how you feel about the person that you actually genuinely want to fuck with and be friends with. And at the end of the day, he like, why you just don't be keeping it 100 about stuff when you on the shit? I'm like, I ain't never lied. That's y'all. You let P Nice run off with a story saying that he choked me over some insane shit, instead of you keeping it real, like bro was about to crash out and nigga, my brother grabbed him up and stopped him from crashing out. You get what I'm saying? All because you guys needed the extra clout because you guys were leaving No Jumper. None of this was said while you guys were working at No Jumper. So you talking about the shit that I've been saying about you, like the shit, anytime you say something about me, I'm telling him, I'm gonna say something 6 times worse. It's not gonna be a thing where we're gonna cordially talk about each other. Like, I know that you're a genuine person, but you mentioned my name on YouTube, I'm coming back with You get what I'm saying? Like, that's the YouTube world. So if you're not ready for that, then don't step into it. You get what I'm saying? And his advice to me was like, look, them people ain't really your homie. You see, I was standing with you when all this shit was going on. I made the mistake. I was ready to go against the world with you. And then every time you got on the phone with these people, it was like you was trying to please your homies and tell them like whatever they wanted to hear about the situation. And I'm like, listen, we ops. And when I get on the phone, 9 times out of 10, I'm not going to call my ops by the right name. So therefore, anytime they drop a conversation and me talking about my ops, you're probably going to hear the diss word. I be respecting people publicly because that's what we do, because we trying to push a whole nother narrative. But if you catch me on the phone, but he like, that wasn't even a problem. You talk about Gordy said it to my face a million times. I said I didn't. You listened to it and that's what you wanted to take it as. I said Gordy said it not even 8 feet away from you multiple times, and I had to stop Gordy on multiple occasions from saying that. And I said, I don't know how you didn't hear this nigga dissing your hood and he wasn't too far away.
Well,
that's what I said.
The whole thing kind of started because he said something.
Yeah. I mean, we over that. Like, I said that too. Like, let's all get to the bottom of everything started when you disrespect the neighborhood.
And you weren't tripping, like, you know, because you didn't really register.
I mean, he apologized within 5 to 2 seconds that he fucked up.
Yeah.
So there's no point of me harassing somebody who come from the other side about something that they apologize for. It ain't no point of me.
I just thought
there.
it was y'all had a relationship as to where you could like talk to each other like that and it wasn't no thing.
Nah. We ain't never gonna have a relationship where you allow another person to dish your set. Like, that's just not gonna happen. But you know what I mean? And like I told him as a man, I'm like, however you feel and however you want to go about it, that's what we can do. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I doubt that both of us want to fight. I didn't say that, but it's like, if you feel like we didn't try to mend this motherfucking relationship too many times and we just got to get it out the way, I offered that multiple times. I was on the phone with Draws with Big U and P Nice, and I told him we'd come down there and line it up with you niggas. Like, this has all been in talks every time. You get what I'm saying? Like, I feel like me, DW, P Nice, and I don't want some YouTube shit to escalate into possible gang war.
Real shit.
Yeah.
This is bad.
This is bad. Yeah,
we don't want to give Flacco a thumbnail that easily.
Yeah.
But he gonna do the thumbnail either way.
Yeah. So you know,
gonna make your face have the big teeth thing.
Oh, that's the new wave.
What is that thing?
I don't know. Where did he get
and
that idea?
He was like, and you know that we lightweight cool, and you never went on the internet and cleared it up. And I said, you went on back on Figgy, you didn't clear it up either. So all the shit that I'm guilty of, I'm playing the same ball as you. Yes, it's petty, and I'm gonna keep doing it. Like, we could go, and he like, well, we gonna sit down and clear it up all together, and you know what I'm saying? See if, you know, we call you the white boy. See if the white boy down with it, we'd go run it back.
I'm with whatever.
So
the white boy is with whatever.
Why did whatever that shouts to that organization sounds like they're doing some good things, but shouts to El Sev. I mean, obviously they know what's going. They know who y'all are enough to know that maybe it wouldn't be the best idea to have y'all at the same function as invited guests. That's somewhat of a misstep.
What gangbangers do know is when we all come together blue and red for the kids, that none of that exists.
Okay.
In a perfect world.
In a perfect world, like, especially entertainers, like, what we about to do, come show our ass and put a black eye on our name when we already gangbangers that they don't want to fuck with.
I will say about the way that DW thing happened with you is that it's like, if in the course of No Jumper history, if I was ever to like put 2 street dudes or 2 gang members or whatever on the same podcast again, I would sit them down and I would go through exactly how that shit happened with you and DW and just be like, this is worst case situation where some shit that is like a street thing ends up being a podcast thing. And then even if you and the other person get on cool terms, like, you just need to look and watch and witness how other people will insert themselves into these situations and will just, you know, happily egg this shit on to create content for their own platforms. And this is something that, like, if y'all are going to be on the same podcast, you need to be aware that this is going to happen.
For sure.
And you need to, like, actively go against it. You know, like
For sure.
there's so many like repeating themes as this podcast gets older and older that it's like I feel like I could like warn people about shit in advance, or I could like lay it out to them like this is how this is going to happen.
We call that lacing somebody's chucks in the hood.
Okay,
You can lace their chucks.
I'm gonna lace your chucks.
Yeah.
But like that's like I feel like I probably should do more of that, like foreshadowing off camera to be like, listen, this is like how this is most likely going to play out because I've seen this exact dynamic take place over
For
the
sure.
years.
And I did, and that's what I had to explain to him. I said, whether you like it or not, we made history. We're like the first generation wave of like real street niggas that podcast and gangbang. We tried to make something happen, and it wasn't gonna be easy because we was coming from two sides of town and we were learning in real time. It wasn't like we were learning on pre-records. We were learning in live how to deal with each other on camera. Like that mistake could easily happen in the room with no cameras on and it wouldn't be a problem. But you got to be extra sensitive on what you do on camera in live time if you're gonna let the community that you live in outside of your entertainment world control your mental.
Because there's been stuff like live is insane, and we don't really give it enough credit, but live is crazy.
Really is.
There's been times on the Whack Pod where we've got into it about some shit, and that shit definitely got deleted. And realistically, if it had happened live, it would have been different. It would have been way different because we wouldn't have been able to avoid it. Instead, like there are situations of things that we had to remove from the podcast that I think he and I both agree were moments where we got a lot of respect for each other. But if it had happened on live, it would have been the complete opposite. Where it would have been like, oh, you disrespected the fuck out of each other.
It's the ego thing now, and it's live, so it's like, fuck that.
And then we're all getting 50 fucking phone calls about it, breaking down, oh, this is why he's a dick, and he's a dick. And instead, it becomes this thing that we kind of remember, but it's not like we had to have hundreds of thousands of people watch it.
Yeah, it'd be me and him. Like, me and DW could have, because we talked it out right after the show anyway. He left early. He called, as soon as he seen the show ended, he called back like, yeah, you know I never disrespect you like that. Like, hopefully the cameras didn't pick that shit up. Like, I just, I be around your homies. I don't want you to feel like I'm just one of them secret people that hate you. Like, I just was kicking it with the Hoovers, getting drunk. Nigga, we was smoking Newports, and you know how that go.
Did you know, did you have any idea of what a huge deal that was going to be, like, the moment that it happened, or were you just
Yeah, but he said it so low that I didn't think I didn't know his mic was right in front of his face. I thought he, like, leaned over like me talking to you. So when it was like, it could have been a big deal if I addressed it. That was the reason why I didn't address it right there like that. Like, damn, bro, because I didn't want the rest of the homies to be like, fuck that nigga. You don't need to be dealing with him.
Spider-Lug was the supervillain and all that, huh?
He's the one who posted it and then said he didn't even hear it. Somebody had to point it out to him. You know what I mean? It's just all type of stuff. Then, if that's the case, you didn't rush to clear it up. Then when the 40s chimed in, you was the first one to platform him and his feelings. So it's like, I don't know.
But so
Spider joke is just a joke.
Oh Lord. So you guys you and DW were on good terms by the end of this stuff. Because I saw some people pointing out that you reposted the photo of y'all together, but he didn't.
Yeah, he probably didn't because he got some more explaining. See, me, I don't give a fuck. On hood, like whatever my homies think, that's what they think, nigga. Just nigga, make sure you keep thinking it, nigga. On the dead homies, nigga. Cause if I ain't violated no rules to get DP, don't talk to me about no cripping, nigga. Cause I crip by the book and I do something to you, and every nigga over there know that.
Did y'all wind up dapping up later? Y'all took a flick together.
Yeah, we did all that. We did all that. He didn't. DW probably said some shit to his homies where. And then he probably want to make sure it's genuine when we sit down and all that. I reposted it because it's like, look, they gonna talk about it, and I'm not missing a week of content. I would keep it real. The DW Bricc Baby is one of the biggest sagas of 2024 in the No Jumper universe. The crash out was over that shit. So it's like, anytime that I have that action is speaking a segment on this and especially concluding it in a good way, I couldn't wait to do it.
But you want to know what's weird about that though? It's like, so I seen a clip of the gummy bear basically saying, like, basically taking credit because that show that he has, fair to say, is that it went from, I don't know, like 10,000 views to now averaging 20, 30,000.
Yeah.
And he's like mega taking credit for that. He's super proud of that. But the reality is that it's easy to get a bunch of views off conflict and beef and drama, you know?
For
and it's
sure.
like, it's difficult to get consistent views off just good conversations and people being cool with each other and good vibes and everything like that.
Not 6 digits off drama. You're really not.
Yeah, and I mean, what is the difference between 10,000, 20,000? You know, it's like it is. It's
$50.
good. Obviously, you want to see. Yeah, it's like $50 maybe if you're like fully monetized.
Yeah.
Which is like, granted, that's pretty good when you're like starting at a very very small number. The idea of doubling it's got to feel pretty good. But like,
For sure.
you know, I could think of all kinds of shit that we could put together on this podcast that would be like more dramatic, more bullshit. And there is a part of me that is like, okay, we should let's have people on here who are like more antagonistic, that are going to cause more shit. But ultimately, you know, you want to like feel comfortable coming in here. It's very hard to have like prolonged beef on a podcast and have it like continually raise the bar in terms of how many people are interested in watching it. And sometimes when I think about even like the era that people like the most of the No Jumper Show, when I think back on it and how many views and stuff, it's like, well, yeah, it was doing real good views wise, but then it also was like we were at each other's fucking throats.
We were miserable
each week, and a lot of us like hated it.
Yeah.
Like me and AD blatantly were not getting along at all for months and months and months. But before we like fully were not getting along on camera, it was like there was this whole era of him kind of like antagonizing shit and like pissing me off, and I'm sure that was super funny to the audience and stuff, but the shelf life of it was obviously not as good. And even like the house phone thing, him and I were going back and forth, and there was a lot of like weirdness for a little while. But yeah, I mean, like it, like
real weird.
I would rather do a podcast that gets 100,000 every week and is like enjoyable and not a bunch of drama than getting 200,000. And meanwhile, it's like very difficult to even want to show up, which sometimes it feels like that. Those are kind of like the options.
And well, genuine question is Fair to Gay, like, is it actually a good podcast or like?
I mean, I've mostly only watched like a couple minutes at a time in clips. I don't know, but I do know that like Dejan came around, and the one kid, Scotty, he left.
I kind of liked Scotty.
Yeah, he was all
Is
right.
that the show that looks like this?
Yeah, basically. Yeah, they have a similar
They have a
table.
No Jumper room.
Well, it's basically
They have a shelf in the back too, bro.
it's their version of the news in the sense that it's like it's all of their non-primary hosts. It's like their homies that they've like brought together
the
to
little homies, the littlest bros.
the littlest homies. Yeah, like you know, but it started I think with like Stead and like Scotty and shit,
And Illa too,
and
right?
Illa,
Who,
right?
by the way, is probably the best one of for sure the best
Is
podcasters
Illa the
over
one
there.
that I fuck?
Yeah, wait, what?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That who fucked?
I said that I will fuck. It's one bitch on there that I wouldn't mind fucking.
You would probably be down for
Okay.
cutting it
Illa's,
up. Yeah.
Illa's attractive.
She
from,
seems cool.
From Frisco. She
My
hella
bad,
cool.
Illa. I ain't trying to.
No,
do
she
that
hella
like
cool.
that.
She actually a dope person. Like no
You
cap.
had though. You had. My bad.
But is
I
she
ain't
the
trying
one
to
that
get
I'd
it.
fuck is like saying like, yo, is it just me or am I cold?
Yeah.
It's like I'm asking you for an update on my
Yeah.
inner
Like,
compass.
would you fuck her? Like, is that the one that you'll fuck too?
What you're either talking about Illa or Dijon's, and we know you already hit that. So
Yeah, that's what I said.
She may be losing the
And-
thickness war
and-
there. Yeah.
and
Yeah,
Gina
that's
needs
true.
ass
That's gotta
wipes,
be
so
harsh.
I don't know.
proportions might be better. Thickness, he might got.
Yeah. I mean, hey, size is what it is. But anyway, like, so I don't even know what that podcast is now. Like,
Yeah.
she's on it, and then he's on it, and then that other kid's 6. I think he's on it. Well, I don't even know. Maybe.
Track 14 on the T-Fly album.
I mean, yeah, but like, what are people gonna stay tuned in with when he's like done beefing with everybody? I don't know. That's like the question.
It seems like he gets a lot of
He's
support
not
from the
gonna-
higher ups, though.
He's
Like,
not
the-
gonna be, because he's
but they're not
the
the victims of it. They see him as like kind of like stress testing everybody, you know?
The higher ups is getting booked by cuz. The higher ups love a glizzy eater. Who the fuck is you talking about?
But I feel like
You talk about the higher ups at FMW, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they all.
T-Rail love get his dick sucked.
I mean, but they're not like homophobes. Largely,
They're
I don't think.
homos. What? How the fuck would they be phobes?
I mean,
They're bi. Okay,
I don't think
wasn't that.
AD hates gay people. So
I
like,
don't think AD
it's
is
whatever.
gay, dude.
Does T-Rail hate gay people? No, I think like deep down inside he might actually have a little zest to him.
AD, he did. T-Rail's gay. He has a skincare routine.
Yo, why was I talking to my girl yesterday about my skin? And she was like, well, maybe you need a skincare routine. And I was like, damn, I did have a bar dissing skincare routines.
Get a skincare routine, bro.
You think I should?
You might as well just do the fucking trans.
No, there's nothing wrong with having a skincare routine. There's something wrong with having
Making videos about it?
Video with Lizzo playing in the background.
Wait, is that real?
That's real.
Oh,
No.
Yeah.
When you're a man, you wake up, you put that fucking Neutrogena on your face, and if that doesn't work, use the acne wipe. If not, thug it out with how you look, brother.
I use Method Men.
Yeah, you're not. Is that a peel?
No, it's just like
He
some
had a
shit that
peel.
comes in a bottle.
He had a peel and mask.
Take it. Oh, a peel.
A peel.
Oh, I thought you were saying a pill.
Yeah, no, like a peel.
No, it was a very detailed
A
routine.
chemical peel. With the
narrated by one of like the most sensual Lizzo songs on the market.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, I'm high key down. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of wild to see that whole thing taking place.
Is that show live? They don't do it
No.
live. No. And it's crazy when y'all brought that up earlier. I don't think people realize how steep the learning curve is for being a no jumper like host on a live stream show. There's no margin for error whatsoever. You have to, you're like you said, we learning on the fly, and any mistake you make, you gonna suffer that consequence in front of the world.
Yeah.
Like it's not as easy as people think.
That's what we should do. We should test Custer's gayness on the OnlyFans live.
Who's Custer?
Live. Custard. Fat Cuz.
Oh, right.
Take him on the OnlyFans live, a live stream, him and a man, and see how gay he'll really get. Because I don't think he's gay. He gotta suck dick and get hit in order to be gay, bro. He's not gonna get away with saying that he's gay just because he talks like this.
So you don't think he's getting piped?
No.
Why? Why do you think that?
First of all, who even's finna fuck on him?
I mean, there's somebody for everybody, right?
There's somebody for everybody.
I
But it's
didn't-
like, how even then? How?
I legit did not
Can
think
he can't tie his shoe.
He probably could. He probably has
Was
like
he
a
getting a
wand.
4-pointer stand?
He probably
4-point
wears
stand?
Velcro shoes.
Or is he like on all fours like a dog?
Probably like one of these.
He can't put his knee to his chest. What are you
What if he
talking
puts it out to
about?
the side so it kind of goes around the belly?
So who even wants to go through that first and foremost? And then
What-
where?
you gotta
Where
do what you
is
gotta
the
do.
person? Where is he? Why is they not happy? It's Christmas time. Why don't they have fucking bell collars around their neck?
Haven't a lot of people seen his lover?
I'm picturing like
No.
I know we haven't, but apparently, so there's a dude that would be on his IG story that apparently was not his man. That was just
That's
his
his
homie.
homie.
Yeah,
That's the nigga he played football with in high school.
like I pictured like a Farnsworth
He
Bentley
was on the
esque.
football team. He's not that gay, bro.
Deja was on a
Deja
football team.
played football for Inglewood every year. It was a factor.
Was he the center?
Nope,
if
he
you-
didn't even hike the ball.
If he was the center,
He
he's
was
gay.
a nose guard though.
What's gay about the center?
The center's
I
a
don't
guy
the
that
ball.
bends over and throws the ball behind his
Oh,
leg,
yeah,
in
yeah,
between
that-
his legs.
Yeah,
That's
he's
that's
for
the
sure.
yeah,
gayest
yeah, yeah.
position in
Yeah.
football. Yeah,
Wow.
like
Yeah. You have to prove it, Adam. I just don't think so, bro. He's not giving gay.
So he has
What
to post
about
some
him?
sort of gay porn for you to believe it.
At least kiss him for Christmas.
or holding
Bring
hands
it-
with a dude.
Bring the New Year's in with him. Why don't you guys have any photo shoots together? What are you hiding? Why did you come out the closet to hide? You could have stayed in the closet.
I mean, hey, I'm kind of with you. Yeah.
I
You
want
get what I'm saying? Like, everybody wants to put this like, oh, he's gay, he's gay. I'm not even letting you take that one. You is a loser that's insecure about your weight and you don't know which way you want to go.
But-
Whoever takes you, you'll take it.
I'm very taken aback. I'm really kind of proud of our side because Flacco laid waste to him. Did you guys all peep that?
Heard he put belt to ass.
Oh, belt was put to ass. That was
Yeah.
bad. I never even heard of a mook before in my whole fucking life.
That's like an East Coast. That's the Philly coming out of Flacco right there.
And it's typically used for a gay person?
No. Like, so what I've heard the word mook, like mook is like a word that fools use for like a low level thug. Like you're just like a little punk. You're a store runner. You're a fucking mook.
Yeah.
That's like, you know,
fucking PI.
I want to say damn near
Booty.
Italian said it first, and it had subtle racial
yeah,
connotations to it. Yeah,
yeah.
literally what I was about to say. Yeah, it's like in that same vein, but it's whatever it was. Incompetent. Yeah, like a truck. We say out here like
A lame is an incompetent person. Like a mook, a lame, a PI. It's all the same.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real. I never really heard mook, or at least not specifically for a gay person. That was kind of surprising to me.
Yeah.
But either way, Flacco just like
murder mook.
And you know what it was? Flacco was destroying him without using any of the heavy artillery that he could have used. Because he could have made fun of him for pretending to get shot. Instead, he like just kind of he just kept talking about how he was lit and how Dejan wasn't, and how his views sucked.
And where was his man when he was recovering? Why you was with your daddy?
Well, there was really no recovery to be had
I'm just
from my
saying
perspective.
though, why you wasn't posting pictures of your man feeding you your favorite ice cream and cookies?
But wait, so you think he's faking being gay?
I think he was to be gay. I don't think that he's had sexual intercourse with a man.
I just don't think anyone could fake that voice and that demeanor.
What do you mean? It's a lot of soft ass niggas around this motherfucker.
But not like that. Like he's like a real
I could
Southern
introduce
belle.
you to like 3 of them
Debutante
right now.
I
rolled toward me. I
didn't think bro was gay for the lot, and that's why like when I first was like getting on his helmet, one of the reasons why in reality why I got brought back to No Jumper is because I was roasting Dijon. If you really look back at the trajectory, and that started a beef and it all started from that. And I'm like calling him a sassy auntie and zesty, and I'm 3 cinnamon rolls away from my deathbed. But I didn't know bro was gay. I never would have got at him with like homophobic. I didn't call him like an F slur, but I wouldn't have had that same. I thought he was just a straight flaming dude. You know what I mean? Like a straight dude that just acts super like off-brand and gay. But that's why I kind of agree with Bricc. Maybe he's not. We have not seen any proof.
I don't have no proof of him being gay. Just like your homeboy that always lied about fucking bitches when we was kids, and then like you've never seen him like, bro, yo, I'll make you come in the house at 10 o'clock.
Right.
You can't come out on the weekends. You not fucking bitches in the bathroom because I'm fucking bitches on the stairs in the bathroom. You ain't never there. I run into the players all the time. Like, hey, bro, when you done, let me know so I could. We had spots in school where we fucked the bitches.
Of course.
Especially Culver City. Like, I had plenty cuts at Culver City.
The creek?
Plenty cuts at what right up under the little, what? The creek go crazy. But I'm talking about on the stage. I get cracking
On
at
campus,
school.
yeah.
I used to put tissue in the gym door. So the basketball gym was my spot.
Well, I think you are asking the important questions. We can't let anybody be out here fake claiming homosexuality.
Yeah, like the community should be calling for action.
False rainbow flag.
Where are the community activists?
Yeah, that's what I need to do. I need to go to HQ and have them. It's somebody out here pretending to be one of you guys for financial gain. No, for real. That's it's for financial gain at this point. It's like, oh, the gay rap critic.
No, he's for show stacking his affirmative action points through the roof with that gay claim.
Yeah, because you over here talking about that's the only one with good pussy. Like, come on, man. If you said I fucked you, then nobody fuck you. Because why you gotta lie about some dick?
But that's the funny thing is that you started to realize hearing him argue with Flacco that he has like a playbook that like the same thing you did with you, where he basically just like accused you of being gay. He kept doing that to Flacco. Like, you were trying to fuck me. You was talking about my back shot wins. You want to fuck me. And it's just like, okay, like nobody believes that Flacco and you try to fuck you. What are you talking about? Yeah.
But it is true. We have seen there's no confirmed kills Like when soldiers from the army, everyone talked about who they chipped and that. But if you don't have a confirmed
and
kill,
he said he was gonna expose somebody up here. He didn't try 3 different people already. Like, get over it, bro. You wanted to fuck everybody in here. You didn't have the courage to ask. One of us would have fucked you.
really,
It wouldn't have been me, but somebody would have fucked you.
who would it have been?
Josh.
Josh looking pretty cute lately.
Josh
Wait,
been in the gym and shit. He would have tested that shit out.
Josh preamed up now.
You're telling me the whole pack is only $2.99?
Nah, it's only 2 of them in there.
Oh, still pretty cheap compared to backwoods, huh?
Yeah.
Nah, for 2 backwoods, how much is 2 backwoods?
Well, I used to buy a pack of 5 for like 7, 8, but now I feel like it's probably like $10.
Nah, I feel like it's probably like $6.
Six is the
buying.
low for
nobody's
woods.
buying woods no more.
Really?
Nobody. You got grabba and you got loose leaves. It's like, who the fuck is taking the tobacco out?
That's
of
why it was
the
wild
bud
at
anymore?
Rolling Loud, because they had like a whole airplane hangar for
They trying to
promoting
come back.
backwoods.
They
And they're
trying
like,
to come back.
they're giving out packs of grape woods and banana woods and all this shit. I never thought I would see the day that backwoods had to try.
We were paying
Yeah.
$60 for packs of banana
Vanilla.
woods.
And I
Yeah.
said that, and they're
Yeah.
like, "Oh, you remember?" Like, you
Yeah,
know, like,
yeah.
felt like a historian that I
Yeah.
remember that.
Y'all remember Splitterillos
Yeah.
and like the huge? There's
Compton Menace.
yeah,
The Compton Menace was Splitterillos.
they were such a. They're basically like Swisher Junior, and they tried
They
to make.
never made it.
They sponsored every single event. They were buying out entire.
What?
There's still Splitterillo
But
stores.
they was
like,
selling. They was selling hella.
they was.
Because
But-
they were doing the 2 for 99¢.
They
And
were-
the Extendo, those are Splitterella. Remember the Extendo blunts they used to sell in the store? The
Uh-huh.
ones that were like,
To roll the be legit
Yeah.
with, yeah.
There's an old ass
Yeah,
No
yeah.
Jumper interview where somebody on the podcast splits a wood.
Like a
with a
Swisher.
split.
Like somebody gives them a backwood and they try to treat it like a swisher and
Yeah.
open it down the middle, and we thought it was like the funniest shit ever. Fuck. I think it happened on
hold
camera.
on, what girl did that shit?
I hope it was a
actually
girl.
hidden. One of them bitches I fucked did that shit before too. Like, bitch, did you just do that to my wood? Like, watch out.
Yeah, that's
I still
shocking.
let her roll the blunt though.
Okay, let's talk about this because I watched it earlier. Lush, how's the fallout been from you interviewing your pops?
Fallout.
I thought you told me it was it was 3 hours, so I was kind of dreading it. And then when I saw it was an hour and 25, I was
guess
like,
it
"Oh,
wasn't.
that's
As,
good."
it wasn't as long as I thought. I thought it was
Let's
longer.
be on drugs. Bro.
I've not on that. I don't think
Now
you seemed
sober.
very sober during
Yeah.
that. I felt like A, it was great. B, seems like a great man. C, I've never been so happy to be able to watch a podcast in 1.5 because for sure him speaking at 1.5 was a lot easier for me to take
He's
in. No
81
offense.
years
Yeah, he's,
old.
he's an old
Yeah,
man. You
yeah.
need the older you get, the more necessary it is that you listen to it on sped up.
Yeah.
And my dad always
I
been like
listen to
that.
all my shit on 1.5.
Everything.
I talk slow as hell.
But
I be wanting to speed it up for like my clips and shit.
Mm.
my dad though is just like such a he's a consummate speaker. This is a dude that'll. I'd like to give a toast at every single dinner that you're gonna be at with this dude. So he really emphasizes his word. He spoke slowly before, you know what I
Mm.
mean? So yeah, I think a 1.5 recommendation. But as far as Fallout's concerned, I mean,
Not Fallout.
yeah, no, to be honest with you, I think it's probably the best interview. One of the better interviews I've done, and one of the better received interviews I've done. And like, pull up the comments. It might not have the crazy views, but like, there's a lot of people saying this is some of the dopest content I've seen on No Jumper or anything in years, and so people really showed it a lot of love. And I feel really, I'm glad that you and Josh and all them like greenlit it, allowed it to happen. And shouts to my boys Rick and Mango and You Ain't Hard Fool for going and filming it with me, and Mikey for putting the final touches on the editing and all that. Cause yeah, that meant a lot. I don't know how much longer you feel me the OG's finna be here. So you know,
Mind blowing fact. He spoke to Malcolm X the day he died on the
Yeah.
phone.
Fucked up.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And,
Your dad got Malcolm X hit, bro.
Sounds like a lie. Sounds like you wouldn't even believe it, but like listening to him talk, he doesn't even really think it's that big a deal. He's talking about shit like before World War II.
Yeah,
He's
could-
talking about
That's
like he has
crazy.
such like a expansive knowledge of American history that
That's
is kind of
crazy.
mind blowing.
So yeah,
You
my
gotta
dad
think-
played drums with Miles Davis and John Coltrane. My dad was
So
a
what,
CBS
what
news
did he say
anchor.
to Malcolm X the day that he died?
So
He was trying to do an article about him for whoever he was writing for.
CBS,
Yeah,
yeah,
he was trying to do
CBS.
a piece interviewing him or some shit, and basically like corporate shut it down, and we're like, nah. But Malcolm X was asking him repeatedly, like, let's do this piece of content because he knew that somebody was out to get him.
Yeah.
And then he basically had to tell Malcolm X like the day that he died, nah, like they're not letting me do it.
Yeah. Like my dad didn't even realize the full gravity because he's like, I didn't really know that like Malcolm X was that paranoid. I was like, you never saw the picture of him with the window with the AK? Like nah, he was tripping. Like he knew it was all bad. And I asked my dad, I was like, are you the only person in the media he hit up? He's like, I certainly hope not. You know what I mean? But my dad, like you could look all this up because my dad really did interview Dr. King and Malcolm X. You could see pictures of my dad at the March on Washington. You could see, and Malcolm X did.
So that's where you get.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
You actually like. It's kind of hereditary that your people care for black people.
It's even like
or care about their culture. I don't know if your dad was like reported to be like a fucking Klansman or to be a good.
Yeah, he's
guy.
a Klansman.
No, I'm saying
Beverly Hills Klansman.
No, what I'm saying, I wasn't saying it
No,
in the fucked up way, but like it could have been the good guy or the Klansman, but he still gave a fuck about black culture because Malcolm and Martin, like.
Well, so his grandfather, my great grandfather, was the first person to throw integrated concerts at Carnegie Hall, which is like the main like ballet and orchestra spot in New York City. He was the first people. So like, yeah, it's generational. Like my family been fucking with black people for a long ass time and brown people. So it is what it is. You walk in my parents' house, this is no cap. There's a picture of Rosa Parks. Like that's the first thing you see, whatever.
I did feel like
because they put her on the back of the bus.
Yeah, it was him.
He was
the bus driver.
I was a little distraught at how horny you were being towards your mom.
Whoa.
If you've watched it, you know what I'm talking about. It was kind of like, damn, you like, it was very Freudian. You're like really like hyping up your mom's attractiveness.
Well, my mom's beautiful as hell and has had no surgery. She's in her 80s and looked better than like women 30 years younger than her.
I was listening to it in the car for most of it, so I didn't actually see your mom when I was
bad.
But you did seem a little like weirdly kind of excited by your mom's attractiveness.
No, I was just playing off
together.
Yeah, my parents they
like
just had their
little,
60th anniversary.
Like a little chicken tender on the side.
Chill. See, you know what? I think the gardener's got it covered. No, I'm just playing.
The gardener.
What's funny is when my dad was talking about like when he first seen my mom when like he was 17 and when they met and they was at like the school dance and he was like, "Yo, I was checking out her. I seen her ass." Da, 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 da. So that's why I made that joke when my mom was like, "Oh, there's that ass right there." Because my mom walked through the interview and interrupted it. So like
pretty horny towards his mom.
I guess I'm just not. I've never pinpointed anything about my mom that I found attractive. So for me personally, it was just kind of like, whoa, you're like really, really going for it.
My mom got hella ass.
My mom's beautiful. I mean, my friends used to like. I used to get in fights because my friends were talking about I'm gonna fuck your mom. Da, da, da,
and I've had that thing where you like see a picture of your mom when she was in her 20s, and you're like, oh fuck, like I could see why my dad knocked you up. But you seem like you're a little bit like more in touch with it.
No, I'm just
stepmom though. Oh my,
she's good.
She was bad forever. I had two of them.
But that's like the most popular.
I had two of them. Like she's still my favorite person in the world. My auntie Denise, she was just bad when I was a kid. I used to be like, "What the fuck?"
I never met an ugly Denise.
They meet you like to the point to where my girlfriends look like her for the rest of my life. I swear to God. And I told her when I got older, like, auntie, like, you know what I'm saying? Well, I call her auntie, but it's my stepmom.
My girl reminds me of my mom a lot, not attractiveness wise, but like characteristics wise. They're both very like mature and not really into like the vast majority of things that I'm into, but they're very, good people.
Supportive despite they're not seeing like having the same passions that you do. They're still supportive.
And then it's crazy, not to cut you off, but my dad's wife after that, I picked her for him, like not knowing, like we at basketball, my boy Scotty, this my boy. I'm like, you see Scotty mama? I'm like, she hot. I'm in the 9th grade, like she hot. 10th grade, cause we about to start school. Like, yeah, you and Scotty going to the same school. Like, what? I go in the room. I'm like, this what you doing with your life, bro? You fucking asshole. Like, why would you take my girl, bro? Like, I was just putting you on to something. Like, and he married
How old
her.
was she?
She was probably like 8, 9 years younger than him.
So like in between y'all ages, kind of like
It was,
say-
no, that was the homie mom. I ain't had no action, but my dad went swooped her when I put him on to her. Like, look, she hot. And she used to do yoga. Her card, like, she was doing like some crazy shit on the card with Wade came over. You know, I was like 15, 14. I'm like, bro. And then I say that, I'm like, yeah, you better not lose that one.
He did what he was supposed to do.
Yeah.
The other moment that kind of really stuck with me was your dad was talking about filmmaking, and he kind of had this like whole part where he was talking about like why he never became like the mega legendary like filmmaker that he thought that he maybe could have been at one point. And it was like the kind of conversation that like you could only really like hear somebody have kind of at the end of their life or like towards the end, where just like the way he was talking about it was, I don't know, it just like really was interesting and impressive to hear him like being so real with himself about his own talent, which obviously you're like super impressed by his talent. I'm not like super familiar, but like, I don't know, just like it's a kind of conversation that you only really hear somebody have towards the end of their life, I guess.
Yeah, no,
End of their
but my
career.
yeah, he's always been
We're
like
not gonna just count him out.
like there's a thin line between humility and like genuine self-loathing, and my dad like teeters that, you know, very, very much so. For him to say that like is because he wanted to be in the category of Stanley Kubrick, of Francis Ford Coppola, you know, David Lean, the all-time great directors. So like let's say my dad's a rapper. He wants to be in the category with the Jay-Z's and Eminems and Kendricks. But like my dad is like, let's say my dad's like,
why was Lil Wayne's name not
Lil Wayne,
nowhere
sure.
right there?
Sure, it is up there. But my let's say my dad is like Wiz Khalifa or Currency. You know what I mean? Like my dad like had a very
Impactful,
impressive, very impactful career. I mean, my dad made the sequel to 2001, which is one of the greatest films of all time, and it called 2010. Most directors were shook to do that because they didn't even want to touch this masterpiece, and he got a lot of flack for it. And then that movie wound up getting nominated for multiple Academy Awards for film editing and sound effects for different things like that. So like I won't allow my dad to undermine his legacy, but I know what you mean. And that's like the same way I feel about myself, except for I'm far less successful. Like, damn, I wanted to be a great in hip hop, but I never got to achieve that level. But I really never did. My dad actually got close to that shit. So for him to do that, but regardless, I encourage y'all to check it out. My dad definitely a join in these streets.
No, it was great. Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot for sure.
And I would like to see Mama Bricc interviewed her, you know, Papa Adam, you know.
I did. So, okay, a couple years back, I'm gonna say like 3 years ago, I did an hour-long interview with my parents for my own personal records, right? And it was in the interview, I went all through their lives up till having me. And then I said, okay, we're going to do this again at some point, and we're going to talk about life, like why you chose to have me and what it was like, you know, having a family and everything. So I've been slacking for 3 years on doing the second installment, but to me, it's like very important to have that. I didn't really, honestly, your dad is more of a reasonable person to do an interview, I think, you know, because and the interview that I did with my parents, there was like nothing about it that was like, oh, this would be a great interview question. It was more like your dad was more of like a public figure. So, and doing stuff with all these celebrities, everything, it like made sense for me. I'm glad I did the conversation with my parents, and I want to do more, but I don't really think I'm going to put it out there to the world.
Well, yeah, no, but although it would be interesting, and like your family does have some interesting stuff that I think a lot of, but regardless, just beyond the fact that, yeah, okay, maybe my dad's like a public figure, this or that, but I think people would like to just see a conversation with Adam's parents, regardless of who they are. Like, and obviously your mom's a legend, right? Like, so I don't know how much she want to talk.
Yeah, but see, my mom, like, there's people just coming home from her case,
Yeah,
like, as of like 7-8 months ago.
yeah.
You get what I'm saying? She's 60-something years old, like, going to go drop off care packages. Like, you get what I'm saying? So I think the last person about to get released, and they all agree to talk about it, then they go talk about it. Because a lot of people took some sacrifices.
That's because it's a pretty fascinating story, though.
Yeah. And it's a lot of people who respected the pecking order. I'ma just get this out the way in that case. It's a lot of people who told dishonorably, and it's a lot of people who took cases for bigger names in the case in order for them to take less time. So, you know what I mean? When those people all agree that we not finna bring their name up in a bad light, then it's cool.
We talk to the Bricc lady.
Imagine each of us with our parents on a podcast together.
Yeah, but my mom is a real estate broker now, and like the head broker of our little region.
That's right.
So she doesn't want people to know about what she used to do in the streets?
She don't care.
She don't care.
I told her that she needs to do it now while you still a real estate broker, because if the prison reform gets behind it, you'll be selling multi-million-dollar houses if they really hear this story about a single mom, or you know what I'm saying, that was selling bricks to get by just to take care of kids and stuff. Like, you know what I mean?
I mean, that's a Netflix movie for real. Like,
by itself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and then there's multiple spinoffs. Your son is Bricc Baby. Then my dad, and their whole story of how 4 of his brothers are dead. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
it's a lot to unpack.
yeah.
Speaking of unpacking, I have an apology that I have to issue. The last week, or the episode that came out yesterday of the Adam and Wax show, I spoke about a friend of mine named Smiley. You interviewed her with Sharp.
Yeah.
I, for some reason, was under the impression, and we could show her on camera right here if you want to just pull up the screen. This is Smiley. I need to now express to you guys, she is a biological woman. Was born a woman, has always been a woman, as far as I could tell. I was under the impression that she was trans. And I said as much. I'm going through all her pictures.
God damn.
Just really trying to like stress the fact
got kids.
that's somebody pointed that out to me, and I realized that I had been under the wrong impression for over a year.
Does she have like a
She
masculine
look like
voice?
torta.
She really doesn't at all. Like, and that's the thing that's fucked up about it. For some reason, when I met her, when she did the podcast with you guys, I feel like somebody told me, and I might have been mistaken. They might have been talking about somebody else who was in the office at that time, or they might have been talking about something completely different. But for some reason,
No, she came with.
she was with a trans person.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that almost certainly is the root of that. Then,
Yeah. I remember that day when you met her in the office. It was one of those.
So I said on the Adam and Wax show that I ran into this trans person, and that I was basically like making a joke about the fact that 1090 Jake went and like stood like 20 feet away while I was talking to this person. And I'm not gonna lie, when I was talking to Smiley, I was thinking in my head, I'm like, there's really nothing that indicates that this person is trans to me. I'm like, I'm looking at the butt. I'm like, doesn't look like a lumpy fake butt type thing going on.
Yeah.
I'm listening to her voice. I'm like, it sounds like a woman's voice. And, you know, but I didn't think about it that much because I felt like somebody had told me this. And so then I repeated on the podcast. Now, this is the real problem. I don't know who fucking Smiley hangs out with or whatever, but she's got some very angry men in her life.
Oh.
I don't know how much detail I should even go into because she just sent me like a bunch of wild videos and stuff this morning. But basically, like, she's been the victim of violence. as a result of me saying that she was trans on the podcast, which I feel horrible about.
Verbal violence or physical violence?
Real violence to like both her and her car. She
This
showed
is
me a broken
verified?
window. Well, yeah, unless she's like just completely pulling the wool over my eyes because she sent me like a video of like a guy like kind of trying to attack her through her car window.
But that could be, you know, that pussy get wet. That can't be no trans pussy. He'd have been in there before.
But dudes are idiots. Like dudes might really not know what they're talking about. And plus, like, what if I told you like, oh, some girl that you fucked one time, that she's trans? Wouldn't you be upset? And you probably like, it's not like you have like a perfect memory of what it felt like fucking them, or
Exactly.
it's not like that ever crossed your mind.
Right.
You know,
You right.
Okay, no, that kind of make that I could conceive of that. So a dude,
I could go for that.
a dude saw you guys talking about her. You implied that she was trans.
It
he
came
got-
and broke the window. She be on bullshit though, because they always fight. She's always fighting with a nigga. So
Is
it's like,
she
go
shorty on the
ahead.
left or right in this picture?
left.
Left.
She's yeah, she looks like a woman to me. But that is that her account? Jordans and
Jordans
Diamonds?
and diamonds.
That
yes.
sounds like a trans account.
Yeah, she keeps
that
getting deleted
name.
and having to add more S's to the end of it.
Jordans and Diamonds seems like a trans
So,
account.
Like I've been issuing apologies and proclaiming to the world on my Instagram story that Smiley is a biological woman ever since this happened. But I feel horrible about it because it's not like I like felt like she looked like a dude. I just like literally felt like someone told me that, and then I wasn't able to back it up.
Then I
after
was
the fact.
looking at some pictures on there. I mean, sometimes when that makeup gets distorted a little bit, these girls do start looking like,
a little mannish with they Spanish.
yeah.
Okay, maybe, but all I'm saying is
Okay,
that
maybe you see some pictures. I see some pictures right now, like
of her.
just now. Go down.
I mean,
It's my homegirl.
That's a
But
girl
when
right
you
there.
say that,
which is the shower? I mean,
she got some strong facial features. You got to go up.
oh
up,
look,
up.
Southside.
That's-
Southside's implicated.
Southside. Ain't away mafia.
Yeah, Southside is her brother. That,
Oh shit.
She looks like a girl. Or yeah.
look, she's cockeyed to the bitch right there. You gotta go.
Oh
up.
no,
The one next to it?
not
No, no, no.
Meek.
That okay, that pic right there.
Not
That pic right
Gucci.
there. She looked like a fat caribou right there.
Yo, she gonna kill you.
I'm sorry.
It's over.
She's
She
a girl
look
though.
more natural right there. I'm talking about up when you go all the way up.
Oh, those are like younger photos. Okay.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Which one?
Okay. Right here.
Bottom right. Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right
That's
there.
a
Look,
little-
not
bottom
Millie's. No, wait, it's
No,
not Millie's.
not-
That's Matt, the
to the
owner of
right.
Rolling Loud.
Right here.
This one?
Yeah.
That's a little. That's a bit iffy.
Yeah. That was. You'll see the strongness.
Shrieking into the mic.
I'm making on the way. Okay, they're on the way. I dropped $50,000 on my teeth. I need you to rate my pussy by the way I look.
No, that's a
For
girl.
what? Rate my pussy. How good do you think my pussy is? Look like 9.
It's like a nine. Like a 9 inches.
Listen, don't play with Johnny Day. Listen, he got Diamond Boys. Diamond Girls coming soon. Diamond Girls is on the way.
So again, biological woman. Everybody go follow Jordan's _and diamonds, etc. Because yeah, man, I really fucked that up. Like, what if she got
Yeah.
killed?
Go follow your new page.
What if someone killed her?
That person though, that's a real woman. He is tripping because he ain't got no pussy. And he probably was like, "Fucking bitch, it was a bussy and you didn't give me none." Like I love bussy.
Yeah.
It could have been Brick Baby Jr.
It hit different.
I felt bad, man. I still feel bad right now, just knowing that she's got these savages in her
Well,
life.
she got a picture with Gucci. And Gucci got good pussy.
That's your conspiracy.
You're so scared of Gucci, man.
No, I just don't want to talk about his boy pussy without knowledge.
Without knowledge. Oh, so you want to see it first?
No, I got too much respect for the trap god.
We've lost so many of our legends to controversy. Could
That's what I'm
Gucci just
saying.
can we just
Gucci just
preserve Gucci, please?
Oh,
Nah,
yeah.
we love you, Goo.
Yeah.
I love you. I'ma stop.
But okay, you can't
You-
like
you
cancel
might-
Gucci
you
in the
might be
same way
dirty.
because all right,
Gucci, we know you're not gay.
think about how that video came out of Puff and Cassie, and it was like that made everybody believe that he was this terrible abuser. Well, I mean, we've all seen the clip of Gucci beating the shit out of the girl on stage. Mac Breezy.
Well,
And then He went to jail for throwing a bitch out of a rolling car.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
like, what do you expect? She gets in the car. He tells her we're going on a date to get some ice cream, and she wouldn't give him head. What does she think that means? You feel me?
Like lick this ice cream. Bitch, I meant to say popsicle. You know what I mean? Like,
But think about
wrong
that.
terminology.
Gucci man gonna take you to Baskin Robbins. Okay,
bitch,
yeah.
But think about it.
Ice cream.
That clip of Diddy might have been like the same time period as that clip of Gucci, but because the Gucci clip came out at that time and everybody had a chance to get used to it, and we all allowed Gucci to become famous, we all became fans of him despite that clip existing. It's just whatever. But for some reason,
cancel culture.
but that Diddy clip, they held on to it for all these years and then finally put it out, and somehow that was able to just like obliterate his career.
I think that's one of the most problematic things about cancel culture is like how the goalpost gets moved depending on how people feel about the individual in the public sphere.
And honestly, when Gucci did that, what was he gonna lose? He was gonna sell Ciroc.
Exactly.
He was
be,
like,
damn near a nobody at that time.
You get what I'm saying? Like, whatever. It was just like Chris Brown and Rihanna. Like,
but now
time heals wounds.
But now that Mac Breezy's out here threatening that she gonna sue him now.
But I also feel like this though. If that would have been the only thing, I feel like Diddy would have prevailed.
Yeah.
I feel like if that would have been the only thing that he was going to jail for, yeah, a lot of people would have been with the but it's a lot of people that say, oh, they're not domestic abusers and that be at home slapping the shit out their wife. You get what I'm saying? But for the camera, they have.
But they don't get a federal indictment.
Yeah, or whatever. So Diddy having one case with him having a domestic dispute with his girl at the time, I don't think that the world would have just. There'd have been a lot of big names that had to turn on him just because they can't associate with it. But it's the sex crimes that come with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's a lot that it wasn't just one allegation.
Yeah, he gets aggressive when he's horny.
But think about this: as unhinged as Gucci is, I feel like if Gucci were gay, which he's clearly not, he would be very open about it, and it would actually kind of like probably make his music even harder. like I don't give a fucking fool in his head. like
Lil Wop is gay.
Lil Wop is gay. Lil Wop doesn't get enough credit for being very early. But not even just gay, but he on the podcast said he likes to fuck feminine men.
Yeah.
And
he was jacked like just before his time.
Here we go. Here's my not trans lover. Smiley!
Hey.
We're on the podcast. How you doing?
I'm not doing good, bro. This dude tried to kill me and broke all my windows, everything, bro. Like, this shit really kind of like, a nigga couldn't take this. Like, the nigga didn't take the joke. Because I think the niggas done sent him screenshots and videos, and this shit really, like, it fucked me up. This is Christmas, bro.
Who is this guy?
My ex-boyfriend. I can't die. This is a lot.
But why would he think that you was trans?
Yeah, like, how could this dude be that deranged?
Because this nigga went as far as saying I bought my son.
You bought your son, but so what? Not like that. I know you crying. Damn, I hate when you cry. I don't want to do that, but that pussy get too wet. You know, I know.
Huh?
No, I'm just playing. I said that pussy get too wet. That pussy get too wet for a motherfucker
So
to.
the nigga he bust my windows out of my car. The nigga broke my fucking son's window to the house.
No, that's messed up.
I'm so sorry. Honestly, again, like, honestly, it was a real mistake, and I wish that I did not say that.
Is it?
Bro, like, I don't want to deal with this shit right now, bro.
Is this his? Do you feel like he's just using this to lash out because he ain't been with you in the last whatever you done moved on?
So what happened is, he just came home from prison a couple years ago, so he's already not right in the head. You feel me?
He like pussy, yeah.
So for him somebody wrote him and say, yo, bitch, is trans. You feel me? He took that like, bitch, you tried me. And I told him, I said, we were just playing. Bitch, we don't play the type of games. We don't play that. And then he bust my shit. He bust all my, he tried to grab me. He done
Who was said? I see it.
He fucked my whole wig up. That shit pooped my head.
Damn.
I'm saying you were playing like a trans too, because you was like you told him you was just playing.
No, I don't play like that.
No, I'm just saying you
He
like
just
we were just.
he
But
believed what I guess you know how these niggas is. They believe anything they niggas be saying. He believes y'all.
Queen,
But
is it
you don't know what's real or fake on the internet. You feel me?
Queen? Is it possible that he was just kind of using this as an excuse to go off because he really been wanting to low key do that?
I don't know, but this shit caused me a lot of issues today. This shit
we
crazy.
sorry. Yeah, I wasn't even a part of it. You know, you my sister.
I sent him the video how he was banging on my fucking car window. I'm trying to pull out.
And this is what I was. Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. Can you give us his number so we can call him and tell him to cut the shit?
That's fine. I'll send you his number.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
We should talk to bro.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Again, like I really did not know at all.
And now I'm scared because I got a toy drive tomorrow, and I'm scared that he gonna pull up and do something to me there. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I'm gonna call him and tell him to not shoot up the toy drive.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
I'm so sorry. Jesus Christ. I feel terrible, man.
You clearly a woman. I could tell.
Yeah.
You look like a girl for sure.
Yeah, nah, he just. I feel like he just mad. I feel like he just mad.
You a woman for sure.
Yeah, he's stupid as hell. I feel like he just mad about y'all relationship, and this is his time to lash out because probably when he was in jail, you was on the show doing big things or whatever, man. I hope it get better over there for you though.
Yeah, if you've been in a relationship with a woman for like a prolonged period of time and then somebody else on a podcast.
Adam wasn't my brother, I'll fuck around and make Adam. Let's do it. If he wasn't my brother, I'd be like, brother, let's make a porn video.
Honestly, even though I'm your brother, we could do that. It's fine. If that's gonna make things better, we could do porn or something.
We gotta do something, dog. We gotta fix this.
I know a dude named Dijon that likes girls. Actually, that might be a good
prolific girl fucker. Yeah. Jesus Christ. All right, Smiley, send me his number. We're gonna call this guy and interrogate him.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, I'm gonna send you his number. Please don't post his number, gang.
I won't.
No, we ain't gonna post his number.
All right.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Jesus.
I was gonna ask her some shit, but I had to act like I forgot because I didn't
You're
want
getting
to
horny.
say
You're talking about a
nothing funny.
wet pussy?
That pussy get too wet to do all that. I'm not. I don't know. I know, but I don't.
I feel so bad.
My fucking trans see what the hype's about.
You have to stop playing, bro.
No, look, it's clearly a girl. But look, and this is what I was trying to allude to, and I would have gone a little harder because, but you know, she crying, so I'm not trying to. But I don't like it's messed up what you're going through. But that's not the podcast's fault. That her boyfriend's crazy, her ex is crazy.
But I said it in such an authoritative way on the podcast, like as if there was no chance that it wasn't
call
true.
her back real quick, because I was. That's what I wanted to ask her also. That person that she came with, was she? I'm bad with that, sis. Hey, the day that you came to the studio, remember that girl you was with was a trans.
Right.
So Adam overheard the conversation of me. To clear the air of where it came from. Adam overheard the conversation of me saying that wasn't a girl. He didn't know if I was talking about you or. You get what I'm saying? But he never asked me who it was. But I guess he just heard that and liked it.
Adam got to buy me a new window. 3 new windows.
Broken window?
Broken window policing?
I
got some broken window.
We're sending him to jail right now. Don't worry about it.
I think that this abuser should buy that.
Yeah.
I don't want him to fucking call me. I don't want him near me. My son is scared.
How old is he?
My baby is 12.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You got to pick up a strap.
Her son's a police officer? That's crazy. Oh, okay.
Look, Zah, say
Old
hi to
man
Adam.
joke.
You the one that got my windows busted.
Who?
Son, holy shit.
Who the fuck?
Yo, I'm so sorry, bro. I know your mom is a biological woman now.
Why you call my mama trans, bro?
I thought she was. Like, somebody told me that.
My mom think boyfriend trying to kill her now.
I'm so sorry. Young man.
Yeah.
Young man, I'm sorry.
Hey, nephew, you know you got steppers. You got steppers just gonna step for y'all though. It ain't finna be too crazy.
Adam, you gotta fix my windows.
Where do you stay at?
In Miami.
Oh, you still in Miami? Okay. We're gonna call up Dr. Luke to fix this.
Or Uncle Luke.
Uncle Luke.
Yeah.
Damn, Dr. Luke. Totally.
Dr. Miami.
Dr. Luke is Kesha's producer.
Who's the worst person to call in this?
Don't call Dr. Miami and Dr. Luke.
Dr.
Uncle
Miami
Luke.
could help.
Yeah, Dr. Miami and
He
Uncle
could do
Luke.
an analysis to prove that she's a woman,
Clearly.
a biological woman.
Ooh, let's call Dr. Miami.
Where you at? Let's call him.
Jesus Christ. Okay, sorry again.
Can we get Dr. Miami on the phone?
Yeah, we gonna get him on the phone.
Oh my God, she really gave me the guy's number.
You know what to do.
We're calling him.
Call this random guy.
New
could
app on
use
the
my
block.
phone to
I
do
wish
it.
this was before Rolling Loud and you had to go to Rolling Loud after this. I wish.
Bro,
You could use my phone if you don't.
I
I
can't
wish.
believe I'm about to FaceTime this
Because at
random.
least my ticket would have been booked.
This dude's a maniac. He's breaking windows. Hello, sir.
What's good?
Yo, I'm calling you to inform you that Smiley is a biological woman.
For sure.
Oh, man, that bitch is trans.
100%.
Wait, why do you think that?
Bro,
That bitch is trans, man.
that bitch ain't no goddamn trans, bro.
Why do you think that?
I seen this shit.
Yeah, you saw me talking about it on the podcast, but I was mistaken.
No, she came to the studio with a trans.
She a female for real.
She has a vagina and has always had a vagina.
Bro, how long did you date her for?
Shit, I dated her. We were just vibing for a little bit, and then like after that shit came out, I'm fucking with that shit no more.
Bro, listen, her pussy,
We from the
and I
same
ain't
hood,
fuck,
we from the
I
same
ain't
hood,
fuck,
man.
but her pussy don't get wet as hell when you fuck.
I ain't never fucked.
Oh, you ain't never fucked. Oh, so that's why you.
Why not?
That.
Yeah, why are you dating her and you didn't fuck?
We was just cool type shit, and then after that, it was just like shit. Fuck it. We
Yeah,
started fucking
man.
around and shit. By the time that shit came out, it was like, all right, boom.
Oh, she tried to make it seem like y'all been dating the whole
She gave
time
y'all
you
my
was in
number?
jail.
Yeah. And she showed
nah.
us the picture of how you broke all her windows and shit, dude.
Yeah.
Bro.
Then everybody was calling me saying that like she trans and shit like that. Like
Nah, hell no, bro. Hell no, that's really my sis, bro. That kid is a natural baby, bro. That kid a
That shit
natural.
don't even look like her for real.
You think
She got a daddy, man. He got a daddy
Hey, bitches
too.
be out here doing crazy shit.
Yeah, but okay,
Hey, you're
not
right.
her.
You're right.
She didn't
you're
do
right.
that.
You're right. You are right, but not her. I promise you. You could go over there and we gonna try to get Dr. Miami to give y'all full consultation, man, so y'all relationship could prosper.
And then, like, all the
Go over
surgery
there and
shit,
get
that
some
shit
pussy
took
and
me out.
then figure
I'm
it
just
out.
sitting there trying to put two and two together type shit, you know.
Nah, yeah, I feel you,
That
but
shit was like that shit just threw me off.
yeah, no, I mean, I've heard from a lot of people who know her saying that she is a biological woman. I was just misled because when she came to do the podcast, she was with a trans woman, and I mistakenly thought that when somebody told me like, "Oh, that person is trans," I thought they were talking about her. They were talking about the other person.
He conflated the mememories. He
No, for
combined
sure.
memories.
And on them shows, trans women can't fight real women.
Well, that's fun.
Men can't fight
shit,
women.
I'm from Dade, so we ain't fucking with no trans.
Yeah,
shit,
but like if she was on baddies and she caught a fade on baddies, it was fighting with like trans women. They can't fight real women.
That's like, yeah, abusing women type shit.
Or
Where
I
it's
don't know
like-
if I'm saying it right. Biological women, because they're all
For
real
me to
women.
start fucking with her again, she got to show me she ain't trans, and I ain't with that dumb shit.
Man, go ahead and go get some pussy. Go get some pussy, man. I'm finna call her back and say, give me some pussy right now.
Just to
you
prove
know
it,
that,
yeah.
After
And
you
I'm
pay
gonna
for
tell
her
you right
windows,
now,
bro.
Yeah, I think you should pay for the windows.
She got to show me she ain't trans, and I'll pay for her. It's
we'll
it's
call you
smooth,
right
so-
back.
Yeah, we're gonna get the blood work done and we're gonna hit you back. Sorry. What the fuck?
What the fuck? You never got no pussy. Yo, what's going on?
He's hilarious. Can we
What
just say
the
that
fuck?
this guy is
I think he
fucking-
earned the seat. He needs
I was
to
gonna
fly
say,
out,
I was
bro.
gonna say,
We need
dude, we were talking about, incorporating different people on the pod in the future.
Just imagine the way my wife was looking at me when I told her about that situation, and she's just looking at me like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You're like falsely smearing this woman's name. And I'm just like, yeah, I messed up.
Well, we know that you fucked up the windows now. She's not running the scheme. So if he doesn't pay for the windows, Adam,
How much of the windows?
You have to wash cars with like wet t-shirts.
No, we can't. Honestly, like,
It
you
has
know
to
what?
be a ceremony to
Yeah.
We've had a lot of
We're gonna have a
discussions.
car wash for Somali's windows.
We've had a lot of discussions about like my over glazing, but I'm not gonna. This is not glazing when I say you are not responsible for what happened in this situation.
For sure, the guy who broke her windows is more responsible
Yeah,
than
he
me.
is. No, he is.
He's
I'm just saying.
how-
No, I said he's not as responsible.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is Adam with like white polo briefs that's wet doing a car wash.
I've always wanted to
You
do that, to be
you
totally real.
might
Yeah.
actually raise enough money for the windows. Sell some ass for Smiley.
I still feel like
Sell it for Smiley.
I do feel like he should pay for the windows, but like I'm also thinking that there's a chance that he might not be in the position to pay for the windows.
He might can pay for the windows.
Maybe, but if
Yeah,
this is
like-
like what he chooses to do with his time, there's a
They doing
chance that
type
he's
of
not
shit. Them some
ready.
$400 windows. If you don't got 400s, and she been on the show, she needs to stop.
How much do you think it costs to fix 3 windows in a car?
in the car?
Yeah.
Like,
That's like,
like-
400, isn't it?
I was gonna say less than a band for sure.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's not that bad.
it's like
Yeah.
400.
Might make me feel a little bit better about the whole
But I
thing.
thought
yeah.
she busted the car. The window to the little boy room.
No, maybe.
He
I don't
said
know.
you got her windows,
I-
bust his windows.
I
No,
think
because
he
she
talking
sent me
about the
pictures
car.
of the car.
You talking about the car?
Look at this. Look at it.
His son 12 on that.
Yeah, the son 12 and sounds like like he's a grown ass man. Like puberty hit young and early because he's like, "What's up, fool?" That's not how a 12-year-old sounds normally. Like,
Well, this is
Yeah.
his big opportunity.
We'll
He's been
tell
waiting for.
Smiley to give some pussy up. Did you text her? Give him some pussy. Just text her.
I don't think bro deserves pussy after breaking her window.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think
Nah,
anybody
what do
should
you
be
mean?
rewarded
Nah,
for that
bro.
kind of
It's
behavior.
that toxic shit these bitches like. She on baddies. They fight each other and steal each other's chains and then fucking.
Are you sure?
not-
I think you might be stereotyping the baddies.
No.
that's a baddie type.
All those
behavior.
bitches is abusive.
Really? I don't know. I haven't seen any of her work.
So when as Lena and her homegirls just went out talking about, yeah, I just beat that bitch ass because she was over there
Never.
looking at me. Okay.
Never.
So that's why I said these bitches are toxic.
Have you seen that?
Type
You've
of
seen baddies before,
toxicity.
right?
Toxicity.
I've seen like one episode.
Okay, so literally the entire premise of baddies is we go to a location and catch fades.
Yeah.
There's no other.
Yeah,
that
like,
is
we wait
the
to see-
entirety
They
of the
go
show.
to the club, they get drunk, they mean mug each other, they wait till the tension goes, and somebody's getting slapped in the Sprinter, or when they get home, they just getting it in.
It ain't even got to be in the Sprinter when they do during the day. Oh, we're gonna go
That's
on
what
a
I'm
horseback
saying.
race.
Oh, yeah, it's a squabble.
Is all locations fades.
Yeah.
That's the whole show.
Because when I was watching the Vince McMahon documentary, part of me was thinking like, oh, this is purely a relic. Like professional wrestling is just a relic of another time, and the only reason it still exists right now is because it has always existed throughout our lives. And like, you could just never create another wrestling.
Yeah.
But then I thought about baddies, and I'm like, baddies is wrestling. It's like violence, but it's, you know,
It's like
everything
controlled
about it
violence.
is basically fake. But then it's kind of real. But you know, they
But
they
the
put it all
fades-
together.
The fades ain't fake. Like
Yeah.
they just house bitches that don't like each other on purpose, and bitch, you got to stand on business.
The fades are actually more real on baddies than they are in wrestling by a
Yeah, for
significant
sure,
margin.
100%.
Look, one of my homegirls like went to baddies or whatever, and she was on the audition, and she's never met any of these people. She's a normal girl. She got 2 fades that day because she knew what time it was. Like, you go there, you
Yeah.
finish squad. That's
Yeah,
just
for sure.
a part of the thing of being on baddies. Now, with that being said, to your previous point, wrestling is a male soap opera. That's the whole point. So, like, it's literally like the male version of telenovelas and shit like that. So, it kind of that's always gonna have a place, and always gonna men are entertained by that stupidity, and myself included.
And
I
it
love
turns out
wrestling.
that women are too.
They said
Correct.
no jumper is wrestling. Hell no.
No, but they saying like our podcast.
This shit really real.
Part of me wishes that I was forward thinking enough to like create storylines out of thin air and not just let them happen, because all of the craziest shit that's ever happened on No Jumper, I didn't fake any of it. The craziness of Kelpie versus Sus, DW and P Nice versus Bricc, all these, even like people were accusing me of faking some of that shit with House Phone. No, like there's just been so much shit that people.
Yeah.
Now I do suspect people sometimes like, oh, there's a clip of AD and Vel getting into it that was fake. That has like 1 million views on YouTube on some random account. That was fake.
Yeah.
They thought that one up.
Well, and I'm pretty sure the AD and China Mac fight was fake as well. Like,
No comment, but
there's no confirmation that ever happened.
Yeah,
cannot
get them
confirm or
likes
deny.
up, man. Sticks in the chat. Sticks in the chat. Balls in the chat. Put them basketballs in the chat, man. Get our likes up right now, man. If you tuned in,
I feel like the fans would, and honestly, like every time I tried to fake something, it just didn't really work out the way that I wanted to. Either where it was like super obvious that it was fake, or where I wanted to do it and then it just didn't turn into anything. Like I tried to do a skit with Lil Reese. He didn't know what the fuck was going on. Like we tried to do a skit where I forget what it was. I was calling him pussy or something.
Yeah.
And it was like he didn't play along well enough with it for it to make any kind of sense. So we just didn't even put it out.
Yeah, the one, but should I say? Well, the one with Famous Richard, they really thought that was real. A lot of people thought that was real.
But that was kind of like a lot of us didn't really know. Like Crip Mac didn't know. I didn't know.
No,
The
I'm
security
talking about
didn't know.
the second one.
I can't even remember.
When I bounced up, when
he
came.
We talked about that a little bit before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel you.
Oh, was I not? No, but they know it wouldn't. Like it came out not to be real. I seen people saying that it wasn't real, like noticing certain stuff.
I think like the even like the fake when Big Church came dressed as Sharp. You know what I mean?
Not that convincing. Yeah.
We knew that wasn't really Sharp.
But that wouldn't have even worked in wrestling.
No,
You can't just like replace someone.
But if you remember just to reference like when I came back to the pod, when there was like it didn't say Lush is coming back, it said surprise guest, and they used AD's silhouette.
Oh, that was funny. Yeah.
For me, so a lot of people thought AD was coming back.
Yeah, that was pretty good. That was my ingenious idea.
See, like things like that. But I think one of the reasons why people like No Jumper is the fuck shit, the cool shit, the beautiful shit, the ugly shit is all real. You know what I mean? And it's unscripted.
For now. I want to fake more shit. Throw you guys all in the blender.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's talk about this. We have seen comments, and there's definitely people who are suggesting that this show sucks ass, and that this show could be better, and that this show needs something. I feel like, we had a meeting off camera about it, but there's a few things that I've considered, which is part of me feels like we need more hosts, that this could be a 4 or even 5 person show in theory. And I wanted to at least like throw the idea out there. I don't want people to think that we're just like totally in the dark and that we don't see that there is a level of discontent about our podcasts from time to time. Personally, I enjoy showing up here and kicking the shit with you guys, but also I'm not opposed to the idea that, we could make this better in time. So I look forward to reading comments from you guys, not in the live chat as much because it's a little bit harder to say. Needs another white person.
That's
No cap. That is the
hilarious.
opposite of what I was thinking.
Look,
Hilarious.
Jalise.
Jalise is somebody that we have
I've-
considered.
I've
That she
been-
could
I've
be
been
good
pushing
energy.
Jaleese's line. I would love Jalise to return.
Oh, look, that guy's mad as fuck at Smiley now because okay, now I know this dude's disturbed. He's calling her over and over and over. And then he says to her, "Why you gave my number to people, you man? You nasty as fuck. You been had a dick." I think he's like mad that he didn't fuck.
Yeah, the fact that they never had sex puts that whole conversation in a different context right there. And
They said we need 4 extras.
I will. Okay, that has occurred to me that 4 extra could be interesting, but on the other hand, he has so much energy that I feel like I would have to like kind of really work with him to be able to kind of like fit into the podcast dynamic better.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if that would like also suck the energy out of like who he is if we were to tell him like, hey,
Like you gotta talk about subjects.
yeah, you can't just talk about the
About
county jail all the
fags,
time because
yeah.
obviously we tried to like make Crip Mac like a regular co-host on the podcast, and I still hold out hope that that is possible as time goes by in some way, shape, or form. But like we've also all kind of seen him just be a little bit too much Crip Mac for it to be anything besides a Crip Mac interview.
But do we
Yeah,
want
I
to water
think we
down
should-
Crip Mac?
We should give him speech cat. Like we should let him go get like a AA in like communication.
Or like a muzzle. We muzzle him, and then like you kind of like take it off at times during the podcast. And he's like 50 minutes.
Or a shot collar.
Because all right, if
I
4
like
extras
those.
was going to be on this podcast, though, all right, compare that to the DW thing. Obviously, there's the cards, separate cards.
Yeah,
You guys are on the same card,
for sure.
but mixiness between sets
Nah, it
over
wouldn't-
time. Maybe
it
not
would-
right now.
It wouldn't, yeah, but it wouldn't even be nothing. It's just honestly, like me speaking, I don't know if 4 extras is ready to have a 2-hour conversation staying on subject. In the future, can he? Yeah, but like just coming in as a host right now, I don't think right now is the time. Him coming on a show for 4 extras where we all having fun, talking shit and doing
Yeah.
all that, like dedicating something to that type of shit, for sure. He gonna get the views off the bat.
Yeah, I think
Go get the views. I'm running up any platform off the bat.
Off the back, for sure. Off the back. I don't know. I mean, like, they're like, okay, because I feel like if we were to get like 50% of his usual energy level, that could still be like really, really good and useful. Now, keep in mind the news is coming back as well. So who knows? Maybe him and
that'd be
Flacco
dope.
or whatever that dynamic is going to
Him
look like.
reacting to shit that's going on to be dope.
Either way, I definitely like the idea of fully embracing him and everything like that. But I'm also, I want to move deliberately with this. That's like one of my goals for the new year is that we do the news. I want to watch the news every day, and I want to like really come back to everybody with some critiques and some advice and
Every
everything like
2
that.
months, block out about 45 days though for vacation.
For him?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, that's definitely part of it. Too.
preemptively.
Is he going to be able to stay out of trouble? We don't know.
I didn't say that. I was just saying he likes to go on vacation a couple times. It's hard hit.
You're going to be with
Yeah,
Russell
but I
Simmons
feel
on
like,
Bali.
I feel like if you employed 4 extras, that he would stay out the streets. He would feel like he accomplished something to where he don't got to come outside and hang on Vernon all day, crush all the feed.
I feel like he probably still would, though. I feel like whatever he might end up doing on the podcast, he's still going to get into his usual extracurricular activities.
Well,
right?
with the right, if he came up here, I would kind of hit him with the right type of talks on the side of how to program from here,
Mhm.
because he could still go hit his platforms. He could go out of town. They're infatuated with gang culture. They look at him as a crib guy. He still hasn't like reached his full potential on podcast run.
Mm.
And I could, yeah, we'll talk to him when we talk to him.
And there's other people too. Like I have, like, in theory, this show could be a 5-6 person panel with a bunch of energy in the room. I'm gonna be real. I got a little petrified from things that happened by mixing and matching sets together on here at a certain point. Obviously, at this point, it's clear we can never hire a homosexual again. That kind of blew up in my face. There was a fake gunshot allegation. Just kidding. Very gay friendly.
He's not even gay.
It's up in the air. But I don't know. I mean, like, this podcast could, like my mentality has always kind of been, because to be fair, this podcast has always been sort of like a reference to the Joe Budden podcast. I always was doing all these interviews, but then I was looking at his shit and I was like, before I realized like that this would be a mainstay on the platform, I was like, oh, okay, me and a couple people talking on camera. That's good. We can do that every week. But now Joe's shit has changed. Now they have 5, 6, however many hosts on at any given time. I never thought that that was an option because I always felt like it would just be too much of a fucking madhouse with just like too many people talking. That being said, like they deal with that problem as well, but then it seems like they kind of get around it by just actually like working on the dynamic and like kind of like forcing it to like take time. You know, everybody has to be a lot more like aware of what's happening conversationally if you're going to have more than 2, 3 hosts, you know?
And then you don't want to take away from No Jumper culture. Like, we are the underdogs. We are the ones that you could come here and get wild takes. They'll be a bit more edgy than what Joe Budden would say. You get what I'm saying? But we do need more organization. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you started out as a fun podcast. Anybody could come in on Melrose or wherever you was at, come sit down, kick the shits with you. You do your interviews and all that. So that's what made No Jumper, the edginess. So you don't want to break too far away from that, trying to redo the show too.
Because, all right, part of this podcast too is I like to be able to get my thoughts off about shit that's going on in the culture and everything. Obviously, we're 2 hours in. We haven't really done almost any of that yet. But that has always like seemed like, oh, okay, this is gonna be my place where if I've got something to talk about, then I can talk about it on there. And part of me also feels like, oh, if we have 5 hosts, everybody's gonna get a lot less airtime. But then also the podcast has gotten so much longer as the years go by. The original No Jumper show with Cam Girl and House Phone was like an hour a lot of times.
Yeah.
So like now it's like a short episode if we're doing like 3 hours.
Yeah.
Legitimate question for you, Adam. Since this is the 300th episode, what 300. What do you feel like is your favorite like era? What was and I'm not talking about popularity, but just for your personal enjoyment, what was your favorite era of the pod thus far?
Damn, I miss my dog.
Honestly, I do feel like I personally enjoy sitting down with you guys more than I enjoyed the era that a lot of people would call the golden era of the No Jumper show, which was AD and House Phone. I feel like personally I'm able to have high level conversations on here better than I used to be able to back then. But back then was maybe a little bit more of like a fun, lighthearted, real friend vibe. Oh, well, I'm kind of like saying what I see them say in the comments, even though I kind of disagree with that, because to me it's like I feel like we probably like hang out more than I really like hung out with those guys during that era, you know? Like that era to me was good because there was a lot of good
standing us up at bowling, but go ahead.
You never have asked me to go bowling, and granted, I don't want to go bowling. We did go bowling with YSL Woody, but either way, I have more of a good time talking to you guys, but there's something missing where there was like a level of argument. It always felt like there was an argument about to crack off during that time period, which I think that's attractive to people, and that's part of why I feel like us having more hosts, more potential bullshit going on between the hosts would be interesting. I think that's part of like, even though getting rid of the news at that time I think did make sense, I do think that like that's part of what people want from No Jumper is they want the craziness of like a lot of different weird characters from the culture interacting.
And we get along too good, basically.
That ain't really my character, because when I get to arguing and shit, I just be like talking, and I could argue without fighting for sure, but it's just like I go too far with arguments. Like you see when I argue on the phone, when people call in and shit, or I'm in arguments. I wouldn't want to argue with y'all like that. y'all really my homies. So it'd be like, man, I don't want to get on.
But for the record, arguing is great. Like if there's an
I know
album
it
and I
is.
love it, and you want to tell me how it's
No,
terrible,
that we could argue about.
Debates,
for sure.
that's
but
not
we
argument.
we
Right.
haven't really been doing album reviews. Like,
right?
you know, we used to listen, but music has been at an all-time low. Nobody, I don't know what the fuck the last album that dropped that I love is. Yeah, I mean, it's probably like 2 years old.
It doesn't have to be that though. It's just like anything. People just want to see passionate
No, I
conversations,
get
and
where
for
you're
some reason,
going.
there's like a feeling where if it feels like it might explode into chaos, that's very appetizing to
Dope,
people. A
too.
lot of these
Yeah.
IRL streamers, it's just literally chaos
Go slap
nonstop.
somebody
Like
just
even
'cause.
the TTS thing. Like
Well,
the
yeah.
TTS is 100% to cause
love
chaos.
that.
It's like,
I love
you know,
that.
they love the idea that they could be like a factor in this conversation and control it and make shit go left, you know?
I
Why
damn
don't we
near,
have TTS?
yeah, I damn near think that wouldn't be a bad
Come
idea for an
on.
episode to try.
Okay, I like the idea of that, but there's okay, if you're gonna do TTS, then you also have to be super willing to basically stop the conversation as soon as it comes in, and we can set the limit at like a reasonable amount, whatever. But you are gonna have to like it. Just that's another level of control of the podcast, and also it can easily take it from we're having a really really good conversation about something to boom, all of a sudden we're in a completely different spectrum because somebody just brought up something. Like we could be all the way in on discussing an album, and somebody's gonna donate $50 and say, Lush, you a bitch. Here's
Yeah,
why.
but
And say some shit. And then all of a sudden it's tough to be like talking about this one thing, you know?
Yeah.
It's definitely a risk, but I could see
like we all headstrong enough.
Yeah, I could see that actually at least making people more engaged. You know what I mean? And feeling, because I feel like with podcasts, people like the myopic experience, which means they like feeling like they're a part of something. They like feeling like they're helping dictate the direction, and that
They control us live, and they know we're hearing it. They'll love it.
they'll get off on that shit for sure.
It's definitely worth it. We could try it sometime, but also I'm kind of skeptical.
Like
But
if
then,
it,
I
like
don't know.
if the limit's at $50 or $100 type shit, like.
Go ahead.
It's just like then I think about like the podcasts I listen to. Most of them would never do that.
Never.
That's more of a live streamer thing,
For
you
sure.
know. And I respect it. I fuck with it, but it very much like turns the podcast into a little bit of something different. But then I also sometimes feel like this being 3 hours a week, does it like that's not even that much compared to a lot of live streamers I know who go on stream for 8 hours in a day. It's like what is 3 hours? Why can't we spread that out to 4 or 5 hours and then just maybe like allow the conversation to go longer? You know, I don't know.
I mean, if you look, most of the pods that we've done that have like that hit more views are longer. There is an overlay between.
It definitely helps.
Yeah.
And also with the TTS, if we do longer podcasts, we could dedicate a certain amount. We could hit all our topics and then let them go crazy, and it'll just be like party hour. Yeah, I mean, y'all say what the hell y'all want to say, and we don't have to do it the whole podcast. And I feel like these other podcasts aren't doing it live. So that's a part of just mixing the old with the new. That's like somebody like Snoop Dogg keeping the Snoop Dogg flow, or somebody like 2 Chainz that will be that old and take a Young Thug flow, or T.I. just to stay relevant. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to go mix the old with the new to stay relevant. You got to fuck with what the kids fucking with. Hence why we love guns so much.
It's not the worst idea. We could definitely try it.
Yeah.
I feel like we got to try it.
Yeah. Or even a Discord call.
And that's another dude I'd like to see incorporated more in 2025 is Gunner for sure. Like I feel like Gunner is gonna have a big wave on No Jumper.
Yeah, Gunner kind of took over with the IRL streaming at the store too, which I never really like felt like there was enough shit going on at the store to just be like, all right, let's just have an IRL stream going to the store every day. But
it's cracking down.
He's kind of jumped on it. Yeah, I don't know.
It's cracking up there now. I like what they doing with the store. It's I enjoy kicking it with the young dudes at the store.
Yeah, him and Hondro are bro.
Steve.
Yeah, Steve's the man. When Hondro and Gunner were streaming, and you and Rad came in, what he said to Rad, the Hondro dude, was so fucking insane.
What'd he say?
And I'm so glad that Rad was like in a chill mood.
What'd he say?
But Rad is funny like that too, though.
I just was like, oh my God.
Let it out, loved one. What'd he say?
Yeah.
He said, he introduced himself and he was like, what's up? I'm Conrad. Da, da, da. He said, oh, you're Cumrag?
Come rag. What he call him? Something. He like, you fat.
Yeah,
something."
no,
He
no,
got
no.
right on his ass immediately. He's like,
yeah, Rad like took it like super like humorously and made fun of him back, and it was just like friendly roasting. But I could see that have in a different moment have gone a very different way, and I would not encourage people to like joke with Conrad like that. Like,
but I think you got Rad misunderstood. He got kids too, and then like YouTube, he seen that the live stream was on, so he knew what they was doing already.
oh,
So soon as he seen them playing with him like that, like, oh, I'm finna play your fat ass since you wanna play, nigga.
He
You
did
know,
that-
I got jokes too. He was on his ass.
I just was like, what the fuck?
Don't call Conrad Cumrag. But also, that's part of the problem with Gunner though, or with anyone, is that it's like, if you're gonna add anybody to this shit, it kind of needs to be somebody who's like very in tune with the type of shit that we talk about, because otherwise the learning curve is gonna be kind of rough. Because like I like the idea of adding like normies or like people that are kind of like not as hip hop, but it's gonna be tough. You know, I did a podcast with Danny Mullen. I had to explain who Blueface was mid podcast.
oh,
It's kind of like, oh shit, nothing ever made me feel like this was like a different type of podcast than in that moment, you know?
yeah. But
Sometimes I
mean,
wonder what it would be like if that
I
podcast
wasn't
was still
saying
around.
guns for the big stage, but definitely guns for No Jumper.
Yeah,
I mean, they
Guns
liked
is-
him a lot
yeah,
on
yeah.
the World of T-Shirts interview.
I think he's great. And I think he definitely like Gunner reminds me of that original spirit that I tuned in to No Jumper.
Like a White House phone.
Kind of like a White House.
Less
phone.
drugs, yeah.
Yeah.
Still some drugs.
He's for that.
Yeah,
He's
he
going crazy. That's
Gunner's
what-
down for like whatever drug is around,
Yeah.
but it's not really like you
His
don't really
thing.
come with it. I don't think.
All you gotta do is have
But he's like a weed god.
yeah, weed.
And
He
then
got-
for a while, I had to like break him off of the nitrous. I had to be like, listen, no more nitrous on the job.
is
Yeah,
it
no,
true that
did you feel like a dad when you did that?
Not really. I just felt like a reasonable business owner that doesn't want the person working the cash register to be fucking doing
Blackout
whippets,
of
bro.
knives, yeah.
is it true that Galaxy Gas is like out of business?
I know that they stopped shipping at some point a couple of months ago when they got kind of like under scrutiny. I do feel, you know, but this is part of the problem. If let's say we did 5 hosts, we got to switch this setup. The table doesn't work if you have 5 hosts. I don't think you have to like spread it out more.
You got
Now,
the other room.
I could kind of imagine like a circular table being a little bit more logical, but I don't know. It's like it would definitely take some adjusting, because I don't think we could do 5 hosts at this table.
I think also, I mean, there's also the possibility of incorporating a 4th host and like seeing if that person will work over time, and then eventually, I don't know. There's like, it ain't got to go from like
Definitely not. Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna do it's gonna be incremental. We can't
Yeah,
like
yeah,
try like
yeah.
a bunch of people at once. That's too crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
But also with the news, man, I'm excited about the news. But Flacco is definitely, in my perspective, he kind of is like the engine behind the news when I think about it, because he's very in tune with the news and what's viral, what's trending, etc. He's always got strong takes. He seems like I probably wouldn't even be that gassed up to do the news again if it wasn't for Flacco. But then from there, I don't want it to turn into what it eventually turned into with the whole Sharp damn homie fucking weird drama thing.
bro. 95% of all No Jumper drama was on the news.
Yeah.
Literally, I can name them all. The only shit that didn't happen on the news was the house phone thing.
Mm.
Everything else, all the beef, going back to me and Suspect getting into it, the Lush Flacco fade, the shit, multiple Bricc altercations, damn homie beef with Compa and Sharp, like all that shit was on the news.
I'm glad that I now have a vantage point of what it was like to not have the news, but it ultimately left me, wanting to bring the news back, much in the same way where like I really was wondering what it would be like to have a store again. We had the store for over a year, and I am now a bit less enthused about having the store. It might not necessarily be a thing for that much longer, but it's like sometimes it's nice to be able to take a step back and observe what's going on because you get used to you get into a grind of doing the same thing over and over, and sometimes you want to just feel it out and see what it's like. I gotta go take a piss.
I feel like the store is like monumental. I feel like the store is where the fans can interact with the cast. I don't know your reasoning behind the store. I know it's to make a profit, but I know it's definitely something for the no jumper community where I know the fans definitely love it. To where they could pull up and catch Bricc, Adam, whenever, Lush, you know what I'm saying, from time to time. So
in theory.
Yeah, but I think that if that was more emphasized, that would probably make it more successful because I think a lot of people just be walking down Melrose and don't even know what the hell is going on. And they're like, oh, I seen this on a weed label. Maybe they got weed there and then they stumble in. And, you know what I mean? Like, I think if we emphasize it more as like, we really be there.
Yeah. They're seeing it, though. They're starting to see it.
That's part of the problem, though, is that we're like not there that much, and they get it. They see us here all the time. It's kind of, it's like for a small-ish business, having two different locations with talent spread between it is a little bit of a challenge.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, I mean, like I said, I don't want to give out a schedule of how I move, but definitely if we had to go pull up for a second,
we'll do it.
Yeah, that's easy work.
Well,
I'm there all the time
because the store, the news when it was happening at the store for a period of time. You'd be surprised. There's a few different people that we wanted to have come do the news that were just really not feeling the idea of being live on Melrose in that area, even given that we have a bunch of security and stuff.
I said that, but it was for the troll shit. I know I said that. I was just saying when we doing the news, lock the door.
Well, for sure you gotta lock the door.
Yeah, just lock the front door. I'm cool with whatever else. You just don't want nobody running in and you have to do something to somebody on camera.
Okay, you guys buka each other. Yeah. I'm gonna go take a piss real quick.
Bend over, Lush.
Okay, me first this time.
Where'd you put the baby oil, Adam?
You gotta use your own.
We'll give you a quiet 2 minutes.
I don't think that we suck as much as that he's making it seem like we do. I think we're great.
Everybody has to react off of it. I think he's going off of comments in the fucking Reddit and shit. He let comments get to his head. Like, it's no way possible. Our clips, our drama, all the shit that we got going on over here at No Jumper is definitely top tier.
Yeah, I mean,
like everybody, you're not looking at it. We might have 80,000 views on a clip, right? But you might have a channel that got 200,000 views on the same clip, and one with 50, and another with 20, and another this,
and then TikTok, and then Facebook.
Essentially, we did millions of views, but motherfuckers, there's so much of haters. They rather see it with the twisted narrative that goes along with it. Rather than just go watch the clip and build their own narrative off of it, then go watch all the shit. So they'll go watch the negative stuff just so they can keep it negative. You get what I'm saying?
1,000. And then also, like, if you don't like something, like let's say you're with a bitch and you want to break up with her, you're gonna find like she might not be doing nothing wrong, but you're gonna see like oh bitch, you didn't put the fucking shampoo away. You gonna start tripping on
That's
that.
how I am with my girl.
You feel me?
And I be having to break out of that because like sometimes we get into it and then I'll just like pick at her for months over nothing.
But that's what the fans be like with us.
Nothing, like,
that's what that is what the fans be like with us.
And then she'll be like, I'll be like, yeah, I gotta get over that.
Talking about your sitch?
Yeah.
You pick at her?
Yeah.
So we're basically
no. It's like she might make me mad and like do something that pisses me off, like super pisses me off, and I'll pick at her for months just over little stuff like, why is the laundry done? Why can't I find a white? Why where are my socks at? Why what are you making for breakfast? Why isn't it made? You need to you get what I'm saying? And she'll be like, damn, you just gonna complain, and I'll be like, hey, I need to break out of this. Like that shit was months ago when we got into it, and I'm still just
And I'm equating some of the fan hate that we get to that same thing, where it's just like sometimes fools be tripping just because they want a reason to trip. And it's also something that's very common with every single podcast, especially one where that's lasted for extended years. Fans are going to always be like, well, I like this era better, or I like this better, or this needs to be improved. But at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Like, as long as we're doing content that we enjoy, that's resonating for the overall audience, I say push motherfucking onward.
Well, we definitely pushing onward. It's just a question of what the best way to push forward is. Like what we should be emphasizing, or what we might need to change up or add to the mix.
I think definitely covering the topics that's in the title earlier in the show.
Well, to be honest, we did hit everything that was in the title pretty much, because everything in the title is pretty like insular. And now we find ourselves 2.5 hours into the podcast, and we still haven't talked about any of the actual topics about anybody besides us. But hey, this is the only podcast we're doing this week, so I'm pretty okay with just clocking it in here. I'm totally fine with doing a 4-hour pod or whatever. You want to know one thing that I noticed the other day? Danny from the Stop, he showed like an old clip of Flagrant, and it's like everybody's just like on their phones. They're talking, but they're like just on their phones and shit.
Podcasting.
But this is early podcasting where the video was like so not a big deal yet, that everybody was just like thinking about the audio version of it, so nobody had any shame about just like, because you can have a pretty good conversation while you're also like sending some text and shit. You're not going to give 100%, but you're still there. And it's like kind of crazy to think that podcasting has gone from that era of like nobody really even thinking about the video to now if you don't have a video, it's like, what the fuck are you doing?
It's not a podcast.
It's just weird. It's like super, it's like a waste of resources, because why wouldn't you at least have a camera set up in the corner to film the shit,
Because Apple, what was it called? Music
iPod.
One, Apple One, they had pods. Dang, because I was doing a media run for Nasty Diller too, and it was like audio podcast that I were doing. It was the same.
You can still listen
like
to No
this.
Jumper that way.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
But
actually, we do well on Spotify. Actually,
probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
So probably. Yeah.
No, we do.
I mean, I have no idea, but yeah, probably.
That was so humble, but look.
No, but I just have no idea because you can't even see the analytics.
Oh yeah.
I don't think.
You
probably can.
You gotta log in your Spotify for artists.
I haven't done it.
But yeah. Either way it goes. That's how I thought Podden was at first, and then No Jumper came out. What was it? Still on some shit? Did you have camera then? No, it was as soon as No Jumper came out. Then I started seeing like online stuff, but then I went to jail. Like I started seeing more camera pods. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like not interview style. Like interviews always been on camera, but I started seeing like people picking up, promoting their shows and doing that shit. It kind of fucked me up because I thought pods were like,
it comes
shit that you hear over. What is it?
iPods. Isn't that literally the name? Like, podcast came from iPod.
I think podcast came from broadcast.
Broadcast,
broadcast, but combined with iPod, right?
Was it only on XM Radio podcast or was it on Apple?
I thought it was Apple.
Look, the word podcast is never seen this word before. Portmanteau. I need to look that up after. Of iPod and broadcast. It was coined in early 2004. And yeah. That's that.
So,
but during this early era, it was just like not really like emphasized that you were going to care about the video version, and now it's pretty much demanded. A portmanteau is a large trunk or suitcase. That's definitely not it. A word blending the sounds and combining the meanings of two others. For example, motel is the combination of motor and hotel. I want to hear this word though.
Portmanteau.
Ooh.
Portmanteau.
Portmanteau. Portmanteau.
I could listen to this all day.
Portmanteau.
Yeah, so it's
You
like,
obedient to
so
that.
essentially,
Sounds
it's like exactly what I just said it was, basically.
That's cool, but you know, we looked it up.
Yeah.
Fucking Lush wanting credit for
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
guessing it. I mean, it's the same shit that I said that it was too. I just wanted to fucking look it up
Safe
for
guess.
clarity.
Totally safe guess.
Okay, let's do a topic right here. Has anyone checked in on the Trapple Ross documentary about Lil Durk having 6 murders? I watched half of it last night. Didn't really get to the super juicy part. Like when I turned it off, it felt like I was still kind of hearing about King Von and shit, which we already know that story incredibly well. But just so people know, the 4-hour Trapple Ross documentary about Durk is out.
Is it only on Patreon right now?
It was last night, but it is now actually.
Because I was looking for it in my Patreon. I guess I switched cards. I'm not subscribed to him anymore.
Let's see how it's actually doing so far. It was 3 hours, 53,000. That's probably delayed, but
Disclaimer.
Trapple Ross using No Jumper as his workspace earlier today. He was just like hanging out, working on his laptop, and then also ordered a shitload of food. So can't be mad at that.
Then I'm about to go grab a chicken.
But I mean, this is out there for those who want to check it out. I don't really consider this something that we need to talk about because it's obviously insanely in depth.
We
But
can talk about it next week when everybody's watched it. It's going to take a week for everybody to finish it.
definitely
4 hours.
What I will say is, I think it's kind of crazy that people get so mad at Ross about quote unquote snitching when all he's literally doing is just consolidating information that exists already online. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
There's nothing that Ross reveals that's not already out there. He's just putting it in all in one place.
I feel like the rappers feel like they said it online, not Ross, not for motherfuckers to say it again. I said what I said. Why is y'all picking up my tweets and making content out of it? I'm mad right now saying something. Then it turns into the whole world knows that I smacked that boy around the corner because my dumb ass that tweeted it and they made a documentary about it.
That's an underrated part of the fall of Sharp was when he tried to take on Traplo Ross and got his ass handed to him.
Oh yeah, that didn't work out too well.
Man, I can't wait for the news to be back. We're going to have Sharp on that bitch every day.
Well, I think the main thing that Sharp's biggest misstep in that situation was like not really knowing what the fuck he was talking about and like trying to assert a bunch of passion about something he didn't care about and thinking that people were going to rock with him because it's like, oh, we're finna white boy this British dude real quick. And
I don't
like,
think you should be speaking on the culture, church. I
when-
don't think that's a spot that you should be speaking on.
when
Church,
there's
ain't your
no
brother.
reality that exists where Sharp is more relevant or important to hip hop culture than Trap Lord Ross, or more versed or more qualified to speak on.
I'm
it. There's-
styling.
Yeah, I'm styling.
Super styling.
There's no reality, and that's not even. I'm not even on some like hating on Sharp or dissing Sharp. He's just not has nothing to do with hip hop culture whatsoever. He has nothing to do with it.
Well, I think pimping in hip hop's modern form, we got rid of breakdancing, we got rid of graffiti, but I think we got to replace it with pimping and gangbanging.
Yeah.
You tell me. You tell me. I don't know.
Hey, they got a good scene with the rap shit, but he ain't on it.
And in reality,
Perks is one of the elements of hip hop now.
Perks are an element for sure.
For sure. I mean,
fake perks, actually, yeah.
That's the best element now.
Everybody a gremlin out here.
Hey, before we get into the next topic, though, I did want to say shout out to Everything 420 once again. All kinds of amazing stuff on their site. They got magical mushrooms. They got mystery boxes. Check out the E420 mystery box. You can just purchase it like this, $50. You get all kinds of crazy stuff. It's great for, holidays, something to buy. Obviously, Christmas is very, very close now, but you could pick this up and just add this to your cart and get hit with all kinds of great surprises. So massive, massive shout out to everything420.com. Check it. Look, even if you just click around a little bit here, oh boy, we got vapes out the ass. We got bongs, mushrooms, legal THC, mystery boxes, for Nick vapes. Oh my God, we got everything under the sun.
It's an easy site to navigate too, which is cool. It's like all right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, everything. So check out everything420.com. Okay, what else we got to get into here?
Can we talk about OT and Lefty?
We can, but we probably have to wait for Buka Buka Boy to get back over here because he definitely needs to be here for that.
Speaking of, well, what about, do we want to do the Jack Doherty?
You know, it's like it's kind of awkward when he walks out, and then we have to like scramble to like we got to like talk about something that's not like a real topic momentarily.
Yeah,
because you know we don't want him to like walk in and then have no idea what we're talking about.
So I realized that when I
there he is.
There you go.
He's got a big bowl of chicken.
Kimchi fried rice.
Oh, nice.
I was saying earlier how after he when he showed me that, I was like, damn, why did Asians figure out eggs so much better than Americans?
You mean like mixing them with rice?
They know how to
over easy egg on top.
Yeah, like we need, like the fact that we don't incorporate that to the same degree, like Asians,
eggs and everything.
They live in the future, bro.
You know what I'm excited about during this Christmas break is that I've had the same meal prep for like 3-4 years, the same place, and they basically like don't send you any meals for like almost 2 weeks in between. Well, no, it's got to be more like a little less than 2 weeks, but. So I'm gonna have no food, the food that I normally have to eat. So I gotta like order food or learn to cook. So I'm actually during the next 10 days or whatever, I'm gonna really be focused on learning to make all the stuff that I actually want to eat every day, because I would like to start doing my own meal prep, or at the very least be able to make stuff somewhat consistently for myself. Because all I want to eat is like steak, ground beef, rice, sweet potatoes, eggs, maybe like chicken breasts, like very simple. Like I don't need to switch it up. Every single morning I eat bacon and eggs.
Has this always been you, or is this since you've been meal prep?
I've always just like got like random food my whole life from like, you know, whatever, fast food or whatever. I was like a normal person, but now I'm like so used to this meal prep spot that I like can't imagine living without it. But like I also know that if I just like start making my own food, I'm probably going to like it more. So I'm trying to like fully transition over to making my own shit during this break.
You eat bacon and eggs with no carbs, like bacon, eggs, and vegetables.
Well, like avocados, carb technically.
I don't even think you eat. You probably eat turkey bacon. Do you eat bacon like for real?
Real bacon.
I like bacon.
I eat acai bowls for breakfast every morning now.
That's healthy.
I do that. Like I only eat breakfast, like real breakfast, on the weekends. That's how I just like get like a medium bowl or a small bowl. I made my own the other day. They don't sell the same acai as Uba Tuba in the store.
Uba Tuba. That's where you go? Buka Buka at Uba Tuba.
Buka at Uba Tuba. Yeah. But Uba Tuba, fire.
Adam, you don't crave
coconut and acai bowl every morning.
That sounds fire. Adam, you don't crave like ethnic cuisine? Like me personally, I need like Thai food, Chinese food, Japanese, Mexican. If I don't eat that, it's gonna fuck with me.
Yeah, I'm pretty whatever. I could honestly eat the same shit every day. I feel like with food, my belief system with food is that I want to like think about your days. You have like standard days where you basically do the regular shit that you always do. You wake up. For me, you work out, you go do the podcast, you work on the computer, whatever. It's like I just don't want to be making like impulsive or like fun decisions about food on an average day. But then on the weekends, we're out and about, we're going out shopping, we're going to the mall, whatever. I like to be able to like fudge the diet during that. But I don't have any desire to like eat based on like taste throughout the week. I want to avoid that during the week. Crazy. On the weekend, maybe I'll switch it up a little bit. But
you'll do good in jail.
Yeah?
Yeah.
No, because I feel like you have to eat like shit in jail. They're making you eat fucking Cheetos and shit.
Hell no. When you get your own store.
But are you able to get like real meat? What do you get?
You get fish, all type of
but
mackerels.
How do you cook it?
You cook it on the hot. Well, it depends on where you're at. If you're in jail, you turn your hot pot to a hot plate.
Okay.
Or you cook it on the bed. You make it in the hot pot.
I have a white homie who hit me up and told me that he was going into the county for 45 days and they let him out in 3 days.
Yeah. That's what they do.
That's got to feel good.
With county time, you get a year, you get out in a month.
Yeah, they
That's
call
insane.
They call it a county lid. You're like, you're out that quick.
I seen it happen to Vel too. Vel got locked up. He told me he was going in for 3 months. He got out in 1 day.
Yeah, they're getting paid to house those state cases. Like those people that already took their time and they're sitting there about to do time in the county and their county property, it's like, look, you could get out. We're housing these people that are going to trial for murder that's going to be here for years. It's beds for them.
And they overcrowded than a motherfucker.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because they're like held back on the murder case. Like, I know somebody that killed somebody 10 years ago that still ain't went to trial.
And they're in the county.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've been in the county for 10 years.
That is mind blowing.
If you're fighting a case, you're in the county. 100%.
Yeah, they've been in the county for 10 years. I know people have been in the county for like 12, 13 years fighting murders.
That never stops blowing my mind, even though, like, I personally, like, I'm friends with Melly. He's been locked up for like 9 years, 8 years.
Yeah, it's
It's
been a while.
He got locked up in 2017, I'm thinking. So it's like 8 years
Yeah.
that he's been, and he already went
That
to
was
trial.
like 2019.
It was a mistrial. Was it?
18.
Like,
I want
think
to
it's
see 18.
18.
I want to see
Yeah,
18.
Yeah, because I was about to say he wasn't even out in 17.
Yeah, I'm over
like
whooping
that.
in terms of
Yeah.
it. But still, like an extremely long
That's
period of
still
time.
6, 7 years.
And he,
ago.
when I was watching the Trapler Oz video, there's like one of Vaughn's like co-defendants or whatever, and he had to stay in there for 10 years fighting a case. Like,
yeah, for
stealing
sure.
10 years from someone's life is pretty fucked, dude.
Yeah, I mean,
2019, fucking
January 2019. Yeah.
5-6 years, still a long ass time.
yeah.
There is recently a story. Some dude, I want to say it was in Philly, did 24 years for a murder. He wound up getting exonerated for, and they gave him $3 million or whatever. That's like what he was awarded. And then this dude wound up, I want to say within a year, catching another case. Yeah, he smoked somebody for because the dude owed him $1,200 for some blow.
Right. That's like a weirdly common story. A dude went on Joe Rogan talking about how he did 30 years for a murder that he didn't commit, blah, 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 and then he just killed some dude right after.
Yeah.
Because now your standards for life are lower. Like, all right, you in prison, and if somebody owe you $200, you supposed to kill him.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it's people. Maybe I'm over.
No.
$1,000, like $400 or $500, like you could get hit over that. Maybe 200, depending on if that old dude don't got family out there in the street and it's the only money you got and you playing with it. You could get hit, so you already institutionalized. So you come home and somebody playing with you over 1,200, like, nigga, where I'm from, because they from jail now. So like, where I'm from, you get killed over less. That's how they thinking.
And
no
also,
matter if I got 3 M's, nigga, you not about to play with me.
Yeah.
and it's $3 million over 24, 25 years. What's that, like 80 bands a year or something? I don't even think that's it's like,
Because, all right, that's the fucked up thing is if you get sentenced to 20 years and you fucking beat it, or and then they figure out that you were falsely convicted, then the state owes you millions of dollars. But somehow if you sit in the county fighting a charge for 10 years and then you beat it, it's just like, oh, yay, I got out. I beat it.
right.
And there's no like even
They gotta compensate you. Like it's no way possible that they don't owe you
really.
after 10 years.
Yeah,
It
but-
has to. Like I wasn't guilty. What the fuck are we talking about?
Nah,
Why
but-
what the fuck was I here? If I'm innocent until proven guilty, how the fuck did I sit here for 10 years not guilty?
What was that one documentary that Jay-Z produced about there's this kid from New York, young ass kid, and he got caught up for some bullshit, sent to Rikers, and he was fighting his case. Dude was innocent, wound up doing nothing, did nothing wrong, and wound up dying in Rikers while he was like lost in the system, trying to whatever the deliberations were, and then so it's the system is fucked.
Yeah, super
That's what they
fucked.
do. They don't care. You just a number in the check to them.
Well, nobody's got any bright ideas for how to fix the system either.
No,
Do you know like your state number is a bond that's traded
that's crazy.
on Wall Street?
That's crazy.
No, I do not.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But then also there's
Do
the
some
whole
research.
privatized prisons is a whole other thing that's pretty fucking scary. And like literally, like you could buy your own prison, have it be the no jumper prison, and like in states will contract out to it's to me the fact that that is able to exist is a huge miscarriage of
Yeah.
justice.
They call them property bonds though, because you're state
Yeah.
property, so you don't know what bond you're buying, but you're buying bonds. of
That being
people
said,
that's
though,
in
like
jeopardy.
typically a privatized business is more efficient than a government-owned business,
which is true.
which is
and-
why the government basically like sells the prisoners to the private prisons to deal with it because they feel like they're going to be able to deal with it more efficiently than them.
Right, absolutely, and there's one, and also it's a money play for sure.
Yeah.
And then there's one I don't know if y'all heard about it, but there's one prison in California that's now like has really lenient policies and actually gives prisoners keys to their own cell, and it's like a whole modernized. It's a system basically based on like meritocracy, meaning like if you do good, you get rewarded.
Yeah.
Have you heard about that before? Yeah, so
Yeah, I heard it. It might not be a good yard, but
yeah,
yeah.
for sure. You might not be. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know if the I don't know if the real like
Yeah.
shot callers are over there.
Yeah, I don't
but
know if
probably if I went to prison, I'd much rather be at this spot though.
you
I'll tell
got the
you.
keys to your own
With a
shit.
bunch
Yeah.
of snitches and chumos.
With I get to open the door and cook food and have a tea. I don't know.
Yeah, I have
so-
no idea how bad that would
Like,
actually be.
If you get more than 7 years, are you getting pussy?
Oh hell yeah, no.
For real?
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't. I think I believe in my finesse ability enough as to where I'm gonna be able to. I'm gonna be one smacking the guard bitch down or whatever.
So
I ain't
what
gonna
if
need
that
no
fails
pussy.
and you got 15 years and your girl runs off?
I don't know what happened to you when you were in that situation.
I ain't never did that long.
Did you ever pipe compa?
No, I did not. I did not pipe
He
compa.
just snorted rails off his shit.
I just he just twerked in a thong for all the homies one day. That was
Really?
No.
Wow, that's
absolutely
hot.
not. Yeah, it was hot.
That's amazing. Speaking of, Lefty Gunplay calls out Mexican OT. Let's talk about it. All right, here we go.
We don't see eye to eye. The media
Y'all
switched
do
it
this
up. They
stuff.
made it seem something that it wasn't. You shouldn't have said shit at all about standing what you say. D-Baby never got at me like that. You shouldn't have said shit at all, big dog. We don't see eye to eye. The media switched it up. They made it seem something that it wasn't. You shouldn't have said shit at all about standing what you say. D-Baby never got at me like that.
So he feels like that Mexican OT dissed him, but yeah, okay. This I think is gonna have the clip. Okay, here we go.
Nah, I'm just talking about all these rappers. If I stop rapping right now, I'm Lil Virgil. I'm just another fat ass Mexican from Texas. Can't get lost. When you get lost, you start treating people like shit. You do people wrong. You know what I'm saying? You can't be doing that, bro. I'm still get lost. You get that fame, you get on them drugs. Nah, I'm just talking about all these rappers. If I stop rapping right now, I'm Lil Virgil. I'm just another fat ass Mexican from Texas. Can't get lost. When you get lost, you start treating people like shit. You do people wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, if that's all that we have to go on here, I'm going to say that could have applied to a lot of different people and is not specific to Lefty, right?
Yeah, there's nothing he said here in that clip, which actually came after.
Yeah. Oh, saying rappers get fucked up on drugs, get lost in the sauce, start treating everybody like shit. That's a fact in regards to any rapper.
Yeah, does Lefty think he got more motion than OT?
I mean,
He said, I got motion, you're slow motion.
to be fair, Lefty goes on podcasts and says that he's the most lit Mexican rapper or Hispanic rapper of all time. And then he has to have somebody like Vlad tell him about Big Pun and like tell him about Be Real. And then like I seen like other interview clips after he did that thing with Vlad where like he's now mentioning Big Pun and Be Real. Like he's like he didn't even think of like how popular some of the other rappers like to be fair, a lot of these people, even like that Mexican OT is like 100 times more popular than Lefty musically.
He lit from where he from. Baldwin Park. That's his shit. Ain't he from Baldwin Park?
Yeah. He ain't thinking outside of that. But you see what Lefty said? Show the screen. He said, "You're obviously speaking about me. Why? All of a sudden, when our issues been blew over, insecurities is a motherfucker, boy. I got motion. You're slow motion. Stop hating on me and congratulate me. Jealousy is a female trait. You remind me of my bitch." Wow. Well said. But okay, let's do a little bit of homework right here because I kind of can't remember this. Lefty Gunplay Mexican OT. Here we go.
they so per my memory, when Lefty was first blowing up, he was asked about Mexican OT, and he was basically like, "He cool, like I don't need to do a song with him," type shit. And that's basically they were both kind of saying the same thing. But I think it's also really important to note that there's a big rivalry between Texas and California when it comes to like the
Southsiders.
when it comes to the Mexican community.
But
for
wait,
sure.
is there a real rivalry or is it just like a perceived thing by the fans?
It's like some cartel behind it. I don't want to talk too much, but it's like they're governed by different.
They are governed by different sanctions and all that, but beyond that, like when I say rival, I don't mean like beef. I mean like competition, like
right, yeah.
Like, oh, we got the best food, we got the baddest bitches, our music is better, we have, and like, you know, and then obviously the whole SPM thing was a huge divide because
SPM's a zillion times more popular than Lefty, whether you like him or not.
Well, like SPM at his peak is one of the biggest Mexican rappers in history.
And I feel like he's going to get out and still be huge, regardless of if people like that.
Unfortunately, yeah. The thing is also like it's important to like, but there's a difference between just Mexicans and Latinos. If you're talking about Latino rappers, like there's so many. I mean, Big Pun is just one of. You can't even. People don't even realize fools like Fabulous is Latino. That AZ is Latino. Like
we ain't giving Fabulous that credit.
He's
or
Dominican.
AZ.
They're
That's cool, but ain't nobody think about Fabulous like that.
Dominican and Black. Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, they're okay. I can name.
You gotta like relate to the Mexican culture, or like if you are going to be considered for that.
I'm not talking
or
about,
just Hispanic.
But that's what I'm saying. There's a difference between Latinos and just Mexicans. You feel me? Mexican. There's no real. 6ix9ine was the first like reputable rapper of any Mexican descent on that side of the country.
But to be fair,
you know what I mean, actually, Lil Pump.
He's Colombian
and part Mexican.
He's Colombian. I called him Cuban on the phone the other day, and he
he's
swiftly
Colombian?
corrected me. Yeah,
I thought he was Cuban and Mexican.
Wait, I kind of remember this being the origin story.
Recently, I had my boy Lefty Gunplay over here.
Shout out Lefty.
That's my boy. You know what I'm saying? What we gonna see a record with you and him or what, man? He real life essay gangster.
Yeah,
all the whole shit.
Yeah, I don't know, bro, but I don't really like being around that. Like to me, it's like because like I remember being like that just on drugs. So when I'm around it, it make me feel like, you know, like when I got off drugs and stopped acting like that, it made me like think like, damn, bitch, I don't ever want to do that again.
Let's watch the whole thing, then I'll come back and break it down.
You know what I'm saying? So
you saying like that's going to
Hater world valuable insight.
Mexican politics that's not going to bother
my people. Yeah, in Texas, I'm gonna go back home and they gonna congratulate me like, man, hey, way to take care of him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm doing some player ass shit. I ain't gotta do a song with that motherfucker. I ain't gotta do a song with nobody.
That was aggressive. I forgot about that.
Recently I had
that. I don't know. Those are aggressive words right there. That's like he's really making it clear that he don't fuck with that J-Cat lifestyle.
Which is like, I mean, it's understandable why Lefty would kind of respond and be like, yeah, I ain't really, okay, that's how you feel. I ain't really fucking with you either, bruh. But they both, that wasn't even the first back and forth. They'd been kind of throwing little subtle things, and Lefty fuck with D-Baby. There's been rumors that D-Baby and OT don't see eye to eye exactly.
When's the last time they worked together?
There's a
Was
video.
it ever?
There's a video that came out 2 weeks ago talking about them
Mexican
having issues.
D-Baby.
See, the unspoken beef.
The unspoken beef. I love an unspoken beef that necessitates a documentary. That Mexican OT thinks D-Baby don't mess with him on the food community. Look at that, yeah.
That's crazy.
Shit, these egos get in the way, you know.
At the current moment, I mean, like, would you guys agree that Mexican OT is the biggest Mexican rapper currently?
For sure.
D-Baby go crazy, but he more underground than Mexican OT. But D-Baby's harder to me.
I think D-Baby actually
probably a bigger rapper though.
I think a year ago D-Baby had more emotion than that. I think it's kind of like he hasn't. I think momentum wise.
Yeah. Well, them songs still sticking.
No, he hard.
Yeah.
They both hard.
I mean, sometimes I wonder if shit just like seems bigger than it is, but for sure, from my perspective, that Mexican OT is like by far the biggest Mexican rapper.
For sure.
And the thing about that Mexican OT is he appeals to like even though he's a young dude, he appeals to an older demographic for sure. Like all of my friends who are like, oh, hip hop is dead and who don't listen to any of the new shit, they're like, they love that Mexican OT.
Yeah.
He's like the voice for the old heads right now that is young because he actually really rapped for real.
Actually, to be fair, it almost is like D-Baby's like average views are higher than that Mexican OT's, but then that Mexican OT has like bigger individual songs
and puts out more material.
And granted, that is me just taking the YouTube views at face value, which is always something that is kind of you need to be skeptical about anybody's views, right?
Yeah, but I don't know. You
You
said
wanna do the
D-Baby's
monthly
doing more
viewers?
views, right?
D-Baby has 86,000. Next note he has 5.4 million.
Yeah, it's not even.
D-Baby has 86,000?
No, 900,000.
900,000.
That sounds
And Mexican OT has what?
5.4 million.
5.4 million. That sounds about right.
Yeah, so he's significantly.
But also having the huge monthly listeners is oftentimes the product of just having like one huge song.
Yeah.
Because I interviewed a dude from out here, but he lives in Florida. Is Kill Switch. He's like an underground dude who's like signed to like Puya and Fat Nick and shit. He has 16 million monthly listeners, but he has one song that was just like a massive hit. And if you were to look at like a lot of his other stuff, you would not think that he would have 16 million monthly listeners, but that one song is so big that it just absolutely just inflates his monthly listeners to such an insane degree.
It's still your monthly listeners. It don't matter if they listen to the one song; they're still there.
No, facts.
You know what I mean?
But that's damn near.
That's a smash.
That would have to be like a Shabuzi type hit to.
It was huge. You want to see?
Yeah, to be generating that type of like.
But look at how many views that has. It's actually insane. Kill Switch, Wasted, I think it's called. Yeah, you got 15 million on just the YouTube video.
Okay.
But I mean that's the difference between like I remember me and Wack had a nice little argument where I was saying that I thought Big Sad was bigger than Zoe Osama, and then we look up the monthly listeners and Big Sad's like so much smaller than Zoe Osama.
Yeah.
And I still believe that Big Sad probably has the more valid, like consistent fan base. I just think Zoe Osama has had really big songs that massively inflate his monthly listeners.
Yeah, because I don't see nobody paying Zoe Osama more than 2,500 for a show right now with all those numbers. No, I'm just saying due to the fact of popularity, like as people go pop out, is he worth more? Are you worth 10, 20,000 due to the numbers? That's my boy, but I feel like Big Sad could get 10,000 whenever he pop out right now.
No,
and I take my bad for 2,500, but like 5,000 for some.
I think that how many of those monthly listeners are from his remix of Underrated featuring Snoop and E40?
Exactly. He already has a hit song, and then you put Snoop and E40 on it, and then all of a sudden you're in the Snoop and E40 algorithm.
Yeah.
And like you're just getting like spread to these artists who like that. Then you could be a huge percentage of your monthly listeners is going to be drawn from just randomly getting your song played. Like, people just listen to old ass Snoop records, and then the algorithm will just feed them this new song that they know people like.
That old DJ Quick flow too, though.
100%.
Like him and G Perico, they got that old school flow, but with the new bop to it, so they fit into the algorithm just off of tempo and cadence and stuff.
But it's also like Underrated alone without the features is way bigger than any Big Sad song.
Crazy.
For sure.
It was crazy. Yeah, for sure.
But then also
he got like a couple of them.
Well, that remix also has Money Sign Suede, which and that dropped shortly after he passed away. You know what I mean? So that is he's hitting multiple demographics. I'm gonna agree with you and say that I feel like Big Sad is a bigger artist overall than Zoe Osama currently, but like
because I would just rather have like a consistent fan base than have like a really big record. Which, granted, like you can monetize both, but if you're an artist who feels like you can hit 1 million views on every video you put out, that's got to feel pretty fucking good. Versus like
Zoe rather have the money than the fame. He don't go buy chains. He don't go. If he showed off a little bit more, he'll be a little bit more popping.
Down to earth.
Like if he showed what really goes on, like, he's the type that fucking Nike Tech, he had a regular Nike jumpsuit with the forces on.
I hate that I know that if I spent more money on jewelry and clothes that my perception to the public would be very different. And I'm like kind of opposed to that because I just don't believe in that.
Yeah.
But then like, bro, I got that one Gucci jacket. Every time I bust it out and wear it, I wear it rolling loud. Oh my God. It's like every person I see is just telling me like, damn, that's a nice jacket.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what? How are you guys this impressed by me having like a $2,000 jacket? But then the same thing with the chains.
Yeah.
It's like a guy walks in with a bunch of chains on, you can't not look at him. You can't not think all about him.
Yeah. You gotta like that. What do you do?
We're special.
We're backstage at Rolling Loud, just like looking at some dude with a chain, just like, who is that? Who is that? We see people crowd around. Who is that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's 4 bets. Oh, okay, that's 4 bets. All right, like, you know, but like you see the guy with the big chain, a bunch of people looking at him. You got to figure out who it is
for sure.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
I don't want that way of life.
You know, it's funny you said
should
that.
do it. You should try it out. You should just come out, bust down, like out of two op. The 2-op should be the bust down rapper and just be out here wilding out and shit.
Or if you had your Lisa Simpson tat like as a piece, you feel me? Like that'd be
that
kind
would go
like
that'd be hard, right?
Oh, instead of that'd be like the white Gucci man.
That'd be hard right there.
But that's the crazy thing is that if I were to spend, I don't know, $500,000 on a crazy car, a bunch of jewelry and shit, that it might like easily make that $500,000 back through the things.
For sure.
Through the fact that like all these rappers would be looking at me like, damn, he's tight now. Yeah. But then also I feel like that would just cause people to like try to tax me more about everything.
I don't know. I also feel like a lot of people
kick it with people.
But Adam, don't you feel like a lot of people fuck with you because you don't like be into that and you're just kind of just like this fool that just fucks with the culture, but you don't necessarily try to dress or embody like certain things. You're just yourself and you think what you think is cool and you fuck with it, and you don't think people like.
I don't know what the fuck they thinking. I don't give a fuck either. Fuck them.
Yeah, fuck them.
If
I could afford chains, I'm wearing them.
Yeah, I was with 1090 and Trap La Ross, and they both rocking ICS chains, and I don't have one. I kind of felt like the loser of the group. Can I also just bring this up? Is that all right? So Lil Baby, did he put it out? Did he put the album out? Or no? He's about to put it out, right? He's talking about it.
Yeah.
So Yachty has him on his podcast. Asked him everything under the sun. I'm pretty sure it has like 1 million views or close to 1 million views right now, right?
Sure.
Lil Baby also did Charlemagne. From what I hear, while Yachty's getting, 1 million views on his, Charlemagne's had like 30K. And then Charlemagne actually took it down.
Wow.
Which is kind of mind-blowing to me. I don't know. I'm like, in my head, it makes sense that he would have took it down because the views were pathetic in comparison to the one that Yachty did.
Yeah.
But that also just stands out to me as like a crazy inflection point for the culture where like Charlemagne, who I forget what number, but he's like top 5 most influential person in hip hop media according to that Complex list. All of a sudden, regardless of if you agree with that or not, but all of a sudden somebody like Yachty, who's got like almost no skin in the game, he's been like a content creator for like a year, he's able to absolutely blow Charlemagne out of the water in terms of views.
Well,
that stands out as like we're in a very, very new era in which like the legacy reputation that you've built up as a content creator can just completely pale in comparison to a younger rapper dude who just starts a podcast and is able to just have this cool conversation
Who would
with
we rather listen to in a conversation? 2 label mates or Charlemagne and Baby? We seen this on Breakfast Club. How many times? Every time he drops an album, we have to see him on Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
I mean, before Breakfast Club, well, I don't want to.
I mean, but for the kids, all right, who wants to watch a Lil Baby interview? Primarily, it's gonna be like a very young audience.
Yeah.
Who's got a better relationship with the young audience,
Yachty.
Charlemagne or Yachty?
Yachty, they're dressing like Yachty. They wouldn't
all
be Yachty.
those years of hard work that Charlemagne put in don't really mean much to the young ass audience that wants to see a Lil Baby interview and wants to see Yachty orchestrate it.
And here, I think it's just a bad timing thing. I mean, because I think a conversation between Yachty and Lil Baby would be cool, but if it's coming out the same day, like Yachty, obviously, like you said, that's a label mate, that's another artist, it's a whole different perspective. That's a way more interesting conversation.
Yeah.
If the interview would come out at a different time, that'd be cool. But on the same token, I'd rather see Charlemagne chop it up with
Ludacris.
Jadakiss. You feel me?
You know what I'm
Like,
saying? And
yeah.
if it was Yachty dropping with Jadakiss and Charlemagne dropping with Jadakiss the same day, it would be vice versa. The numbers would be flip-flop.
Probably.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? It's just like, you thought you was cool with the YNs.
But then we live in a new era in which the bad publicity of having your interview get absolutely trampled by another content creator could be enough to make Charlemagne not even want the interview out there. Because I've been in that position many a time where I interviewed somebody. Oh, it turns out that somebody else interviewed them at the same time. Maybe they get the interview out first. Maybe that interview just happens to have like the viral clips, or they asked about shit that I didn't even think to ask about or whatever. Never occurred to me to take it down because I'm just kind of like, whatever. I put my shit out, and if they like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't.
Yeah.
But I mean, that is a bad look for somebody like Charlemagne. If somebody like Yachty is able to get 30 times the views in the same period of time.
I mean, and it might be a little bot pushing over there also.
We don't know.
You get what I'm saying?
But why the fuck would
go,
Yachty do that? Because I see Yachty, like, every interview he does like very respectable numbers.
Yeah, and they're gonna treat everything like the music. Why wouldn't they?
I love.
I mean, I'm not saying that it's all fake views. Yachty can get views. Yachty is like a very. He encounters Yachty like they're the kids. Yeah, they're very influential. So it's like he can get the views. Are they running it through the same program as the music? I would not doubt it.
But okay, hour and 25 minutes. Yachty got 1.3 million views. But like, there's a lot of this. Wow, he didn't put out a podcast for 4 months after that one controversy. But
right.
I mean, Yachty does like really legit ass views. Like Cash Cobain, 265,000. Bro, I swear to God, Elliot did a Cash Cobain interview. They got like 5,000. Like,
did he really?
I'm pretty sure. Like,
wow.
I mean, it might have gone up a lot since he did it.
Wow.
80K. Okay, that's a lot better than.
That's still stupid low for like,
it's still not quite what you would expect. Yeah, but I mean, there's like a line in the sand is being drawn between the younger content creators and the fucking older ones.
Is it really an age thing though? Because Joe Budden's still doing numbers. Act's not a spring chicken. You're not a baby.
But I don't feel like Joe has hit the part in his career where he feels like an old head, because as much as he is older, it's like he's still very controversial. He's gonna ask a bunch of like mixy ass shit. Well, but he wasn't always like that as an interviewer.
He was
like, but
well, his whole thing was being the old head. This is the guy that was telling Yachty, you're in a 360 deal and you don't even know the paperwork you signed. This is the same guy that was like,
well, that was like 7 years ago.
Yeah,
8 years ago.
But that's the beginning of his. Well, not the beginning, but that's like a seminal part of his podcasting arc. You know what I mean? People forget Joe Budden goes back. He was the first rapper besides Del the Funky Homo Sapien to have his own website and do direct to consumer sales. You know what I mean? Like, so Joe's been using the internet for many moons.
But don't you feel like, all right, like who's like a lit rapper that people would want to see interviewed? Oh, okay. If Gunna does Joe Budden's podcast and Yachty's podcast in the same week, I feel like Yachty's trampling him. But Joe has a huge built-in fan base, but I don't know. But there's a lot of different ways to look at that.
But when you're talking about fools from Atlanta that are like already connected, like Gunna and Yachty, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It might, who would do more views? Boss Man D-Lo, maybe same thing, because like he's
Yachty washed Joe when it comes to Boss Man D-Lo.
Yeah,
for sure. Kendrick, Joe's doing
maybe Yachty. I don't know.
No,
but Kendrick doing any podcast would be such an event that it wouldn't matter. It's like both, because every person in hip hop is gonna watch both of them.
Yeah,
or at least watch every clip that comes across their Instagram feed.
It's hard to like find somebody that makes even sense in the context of this conversation, because like you're right. Like it seems like at the end of the day, it's what moves numbers is whatever the culture is fucking with. And if you're kind of like old and washed up and boring, like, and I'm not calling Charlemagne that, because I actually love Charlemagne's content, but like he might like I would much rather hear what he got to say to Yachty than Charlemagne. What's Charlemagne going to say to him that we haven't heard? He'd be like, so what was the inspiration behind the album? What's the rollout? Like, it's going to be just straight industry, boring questions. Same shit Ebro would ask, same shit that Elliot
and Lil Baby going to open up more.
He's going to be more comfortable around Yachty for sure.
Open up more.
That assumption alone is, from my perspective, why that interview is going to do more views with Yachty. Is people are just going to assume that there's more of a mutual sense of camaraderie and respect with Baby and Yachty. You know,
for sure. He'll be like shit that he'll curve Charlemagne for. He'd like accidentally answer for Yachty, because it's just like talking to the homie.
Yeah.
Like coming from Charlemagne, it's like, man, you trying to put me in a trick bag.
But when Yachty had that fallout with his co-host Mitch, he didn't drop a podcast for 4 months. I thought he was over it. But the Baby one is like a good ass opportunity that, I don't think podcasting really probably makes that much sense for Yachty in terms of like what he's choosing to do with his time. But maybe after 4 months, he kind of got reminded, like, oh, I do like doing this, and this isn't a big sacrifice.
I mean, he's only writing the biggest hits that you're listening to.
Right.
Like, don't worry about it. He's writing the biggest hits. What else can he do? He, like, fuck it.
Well,
I'm a writer right now. I'll do a podcast and just get paid off of everybody else being me.
He literally said that he only started that podcast for Mitch. He literally did that because he wanted his boy to have an outlet, and then they fell out. Like, and it's kind of interesting. Like, Yachty tends to fall out with people that are really close to him. He's got a history from the beginning of his, his whole arc's been like that. I'm not exactly sure why. If it's people being opportunistic and trying to come up off of him, or if there's something in him. Like,
I see people saying that about Yachty, and I've given it a little bit of thought, but I also just feel like, a lot of times you try to put people in position and they're just not ready for it, or they're not down to just ride out. For every caribou, you don't need a caribou, you need a Tony Yayo. You need somebody who's going to ride out with you and hold you down.
Show his ass on stage when you say stash it in his crack.
So you're basically saying that Memphis Bleak was a better decision than Beanie Siegel.
That's crazy.
I mean, I don't think either of them was probably a profitable bet in the long run for Jay-Z.
Well, Beanie was like clearly like the more talented artist who was really successful and was better, and he wound up turning on Jay, and they got into beef. Bleak is a youngin' from his hood who might not have been the best rapper, but stayed down 10 toes and still to this day fuck with Hove. So
Beans didn't turn on him. He left with who he came with.
Nah, but he turned on
Bro,
eventually.
did you not hear the
But
song
what I'm
Average
saying,
Cat?
but what I'm saying, if I came with Dame and you beefing with Dame, I'm leaving with Dame. So it's like,
but he didn't come with Dame, right?
I mean, the whole
Jay
Philly,
signed him off the block in Philly before he even heard him rap.
But what I'm saying is, all the Philly crew and Dipset came through Dame, the State Property crew.
For sure, the Dipset fools came under Dame.
So
All the
Dipset
hard-
for
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
But Philly come through Dame? Is that
Freeway and Beans and them came through Dame?
I don't know about coming through him, but I know that Beans definitely had a loyalty to Dame and had a closer relationship at the end.
We'll do some research. I'll show you. I think Dame was the one that signed him.
Okay, it's possible.
I think Jay-Z co-signed it when Dame said that's what we rolled it with, because I remember he came out on the tour that I was at. I think it was Hard Knock Life tour.
Okay, no, that makes sense. But that's an interesting point, though, because you're saying he needs a Tony Yayo, and we love Yayo, but Yayo is not. He's like the worst rapper in G Unit.
Yeah, but he held him down. Which, okay, in comparison, 50 signed Game. Game was obviously had all the talent in the world. He was destined to be a big ass artist, but Game wasn't riding for G Unit in the same way. He wants to take pictures with Fat Joe or Jadakiss or whoever the fuck it was in the club. He don't want to have to just stare at other people that 50 don't get along with. He wants to go and meet all his favorite rappers. At that time, 50 was beefing with like most of your favorite rappers. Like, it was just, Game wasn't down to be a company man in the same sense, which most people, like, I wouldn't hold you guys to that standard.
Yeah, like, you shouldn't even want somebody to beef with. Like, I get it, the rap shit, but it's like, you got beef, you got the rap in the industry. Look, you signed me. I'm a part of G Unit. I'm not a part of the original G Unit. I'm an add-on, so I don't have to not fuck with it.
There was artists in Miami that Remo was hanging out with, and then he's reporting back to me like, oh yeah, he really don't fuck with you. I'm like, it doesn't even occur to me in my head to be like, damn, Remo, you shouldn't be talking to him.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. Yeah. If anything, that's good, because in the long run, I don't give a fuck about any of this. So it's like, if I could patch it up with that dude as time goes by, him being cool with you was probably good for the likelihood of us being able to be cool at some point.
Yeah. But it's different though, being like in the media space and trying to be like the hardest Don Dada of all rappers, like 50 was, and like
that was more gangbanging.
Yeah. Well, 100%. This full Game just like literally didn't want to, because he already had previous relationships with these fools, and he was cool with Jada and he was cool with Joe and all that. So I don't know, but like, yeah,
the Travis Hunter dude.
Oh my God,
he's going through it.
For people who don't know, so he's a basketball star.
In
football. Whoops. Anyway, so he comes out. People realize he got this girl, this fiance, and she's acting like. The first thing was the footage of her being a bitch while he was taking photos with fans, right?
Yeah.
Was that the first thing?
Yeah.
I think. So then everybody starts feeding into this and being like, holy shit. She goes on Instagram Live. She does this long ass video explaining herself. And then from there, everybody just starts exposing. But not even that, just cheating. Just straight up like being in other guys' DMs. Dudes are exposing her, etc. And he was like really standing on business for her, saying, hey, leave me out of it. You know, this is my life. This is who I'm in love with. Fuck you guys. And now it seems he deactivated his Instagram yesterday because the proof of her being a scandalous hoe is just becoming so overwhelming that there's just no way around it.
I think it was like a PR move because he's young and he's probably emotional, and he just was like, did he win the Heisman Trophy? I think he just won the Heisman Trophy. So like at this point, we need to be talking about sports and not this bitch. So take the Instagram away, and we got ESPN, and we'll be talking to the local news networks and all this shit. They won't be asking about this bitch. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? Let the bitch act out whatever it is. Right now, we trying to get you to the NFL. You don't want to fall victim to domestic violence or even shaming the bitch online right now. You are a jockey that the whole world looks up to.
If he stays with her, he's gonna look absolutely nuts.
I mean, I would. That's my bitch. Nigga, nigga, what you mean? Nigga, I be cheating too. I was getting my dick sucked. She probably was mad at you niggas DMs, but this is my bitch though.
You ain't shit. He ain't shit.
Yeah,
she ain't shit.
man.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
but did
keep
y'all,
it up, bitch? Because now I'm for sure a certified millionaire. So keep that dumb shit up if you want to.
Y'all seen the picture of some dude's like, look at the homie with bro's bitch, and it's just like a picture of some dude, and he's got his hand on her ass,
They're in college.
They're in college.
Let's not take away that they're in college. Anybody been to college right here?
They're in college.
All right, like, come on.
What
man.
you could reasonably expect from a woman at 30 and what you could reasonably expect from a girl who realistically is like newly able to drink
and go outside. Like, come on, bro. She's just now finding out she's a fucking hoe. She didn't know that.
No, but also, did y'all notice sometimes with these superstar athletes, they don't really have they spend so much time working on the field and in their craft and on their shit that they don't have the best social skills. They don't really have that much experience interacting with women.
Okay, that too.
Yeah, that too.
That's
why Manti Tao had a whole fucking catfish.
What
bitch.
about I'm the hottest thing on campus? I'm nominated for the Heisman Trophy. That means I've been a joint since I've been here. I'm a backwood at this point.
Correct.
You get what I'm saying?
Correct.
I've been fucking everything on campus too.
But you still might not have game.
But no, what I'm saying, no, I just say I'm fucking everything on campus too. And this bitch and everybody DMs and all that. That's because she got idle time because I'm not paying that bitch attention. That's probably why it's like, I probably know. What if he knows about this shit already? What if they've already gotten to it about this shit already? It's like, we're not going to let the internet start shit back up in our relationship.
Being the girlfriend to a guy who wins a Heisman Trophy is like running for president in the sense where you've now opened it up where everybody in sports media, the fans, the people on the internet, etc., everyone is incentivized to expose your ass and really just show the world what you really are like. And with her especially getting all this negative publicity, like, you know, people aren't really necessarily dying to break up a happy home when the girl seems respectable, but her seeming like a piece of shit, of course all these dudes are coming out of the woodwork. Now I do kind of hate, like, do you see that thing that they post on the No Jumper Instagram that was, I told them don't post stuff like this anymore, but it was basically like, oh, why be a Namir's girl? Almighty Suspect used to be with her before she was Namir's girl.
That was a great post.
Okay. For a different account other than No Jumper, I would agree. That's a great post because that's fucking hilarious. And I think it's funny just like everybody else.
No
thinks it's funny.
Namir,
but I don't think we should be normalizing making a big thing out of pointing out whenever somebody gets a girl, pointing out every other guy that she ever spent time with, which it feels like the internet is getting to that point quickly.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's really like fair or productive. And I feel bad for the guys because Lord knows that, you know, if I was single tomorrow and I had to find a new bitch, she's probably going to have had digging her from
I grew
porn
up off
stars,
the Lil
rappers,
Wayne.
who knows?
I don't give a damn if you was a prostitute and you fucked every man that you ever knew, baby. I don't give a fuck. You my bitch. That means that you well seasoned, bitch. You know how to fuck. A lot of people like to fuck you.
But okay,
you
and I have had conversations about like, oh, there's this person, and maybe I don't like them, but I fucked their girl before, and it's like, as much as you might not bring it to the table, it's definitely in your head. You're definitely thinking about it.
Yeah,
no,
and I could understand that it's hard to deal with for a lot of guys. I think it takes a lot of confidence to wife up a girl who's publicly been with other guys. A lot of guys aren't ready for that.
Have confidence.
No, for sure, and I agree with that. And like, I think. Here's the thing: if a bitch ain't got a past, she finna have a future. You feel me? Every single girl got a whole phase at some point.
If a bitch ain't got a past, then she lame.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
or
you gotta
she's like
be
19.
Yeah, no, and I'm not dealing with that type of shit. So it's like, if you don't got shit going on in your past where it's like, bitch, you ain't never been a hot topic.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? When you a hot topic, you get caught up. When you a joint, you get caught up being a joint, bitch. I can't be mad at you for being a female
I
joint.
mean, Travis Scott's got
You
2
know what I
kids
mean?
with Kylie Jenner. He could have easily said, "Oh, you fucked Tyga, you date Tyga, you fucked with all these different dudes, etc."
Chris, everybody.
He probably knows all kinds of dick that she done took.
She probably still taking dick.
He would have. Well, I don't think they're together because she was definitely taking dick from Timothy Chalamet or whatever the fuck that dude's name is.
Yeah.
But either way, it's like Travis Scott could easily not have multiple kids with a billionaire if he had been like, ew, you fuck Tyga. I don't want to fuck you. You know, that's some gay ass little kid shit.
As long as the pussy not tampered with, as long as it's like, you feel me, it's not blown out.
What was Tyga gonna do to
it? Nah, me and Travis, nigga, ain't seeing eye to eye over some hood rat pussy. That bitch got like 15 years, Travis. This the bitch that you ain't calling me over too. You a weirdo, cuz.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
You and Travis Scott
that's
have
the
issues.
real reason why I haven't talked to Travis. I know. We fake cool. But
So
he's
this
still
is
mad
a
about the
reveal
bitch
that
Miller.
you have Travis Scott relations? I didn't know that.
You know me and Travis was cool. I wrote Don't Play.
What is that? That's a Travis Scott song?
With
I'm not
him
like-
and Big Sean, the song that brought him back.
Really? I have no idea.
We
I didn't know
ain't
you-
playing
you
with
wrote
these things. Yeah, I wrote on that.
Don't Play.
It's a good record.
Featuring the 1975. You're saying
Shitty
you
got
wrote
scripts for the cough.
But-
Gotta hit Johnny when you hit. Hey,
You didn't get credit for writing this?
That's
or what?
that's what we was beefing about too. Like he was supposed to give me a swap, never gave me a swap. But that's my boy. I mean, he's so out of here now. I'm just happy for him. Like, I don't even be tripping off.
Wait,
that
you're
shit
beefing
no more.
over pussy too?
No, he start acting funny over like some other shit happened, but he know damn well that I don't have nothing to do with that. But then like the bitch called me like, why would you tell him this, that, and the other? And I'm like, I didn't start that conversation, but I got tricked into the conversation type shit. You know what I mean? This was like
sounds square.
2014, 15. Yeah.
He sounds
And it
soft.
just been like since then.
Damn.
That's kind of weird.
Like, we been cool. Like, I got his number right now. Like, every time I see him, I saw him in Atlanta. He gave me his number, But it's like, you got a billionaire bitch now. Like, at that time, it's like, I understand you ain't picking up. The homies ain't just pulling up on you like we used to back in the day. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I understand that we got older. So it's like, at least turn me on to whatever going on now out here. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't, you so far gone, it's cool. Like, you know?
Isn't it different though? Like it's one thing if your girl used to be like thotty or whatever.
That's what I'm saying. It's way different if they were cheating on you.
Yeah, it's currently like, you feel
No,
me? Like,
this is like a hood rat bitch. Maybe that he didn't know that she was a hood rat bitch and she was up here like going to go fuck on him out at Kanye shit at Santa Barbara and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you find out like, nigga, your homie that ain't got no followers or nothing smacking the same bitch. It's kind of like an ego thing that went on.
In terms of what's his name's girl, the problem, let's not lose track of the fact that the reason why we hate her is not because she's cheated on him or because she used to be a hoe or whatever. It's because he's now a superstar and getting huge amounts of attention, and she's dead set on making herself the main character and not doing the thing that we all expect of a sports celebrity's wife, which is just shut the fuck up.
She should have deactivated.
Watch him perform, do your thing, and that's it. You know, just like, you know, stay in the shadows.
Kobe's wife.
You don't need to be a star, exactly. You know, fall back.
Kobe's
Let your man
wife.
be great. All you have to do is shut the fuck up and stay out of the way and be a good wife, and you get to be with a guy who's probably worth hundreds of millions of dollars, or will be in the near future.
Just be pretty and sit there. Yeah. 2 jobs.
Yeah. Ice his fucking knee at the end of the night.
She probably used to fuck Kobe up after he got caught hitting that bitch in the asshole.
Well, yeah, I don't think she was.
Look, why you went in the stink tooth? That's supposed to be our thing.
or maybe they had an arrangement. She's like, if you want it in the stink, you're gonna have to holler at a white bitch for that. Like,
yeah. Nah, man. Rest in peace, Cole. But
the GOAT.
Yeah. As far as her being, I don't know. Get rid of her. I say get rid of her because it's like
he still got time.
That's what I'm saying.
Because you still showing out. Like, yeah, that's why I'm like, she's showing out. Like, give her a check and then get rid of her.
But
too,
also,
like, give her.
Think about what she might know about him.
That's why I said, give her some money and just tell her to shut.
You think she gave him the buka? Is that what you're saying?
I'm just saying, like, we already know that she's scandalous as fuck, and she's going to expose whatever to help make herself the main character. And I just wonder, like even if he's never laid a hand on her, never did some grimy shit, never let her buka him, a bitch like that gonna think up some good ass shit to say about you. She got a creative writing class going on in her head for all these years.
Is she going crazy on live like that?
I think she's falling back. I think she probably was instructed, like, hey, you're ruining this guy's career and his public image. You need to shut the fuck up. Yeah.
I think her mom called, like, bitch.
Because this new shit is not this new shit is not like her doing. You know, this is stuff that's just like being pulled out of the archives. Her being a bitch when he's taking the photos with the fans, that's like current, something that could have been avoided if you had just shut the fuck up. But all this new stuff is like being dumped on her, and she didn't know this.
What was she being a bitch about?
It's like he's taking photos with all these fans, and she's sitting there and she's just like loudly complaining and acting like, you know, oh, so what am I supposed to do? Just sit here? Yes.
Yeah, bitch, what the fuck?
You know, I'm a zillion times less famous. You know how many times Lennox had to sit there and while I took 10 photos? Like, that's part of the game. And
you might got to hold the camera on the next one.
Exactly. Imagine being annoyed. Be happy that I've done something with my life, that I'm having any kind of accolades at all, that like, anybody has respect for me. I'm over here trying to be present, trying to be thankful for this. Yeah, I don't want to stand here for 20 minutes taking photos, but I'm going to deal with it because I'm trying to do a good job of what I'm doing with my life. The girl should not be trying to make herself the main character in that.
Is at a point in your life where nobody knew your name. Now people stopping to take pictures. Yes, I will take a picture with you. You want a picture? Yes, sir. You can get one.
Because his ass was getting up at 5 a.m. and running laps and doing all this other bullshit for all those years so that he could get into this position.
Yeah, she wasn't with him shooting in the gym. Clearly. And the fucked up thing is the only way that would be even somewhat justifiable for her to act like that is if she's sitting there for like 4 hours straight. But even then,
go to the room.
No, yeah, exactly. Even then, if it had been like a prolonged period of time, just go away.
Yeah.
For you making a public, you having a stink face, you having a resting bitch face is already doing too much.
Yeah, no, 100%. I agree.
You could do that. Do all that shit. Just sit in the corner.
Yeah.
Get the fuck. Don't say nothing, bitch.
All right, Bricc, I hate to do it to you, but we got to address this. Look at this. We're getting rich off Spiffy Luciano.
Is that really him?
Tell Bricc, baby, I need him to do a challenge to my new song, me and Boosie pushing, called Size 15 featuring Nine. I shouted you out in it. Let's end the year off right. Size 15, go step. Next one. Tell Bricc, baby, I need him to do a challenge. This is the same thing.
I know the first one went through. He ain't got no service. Oh, I got something for you, bro.
Why is he saying this when his actual last song that we saw was a diss track about
He wants me to rap back.
So what, he's trying to turn this into...
Yeah. I got something for him, though. I'm going to rap back.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I got your address. I ain't going to fully dox you in that motherfucker, but nigga, I'm going to put the gate code and your door number in that motherfucker.
You're going to go do a video on his porch?
Real. Nah, I ain't going to do that. We ain't beefing like that, but... I got something for you.
I'm not gonna lie, Spiffy actually
unhinged the bar. My bad.
He snapped on that song.
The one about Bricc?
Yeah, he rapped. I'm not gonna lie.
Sharp snap too.
I don't think I listened to it.
On the song where he dissed you.
He really didn't though. Like Spiffy actually.
If I snap right now, sometimes my mama though they call me snap and pop.
Hey, we should watch that Sharp music video. Let's watch that
Sharp
music video. Oh wait.
Dun, dun, dun.
No Jumper got it took down.
I mean, I didn't know.
Sharp did
Police
Sharp
ass No Jumper.
Sharp
Fuck.
did okay on that
Fuck
song,
it.
but
Police ass No Jumper.
I mean.
Spiffy actually, like, that's the best I ever heard him rap.
Nah, he went crazy.
That's the best I heard him rap.
I
Now,
think where he at? Like 7,000 views.
yeah,
still?
that's what I was gonna say. Does it deserve a response? Well, based on lack of motion, maybe
I
not.
give him
Like,
an alley oop. I give him an alley oop.
because like it is
Get the West back popping.
Actually, watching, I watched a Sharp rant recently where he was going off on Spiffy, and he was like, "I thought you had it all together, Church. Like, like you signed to Boosie. You supposed to." I was kind of thinking, I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
Sharp's kind of right. You should have a lot more emotion.
Wait. He's not signed to Trill ENT. This is not motherfucking 2008.
Okay.
The nigga signed to Boosie.
Right. But
Just
still,
get that clear. Yeah, there's no Webby, there's no Big Hit, there's it's not the shit. It's not the Fathead and Webby and what's my other dude? Fox and all that. This ain't that. When I put up to they hear that boom, bing, my bam. Yeah, that ain't going on right now.
But I'm gonna be real. Like Spiffy hit me up this morning. He sent me a message. Okay, yeah, I haven't responded to the last couple of messages from him. I feel bad, but it's kind of like.
But Boost, that's always gonna be my favorite rapper. But it's just like having more emotion. You still gotta push yourself.
It's like being signed.
You have to have hot music. You have to reach out. You got enough wave right now. Keep dropping hot music. You gonna see where you at.
Wait, so I got all the respect for Boosie, but Boosie's your favorite rapper?
One of my favorite.
Really?
Webby,
I never listened to him like that. I'm gonna be real.
Webby's my favorite out of the camp. But as far as back in them days, like Boosie, Webby, Young Dro,
there you go.
Who else? Jeezy, Gucci, Juice Man. It was like, yeah, that was the squad.
That was a wave.
Yeah, that was a wave.
Everyone
Like
you
I
just
might have.
mentioned.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, come on, bro. I was a real trapper, so it's like I'm off that.
OJ the Juice Man was my favorite rapper for 1,000%. And you know, I would say if you ask like people that are from like particularly South Central and Watts Compton that are between the ages of like 28 and 38, I guarantee you a lot of them will say that Boosie their favorite rapper. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
for sure.
yeah, like
For
LA
sure.
loved the Louisiana music. Between them and the Hot Boys,
Yeah,
that's it. That's
yeah.
like they get slapped. People were slapping that more than any LA rapper in LA
For sure.
for a long
For sure.
ass time.
Boosie, you go to the
But-
project.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
all you gonna hear. You go anywhere. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. You're gonna
When
hear that.
Zoom was his single, like all the music that came around.
Set
that.
it off.
Purple, in my mind. It's that shit that niggas ride too.
Bro.
All that.
Fools with like you'll hear that before you would have heard The Game or Dom Kennedy or whoever was
For
out
sure.
at that time. 1,000,000%. You're
For
hearing
sure.
that shit. Trill fam.
And Boosie, anytime Boosie come down here and do a show, it's for sure gonna be sold out. He can do a 10,000 here.
That's why any LA
Easy.
artist like a dude like Spiffy would be like, of course I'm a fucking signed to Boosie. You probably grew up idolizing that dude like we all did, you know what I mean? Like, but does it mean the same thing right now? Being signed to Boosie? I don't know.
You got him on Vlad.
He did get him on Vlad, but it's like
Realistically, that's kind of like what Boosie's most known for at this point.
is being on Vlad.
Okay.
Yeah.
He got him on Vlad. And now I'm saying, what is it? Can you get him a fucking bot to put his music through to make it seem like he signed to Boosie? Where's the machine at? Let's go crazy.
I'm so skeptical of everybody's views that I don't even know.
And we've also, views are all like, that's ambiguous as it is. And we've actually never seen Boosie successfully put on anybody.
Yeah, well, you would say Webby and them if you knew the under, but Webby like put Boosie on.
Yeah. No, they were both signed to the same label. Neither of them ran Trillion T. Like,
Spiffy said, "Ain't no beef with Bricc. Y'all solid with me." Would he put that diss
Raise
about
your
you out
break.
like 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, he is. Listen, he'll be all right.
All right, so this person in the chat said Adam's a poser. His ear wasn't to the streets to know Boosie's impact. I'm going to explain this to you. I'm from the East Coast. I lived in New York from 2004 to 2010. Did I know about Boosie? For sure. Were we listening to him? Fuck no. We were listening to Dipset and The Lox and, you know, a lot of New York centric shit. And then at some point it kind of pivoted to like Gucci and Jeezy and a lot of Atlanta shit. Was I familiar with Boosie? Yes. Would I say that he was like a huge thing in New York? Absolutely not. So a lot of times I feel like people kind of like, they want you to have an encyclopedic understanding of every artist
New York City
throughout what? They want you to have this crazy understanding of like every rap scene throughout the country for like the last 30 years. No, like before I was in the business of talking about rap, I was primarily focused on the stuff that I wanted to listen to. And I'm gonna be real, I hated LA hip hop for like a decade and a half there and basically just thought it was terrible and wanted nothing to do with it. And then I moved out here and I still didn't want anything to do with it for quite a while. And then eventually kind of got into the flow of things.
Well, then Draco and Greedo and Shoreline.
That era, because the whole Jerkin era, everything 2010 on, I'm sorry, I had no interest in it.
It wasn't,
It got cool again.
After Game.
What I was saying was Boosie just left New York City, did a show with P. Diddy. That's a famous line. Yeah. Just left New York City in a show with P. Diddy.
Oh yeah, I seen Vlad asking him about that.
Like, damn, nigga, what happened at the party?
But that's like, I mean, New York really don't fuck with, like they never really did fuck with that music, especially during that era.
Yeah, nah.
So
because
it makes sense.
They felt like they was taking the torch. That was like Jay-Z and them era ending.
Well,
the trap era beginning.
Well, lyrics were still a big deal in New York all the way up until like, I don't know, like
now
who really kind of like ushered in a different era or whatever. But if you listen to like Dipset,
drill
G-Unit
music.
and D-Block and all that shit, it's still like very lyrical.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden like Gucci and Jeezy come out and like we thought of Jeezy as being like anti-lyricism. In retrospect, it doesn't really feel like that. It's still dope as fuck. Yeah, but like
the beginning of like lyricism not being at the forefront of New York
I
was
think it was the delivery.
But then Wayne took over everything because like Wayne was so dope that even in New York it was like all you heard.
But really, like
he had the New York lyricism.
People forget like Mims. This is why I'm hot. That's a New York rapper. That was the beginning of lyrics not being what
that happened there, but that's not what they went to. Like they still were taking lyrics seriously.
No, of
after
course,
that.
but I'm saying that was
Meek
like
Mill,
that was a
Meek Mill is a Philly, but New York.
Philly is a different.
We weren't claiming Mims. I'm gonna be real with you.
Of course,
that's what I'm saying. Come on, man.
Fools ain't
That was
claiming
some down
Mims.
south bouts.
Again, not my point. What I was saying though is that like that was before 5 years before that, a rapper like Mims could have never come out.
I feel like lyrics they stopped giving a fuck about lyrics in New York at ASAP. That's right when
2012.
Yeah, that's like 6 years after this.
I'd say that.
But I feel like 2012 when we were fucking with Rocky and stuff, we looked at him as like a very good rapper. Like we looked at him as like part of the history of New York, that it made sense.
He was the first one to dumb it down. That's why I liked it.
My old man black head roll.
But he wasn't really dumbing it down that much. Because think about that, at that point, we're already all listening to Chief Keef and Lil Reese and Dirk and shit, and they're all rapping like hella paint by numbers. All that old drill shit was like super anti-lyricism. That if you really want to talk about who killed lyrics, that shit was important.
That was
in terms
over
of
with.
it.
That was it.
And were they
shot it
influenced
out.
by Waka
Gucci,
Flocka?
but Gucci and Wack killed lyrics. So.
Oh, people used to talk about Waka Flocka like he was the devil himself for how simple his rapping was. Yes. Yeah.
He was. And here's the funny thing about Waka. Where's he from?
Atlanta.
No, he's from Queens, New York. And that's why he's got Queens tatted across his neck.
Right.
And he's got a thick New York
But
accent.
he's from Atlanta.
He's from Atlanta,
Yeah.
but listen to him talk, listen to his accent.
Yeah.
He's a New Yorker, really. Like, he convinced the world that he was like a Southern,
goddamn
trapper.
shawty.
Yeah. But really, he a New Yorker. But like lyrics are always gonna. It's not just the lyrics. I feel like with Boosie, is style, like the way he raps. It's not like traditional. It's not to the beat. He's more got like the E40s, like rapping in cursive, sliding all over the place when he raps. It's not like rappers from other regions, like T.I., like Outkast, Scarface, were embraced heavily in New York City. You know what I mean? And nothing to do with region, but they had traditional styles.
And I've said this many times on here, but I was there at the show where OJ the Juice Man got booed by the crowd in New York. And it was because the headliners were like Jada and Styles and Ghostface or whoever. It was like a bunch of like D Block and Wu-Tang headliners and shit like that. So you got a lot of hip hop purists in the audience. Myself, I hate to say it, I was outside. I was really in the streets back then, riding bikes outside every day in the hood in Brooklyn. Guess what you heard from every fucking speaker in every car? You heard fucking OJ the Juice Man make the trap say, hey, because motherfuckers are really trapping and hustling. And that was like the new sound of that. But then I'll go to this concert and I'm thinking OJ's sick as fuck. I'm hyped to be seeing him. And he's getting booed by all these like Wu-Tang fans, which totally makes sense. But I also realized how fake shit was because Jada was like one of the headliners and he had a big ass record with OJ at that time. And OJ does not come out to perform that song with Jada, which in my like young man head, I thought that was how this was going to work. You guys got a big song together. You got to perform it together. Nah, not at that time.
He wasn't jacking the South shit either. He did it. He got paid.
Well,
or he probably did it for a swap with Guap.
Well, Jada actually is one of the first, like him and Styles were like two of the first rappers from up there to actually embrace fucking with fools from the South. Remember, he said, switch the flow up, go Southpaw. You feel me? Like, and remember Styles P's on the BMF song.
I remember when they did that West Coast every day. You feel me?
But this is really good. What was the first? Okay, Jay-Z got on the Juvenile remix, but what was the first the Jay-Z album that had Juvenile on it? Because that, like, one thing they'll always say about I do not want to hear about 400 Degrees. I want to see the Jay-Z album that had a Juvenile feature on it, if I'm not mistaken, but I'm not going to find it on here somehow. Wait.
He did do the high remix. I don't know. I don't think that was on
Jay-Z featuring Juvenile.
Was it Day in My Life? Was it Volume 2?
Yes. Snoopy track. That's what the fucking song was called. I don't remember that.
Is that Volume 2 or
that is
Volume 1?
Which album?
Bounce.
Damn.
Stop now. Not you. The video. Yeah, what album is this? Why can I not tell?
It's definitely Life. It's definitely Life and Times of Sean Carter. One of the volumes. I want to say that's Volume 1.
But either way, they say that about Jay-Z. That Jay-Z would never put on like someone that would be an actual threat to his throne unless they were signed to him. But he would put on somebody like Juvenile. That's like the only feature on this album from a rapper, and it's because Southern rap was like such a different thing at the time that he didn't see him as any kind of legitimate competition. The same way. You will never see Kendrick put a super lyrical rapper that isn't signed to him on one of his projects.
Wait, they used to say that about Jay-Z? That's the dumbest statement I've ever heard, ever.
Who?
They said that Jay-Z wouldn't put good rappers on his songs because he was scared to rap with them?
Who? Give us your examples.
Eminem? On what?
That's much later on.
No, it wasn't. That was 2001.
But that's later.
That's like 3 years after this came out.
I feel like that's like a different era of hip hop. If we go through Jay-Z's early albums, we're gonna see that there's.
He had on his first album, he had Sauce Money and Jaz-O rapping their asses off.
Yeah, the guy who signed him.
Well, yeah, bro, and he signed Sauce Money. He was a dope ass rapper. He might not have been. I guess that kind of goes with your theory, though. Yeah. You have to be signed to him.
Like, look, Volume 1 track list. So we got Lil Kim and Puffy. Obviously, they have a relationship, and I know what girls like is going to be a huge hit. But then you got like, all right, we got Foxy Brown. She's a girl. She's not a threat to his position. You got Too Short. He's from the West Coast. Totally not a threat. What you don't see here is you just don't see like another rapper who wasn't signed to him who's like a competitor to him. Puffy's not a threat. Lil Kim and Foxy Brown are girls. Babyface is a singer. Blackstreet's a group. You know,
I guess it wasn't until like post 2000 Jay-Z when he was, because people are saying the Big L thing, but that's
like before he was
no,
shit.
Big L put Jay-Z on. It's the other way around. You can't count Big L.
Look at Volume 3. Yeah, you got Beanie Siegel, Mariah Carey, Juvenile, Memphis
UGK,
Bleak, UGK, but that
Twista.
Again. Yeah, Twista, but he's not really looking at Twista as like, you know, a threat to what he's doing. He's a New Yorker.
He had the top. Nobody was a threat back then. It didn't matter who he
Jay-Z not looking at Twista like he was a threat to his throne. He's way older from a different city.
But he really looked up to Twista. Remember Jay-Z's original style. He used
so
to do
who was Jay-Z's competition at this time?
Nas.
No, it was DMX, Nori, Jay-Z were the
Jay-Z
three
was
biggest.
whooping all that
Nas
shit
was
out.
failing because Nas had just put out Nostradamus, which was like his least successful
Jay-Z was
album.
whooping all that shit out. Niggas wasn't doing features outside they
And
camp
he was
back
rapping
then,
with
though.
DMX, who was nice as hell.
DMX, it wasn't doing features outside the Rough Riders for a second. Like, motherfuckers wasn't really mixing and matching like that.
This one, he had Eminem. He had Eminem on this album.
Yeah, he had Eminem as the one sole, and also not really a competitor for him. He's a white boy. He's like totally different style. He's not a New Yorker.
He was top runner.
Dude,
That's a different category.
No, but Eminem was like the hardest rapper in the world at that time.
Yeah, but he's a white boy.
That don't mean nothing. He was hard.
No,
though.
trust me, it
didn't
means
really
everything.
have features like that.
Nah,
though. He did
it's
the
everything,
album,
and it
he
meant
did
even
the
more
Rock
than
La Familia album. He gave. I mean, I don't know.
Oh, okay. You want to do that one? Let's do it.
But it was everybody that was signed to him. It's not going
Yeah,
together.
Yeah, it's everybody was signed to him and nobody else. Yeah,
No,
Snoop's. He's an elder statesman.
You know what?
Scarface, old.
Hold on, no, Scarface.
Snoop. You can't do that. You can't do that.
But you're
R.
going to throw
Kelly-
a fake narrative on me and you're going to act
R.
like I'm
Kelly.
saying Scarface is bad. I'm not saying he's bad. I'm saying he's older, he's not a threat, and he's not from the city.
DJ Clue.
A famous New York DJ. That's different. They have a relationship.
No. Look.
Said,
So at the
R. Kelly.
So you're right about the not the city thing.
Not a competitor. But okay, and then you look at
Who
Kendrick.
was his competition though?
A lot of
Nobody.
dudes that he's not putting on these albums. It's the same
Who's gonna
exact
put
playbook
Nas?
as
They were
Kendrick.
beefing.
Kendrick, what have you ever seen Kendrick put somebody who's not associated with him on a lyrical on a label level on his projects?
But
he don't
I
do it.
think Top was making that call.
Well, Kendrick learned from the greats.
Yeah.
Well, also remember, so
So-
at this time, the best rappers or the most popular rappers in New York in 1998.
Name anybody who did that shit while they had it.
You want to know?
DMX,
okay.
Big Pun, and Nori and Jay-Z were the four biggest rappers that year. Look it up. You feel me? I'll stand.
All right,
like,
but name
and Big Pun, who's the best rapper out of anyone I
this
just mentioned,
collab
had hella
album
beef
shit
with
is
Jay-Z.
new.
We're not talking about collab albums. We're just talking
But I'm
about
just
putting
saying,
a rapper
like-
on your project. Because I'll tell you who learned this
All
lesson.
that's new.
I'll tell you who learned this lesson in a more painful fashion than almost anybody is that when Drake was coming out, Drake had a blog and Drake was posting The Weeknd as if he had signed The Weeknd, hyping him the fuck up, had him help him a shitload with Take Care, etc. And then when it came down to it, The Weeknd signed to like Republic or some shit and didn't sign with OVO. And Drake basically was responsible for turning The Weeknd into one of the biggest rappers or musicians in the
sure.
world. And obviously, like,
You
The
don't want to
Weeknd,
do that with the
he
paperwork
probably
ain't
would
right.
have got there regardless.
Yeah.
But Drake took someone who was destined to be his direct competition and built the fuck out of his career without signing him. And Drake has not done that since. Yeah. Drake will go do a song with a drill rapper or a Block Boy JB or whatever, but he's not signing like he's not just doing
He's
a bunch
not
of
gonna
music
hype
with
his
somebody
shit, though.
who's a real threat to his throne. You know?
Yeah, nobody's doing that shit. That's why I'm like, you, especially back then, you got to think the label are super greedy regardless, all the labels. So it's like, okay, all of this is in-house. If they not signing Rockefeller and the verse ain't that hard, we keeping all this money to the necklace.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Right.
you get what I'm saying? Like, y'all put together what you gonna get, but we want to hear Jay-Z. You the hottest right now. It wasn't no such thing. I mean, it was a such thing as collab albums and all that, but we'll wait till the fucking Def Jam drops. What was that?
The Vendetta.
Yeah. What was the crew, the Def Jam crew?
Oh, the
They got a video game out there.
yeah, Vendetta is the video game.
Yeah, but it
It's
was
40 Thieves. Is that what you're talking about? What are you talking about?
It was like they all came together as a group. LL Cool J, all of them.
Oh,
They-
just all the Def Jam artists.
yeah. What was the name of the group? Not the regular.
You're not talking about-
Violator. What was it?
Violator Management.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
Violator
yeah,
Management.
yeah. Like that was
Thank
like
you.
rare, like back
Yes.
then. You know what I mean?
Yes. Well, like also to be fair, at that era in New York, features weren't super prevalent. Like every single West Coast album, every single Dirty South album had a feature on almost every track. Back then, like New York,
But most were in house.
right? A lot of
Even
it
when
was
Swisher House came out, that was all of them together.
right. It would be like
It would
Mike
be
with,
Paul
with
Wall,
Slim Thug.
Slim
yeah.
Thug, Mike Jones. It wasn't like zero.
No, yeah.
They didn't put zero on. They didn't put all the
Where
other people on.
There's
like,
where there's Screwed Up Click and there's Swisher House. So
yeah. But what I'm just saying, like it exists in every era. Like people wasn't doing that shit. That's like some new shit where you co-sign an artist. Like Gucci does that shit. and he gets shitted on every time too. Like as soon as they get a chance to sign somewhere else, I'm gone.
Yeah, it's just funny. Like it's if you look at it, I can't say you're wrong. Looking like Jay didn't really put too many big features that were like challenging rappers on those early records. Was it because he was afraid? I don't believe so. I think he was just trying to craft the best records possible because.
But it's also being selfish. You don't want to build up your competitors the same way where like, even in the podcasting space, it's like we all kind of accept that this is a more collaborative medium, whereas like hip hop, especially back then, really felt like some Game of Thrones shit. Like there can only be one. There can only be one champion, so therefore we need to be at each other's necks about who's going to be the best, which we don't really have that mentality anymore, but it would be understandable if you were a podcast host and you didn't want to put somebody on because they seemed like a threat to your exact
It's
fan
like
base.
an Android adding FaceTime. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Well, they can't.
I'm saying
they would if they could.
They should.
Apple's not gonna let it happen.
Yeah.
They're not building you.
But that's
guys
one of the
up,
biggest,
you
like,
get what I'm
that's
saying?
the biggest
Like,
moat around the iPhone technology is that, like, even if they came out with the illest Android ever, I'm gonna be the guy whose phone. Like, trust me, I'm in a group chat with Loose Cannon,
and it's green.
It's green. And if I like his message, it sends to him like just a text that said like Adam liked your message, and I'm like, oh god, this is terrible. What is it? Like, it's like it's so incompatible, and like not being able to FaceTime the same way. I don't even know. Maybe you can FaceTime
You can send a
these days.
FaceTime link.
But that's an argument in favor. Like every other fucking country on earth besides us, they actually embrace like WhatsApp and like all these other apps that we don't use.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah. And
that's their
and they're also fucking starving, and there's just like rivers of shit. Just like
they don't
streams.
even have fucking cell phone bills. That's why they like it. WhatsApp.
Yeah.
They hook up to Wi-Fi and talk on WhatsApp.
But
you don't need a number for that shit.
More and more now, I'll like be talking to somebody about business, and they'll tell me basically like, "Oh, we don't do email. Can you message us on Telegram or WhatsApp?" And I'm like, "Are you fucking serious?" Like, because I'm gonna message you on Telegram. And I'm gonna forget about it
for sure
for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah,
and then I'm gonna remember what happened to that guy.
Isn't
Like,
Telegram
oh,
for
what
like
does it
dope dealers? Like I thought that
It's not as good because in France they arrested the CEO of Telegram because Telegram was 100% not aiding and assisting in investigations by law enforcement, which is like, to me, it's kind of like an evil position to take because you're basically saying like that, yeah, you can trade child porn and you can plot terrorist attacks and you can do all this stuff on my platform, and then if the government wants to get some records, you're just not going to give it to them. Like I don't think that's like a sustainable business model or ethos in this day and age.
Yeah, but that's how they sold it. That's why everybody joined it.
What's up?
You causing me a whole issue. Y'all still on the fucking podcast?
Hell yeah.
Y'all live right now?
Yeah.
Adam, let's have phone sex so they can see I'm a girl.
Just send that guy a clip pic.
Why don't you?
A dick pic?
A dick pic. See, this is what got you in trouble before.
Why you just don't give him some pussy? I told him to give him some. You go over there and go get some pussy.
I ain't giving that nigga shit. Baby, you broke all my windows, all this. Now you cussing
He said he gonna get it fixed. He said show him that he a girl. He gonna get it fixed right now.
Adam.
Yeah.
This was dangerous.
Hey, to be fair, yes, I unfairly outed you as being trans, but also you made the decision to kick it with guys who communicate through violence.
Yeah.
But I'm a violent girl.
Okay.
Niggas.
See, okay.
I like that toxic shit. That shit get my pussy wet. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta understand from his perspective. See, I talked to somebody now like, Smiley, you gotta understand that's not a regular nigga. That nigga did time in the feds. Like, he been in jail. You know what I'm saying? He don't play them type of games. And for people to write him and say that I'm a trans and all types of shit, knowing he a big dope boy in the city, you know what I'm saying?
You probably shouldn't say that on live, but why didn't you let him fuck?
Yeah. Why'd y'all never have sex?
We did in the dark, and that's the problem.
He said that he didn't get no pussy.
Let him get a vagina inspection in real life.
I'm scared of the man.
Oh, okay, that's fair. Yeah.
I'm scared. Ain't no coming back from now you told the man heard that I'm a trans. You think that man want to hear?
But how many times I got to tell him that you're not? Can't like I just feel like it should be pretty easy. Can't you just send him a picture of your birth certificate?
I think it's more of like the embarrassment.
Yeah, for sure. I was about to say, yeah.
Okay, well, he's got to learn to stand on business.
Yeah, for sure. Because he working with nothing.
He is trying to stand on business.
Go ahead, bust it open for
He's
the
gonna
camera.
kill her to stand on business. That's not standing on business. If you kill a woman for allegedly having a bussy.
But I don't have a bussy.
Yeah, but we don't know that. I'm just kidding.
I'm definitely a bad bitch.
Oh shit, she just showed me her titties.
That doesn't prove anything.
Yeah, a lot of trans women
you
got those.
You got to peel back them lips.
Oh shit, I think she just showed me her pussy.
Yeah.
You want to see me giving birth?
Yo, that is the trump card.
That is the trump card.
Ain't no trans bitches doing that.
Nah.
That I know of.
They ain't got that technology up to date yet, huh?
They're probably working on it.
Version 5.2.
If I could put a baby in a surrogate, why can't I put a baby in a trans person?
You're not helping the situation.
Yeah, at all. I'm like,
All right, I'm gonna hit you up.
We seen the pussy, guys.
I just saw a pussy and some boobs.
I'll tell you what, the one thing I don't want to see is her giving birth.
Yeah, that sounds a little scary. All right, I gotta get out of here. I think we had a good show.
Yeah, it was fun.
Bricc over here stretching his calves and shit. You ain't gonna say bye to the people? Oh, he's stretching his back. Nice.
He got small calves.
Yo, Donnie, when I went and did the podcast with Destiny, he didn't even have a dude running the boards. He just got like a plug-in that switches the camera angle back and forth.
Oh, what, AI, right?
It's out there, just so you
Yeah,
know.
I read into some of those things.
I mean, it could just tell which mic is hot at any given time. Yeah. I don't know if it's like 100%, but his seemed pretty solid. So I don't know. Could be.
Destiny's, you could say that Destiny's on top of things. You could say.
Donnie, you know you're fired soon.
Yeah, that's so Donnie. That's what that sounded like. You're, hey, Lush, you know
He can tell you what mic's at.
But all right,
Lush,
you
there's
still
there's
need
a
to be
hit-
able to like
Control
choose the
it.
screen.
Yeah.
There's still, like, a
No,
lot of shit
I'm
to do. I
talking
feel like,
shit. But just know that they taking jobs out here with this AI shit.
Oh yeah, I saw Dunkin' Donuts protests. They mad as fuck.
Oh wow!
Because you know that kiosk, you just walk in, you put in your order, bam, it comes out the other end. They don't even need a person to take your order.
Yeah, so they cut off.
Pretty smart.
Callahan's video about that.
That's what I watched.
Was
Yeah,
really
yeah.
interesting because he was like, I actually really like the experience.
Yeah, me too. Yeah,
of dealing with the robot a lot better.
Yeah,
and
they don't talk shit,
and not even slightly new because I was fucking with Wawa back in like 2003. And they had that shit already back then.
Yeah.
You go get a cheesesteak. Like, how many variables are there on the cheesesteak? It's like, oh, I don't want peppers.
I want the caramelized onions.
That's one button. No peppers. Bink.
Yeah,
that's it. Oh, extra cheese. That's another button.
Yeah, they've been doing that overseas for a minute too. Because I went to McDonald's in like 2013 and they were doing that shit.
Yeah, and you're a human. You still, even at Wawa or overseas Mickey D's, you still interact with a human at some point. You know what I mean?
Pretty much is just pick it. Well, but you don't even have
But
to.
you can't-
They're gonna call out your number.
That's what I'm saying. There's still like
You can't tell them how you want it cooked though. It's like if I'm at Dunkin' Donuts, like make my hash browns, don't burn them like y'all do. Like a little light on the burn.
Sort of like vague advice.
Because I like crunchy hash browns, but they go too hard on their hash browns.
Yeah, but I also feel like if you're like at Dunkin' Donuts being demanding, you're that guy.
What do you mean they have fire breakfast sandwiches when you're on the road? Like Dunkin' Donuts while you're on
I
a
ain't
road
talking
trip?
bad about Dunkin' Donuts. We're talking bad about being demanding to the employees at Dunkin' Donuts because you need an extra
Yeah.
the crispiness of your hash browns. is
Well, what
that
about
important.
those fucking coffee fucking fruitcake people that fucking I need an extra drizzle of hazelnut and
Oh yeah, Starbucks is
But
double
they
deep
do
cap,
that at
half cap with a
Dunkin'
lemon
Donuts.
twist.
Like you know you at Dunkin', bro. Just get what they got on the menu. This ain't Starbucks. You can't get 2 extra pumps, nigga. That's over there.
Two pumps.
2 pumps.
A lot of times when I get those hash browns from Dunkin' Donuts, I end up feeling like they're like soft and wet and shitty.
still burnt.
Not
They're
black.
burnt.
I'm down with burnt. I like burnt food.
Yeah,
It's not my
mine
proudest
cooked.
thing, but
I don't know. We
Well
might
done
go-
steak guy.
no. But I like burnt pizza. Sometimes my girl will burn a pizza for the kid, and I'm just like, give me that.
Yeah.
I want it. I like that.
The pepperonis are crunchy, ready to go.
Burnt food. I don't know. I like it. I'll eat
say
some burnt
that's
shit.
Cajun shit.
You're hellbound. Clearly.
I like what I like.
Really?
Shout out to everybody who watched this. Appreciate everybody. Please smash the like button. We will be back soon. Not sure when exactly. Probably next week. But is there a Thursday show?
I think Josh said there's Thursday.
Makes sense to me. Maybe I'll come. All right. Appreciate you guys.